mentioned, every player about to step onto this stage has trained for countless hours that nobody saw. Missed parties, missed sleep, missed comfort to get to this point. Muhammad Ali famously said, "Don't count the days, make the days count." My name is Barney Banks and I am your host, coming to you live from the Uber Eats Music Hall in the heart of Berlin, Germany. And welcome to the Brawl Cup. This tournament gives you the chance to secure a better future for your region, so make that count. And to the players, you've made it this far.
What's good, Archivist? What's good, Jay? Hello, hello, hello. We've got Brawl Cup.
Viele wunderschöne Menschen sitzen hier in der Menge. Mach mal ein bisschen Lärm, Berlin.
Oh my gosh, talking in German.
I am Sonny, joined by Ark and Uber today. Ark has been buried in the stats
Hello, Aslam, how are you?
analytics all week. Uber's ready to deliver his best performance up to
Good,
date.
Zoya. You know, how are you?
Yeah, we're here to celebrate the 12 teams who
W
actually made
Archivist.
their way to the capital of Germany.
Hi, Ellie. Leo J, thank you for the follow. How are you? Akbar, how are you? Why? Which team do you think will win? I want. Well, nobody wins on day one, but I want Only Realm to do really well.
Hopefully some upsets. Great intro, by the way. I love that from you, Sonny. Really solid.
Facts, Chavon. The drop rates are terrible. DPL, how are you? Don't spam, please, but how are you?
Hold on to that Brawl Cup reigning championship in that regard, and what a pleasure it is to be at such an amazing venue as well.
What's good, Lelouch? How are you? Lelouch, I mean.
Named after the guy on my right.
That's right, yeah, no. Don't call it Uber Eats for nothing, folks. I am ready to sink my
what's
teeth
good?
into some fantastic regional matchups.
Good morning. Yeah, it's
for
like
me,
6:30 in the morning for me.
But
I'm doing well, thank you. You want Humble to make a comeback? They need
feel
to.
like there's an opportunity here for them to put their mark on international Brawl Stars.
Yeah, they haven't been doing well.
There's something brewing there. There's still that infusion of young blood year after year.
I am an
They
Only
need that
Realm
international
Glazer J.
experience, and that's why I'm
You're
curious
right.
to see how they perform here.
It's about time we see something from an A.
Did I get up early
SA,
for this?
so
Yes,
I'm
I didn't
super
even
excited for this as well. Brawl Cup is back. This is the second edition.
Has a free reward?
already.
Yeah, low key,
The
actually.
huge question is, who will take it all? First up, though, we have a little group stage for you, and we're going to
Low-key,
figure
dude.
out who will even make it through to day 2. And
I'm gonna try to claim this stuff on my phone.
So, for me, I think this is my favorite event that we've ever had into the BSC. You know,
What am I
think
without
the
Brawl Stars? I don't know,
prospect of
man.
Teams that didn't quite make it to this
Dedication,
stage,
yes.
being able to then watch from home, but actually cheer on a team to
Okay,
be
I'm
able
gonna get
to
a couple
enhance
free
your prospects
things.
as a region.
If you guys
I
join
think
the
that is
Discord,
such
there's
an
the
exciting prospect
free
for teams
pins
to
and
be able to
everything in
battle
there.
out.
Yeah, and obviously, it's not just the top seed from each region that gets to compete here.
When
right?
is the
So you
first
also
game
get to see,
happening?
you know, maybe some of these teams that haven't quite been able to scale the same heights in some of these regions.
Voucher,
still get a
did I
crack
get
at it.
this?
Also, our Road to Brawl Cup regions as well. We've got
Okay, I
SA
already
West
got it.
representing
Nice.
and SE, SA, these regions that normally
Nice,
don't
nice,
you know,
nice.
necessarily
Migraine,
get
good to
onto
see
the
you.
map
Thank you for helping me go
the same
popular. How are
way.
you?
They've actually had to fight
Good to see
through
you.
a much more
How many
grueling
hours? I have
process,
no
a very
idea.
large qualifier into
Good
the
morning,
elimination
Conclasher,
bracket. So
and
they've
I
also
cannot read that
gone
name, but
through
good
their
morning.
paces, Sonny, and
I
I'm
got
curious
the
to see what old favourites Revenant and
pretzel
Spark
one. I
do
just
on
got the.
stage with a bit of a retooling to the
Hold on.
roster.
I just got the
super
one holding a
exciting
hot
day
dog.
ahead. We are
I saw that there was
at
another one,
B
though.
right now, and they're not just
I'm
playing
gonna
for
see if I
honor
can find
and
it.
glory, they're also playing for some cash. We're gonna look at that in a bit. First up, though, all of our viewers can also get something.
Oh, the pretzel
from
one. Yeah,
viewing
I'm doing it
over
right
at
now.
eventusbrawlstars.com. You better lock in your predictions.
All right, I got
now.
the
We
pretzel.
still have a couple of minutes before we kick things off.
Guys, go
with
get
our
the
first
free.
match
Go get the
of
free
day.
pretzel pin.
And that pin, beautiful.
I'm getting
Go
it
on.
right now.
I'm a collector at
On
heart.
both
Always
accounts.
have been, always will be. So if there's anything,
Dang. All right, I got both.
You can,
All right, here we
bet
go.
your
Let's
bottom
see
that I will
it.
be getting for it.
It's gonna be
So,
lit.
Let's discuss the group stages today. We're going to be focusing primarily on Group A and Group B. That's Bounty Hunter Zaloo, Humble, and Ace Zero in Group A. And then Group B later on today.
Finals went good.
Only Realm,
Nice.
Zeta
Nice,
Division,
Migraine. Good to
and
hear that.
BC Gaming SA.
Group C and Group D feature tomorrow.
Got some more
in
free
our
time
matches.
now.
We got World
Defect,
Champions
thank you for the
Crazy
follow. I
Raccoon in
appreciate
Group
you.
C versus a really impressive upstart in Eternal. Looked really good in SA, and then Revenant X Spark.
There's
with
an
a new
update.
look
What's the
roster. It's
update?
Group
I didn't see an
D, though,
update.
that I've got my eye
Why is it
set
so
on.
long? I don't know.
For esports,
King Adam, how are you?
Don't quite have that same full roster that sort of took them to the high heights in EMEA, but they've got a bit of a legend rejoining them here. So curious to see how that
Wait, what the
mainland
heck?
China. It's a
Or weren't we
different
live?
story out of that region, and Toxic Lotus have some, frankly, catching up to do.
Some
Okay.
new generation of contenders today, and then some.
How to get the
champions
pins? Go
as
in the
well.
Discord,
Super
Ellie.
excited to see the next few
That
days
has them.
play out. We're just on the first day, so we have so much Brawl Stars ahead of us. So exciting! And as I said already, they're not just fighting.
The hot
for
dog
honor
one is
and
in there.
glory.
Big wads of
But
cash for that, and also
the pretzel will be there
Lots of it.
soon.
It's falling out of your pocket. Oh, sorry,
I
that's
forgot
right,
to say
cash. Yeah, let me
live.
just scoot it
Oops,
back
yeah.
and put it back in there.
no chump change. BSC points, by the way.
Yeah.
Just to put that out there.
Importantly as well, it's the extra slots that these regions can earn. One of the reasons why we had 42 EMEA teams at World Finals was because of how well Humble.
No problem, Ellie.
You know,
Yeah, the pretzel pin will be in there
Cup, also
soon.
SK Gaming earned an extra.
It's just not hit there from the news yet.
EMEA, and that's why we actually got a chance to see deeper than just like the household names.
Are they really counting Clash Royale?
World. So that's also.
Are they gonna release that to everybody, or is that just only
So
for
once
people
again,
there?
they have a World Final slot on the night, LCQ slots, and of course the home region is rooting for the two teams that is playing for the region, so they have that support as well. I will imagine that many people in the crowd are also rooting for our EMEA teams. As you mentioned, Foot Esports, yeah, they unfortunately aren't playing with their full roster this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be potentially, I mean, an incredible storyline. I mean, if Lenan can bring in the goods, I mean, imagine what that will do for his prospects this year.
Bo, how are you?
His way in the early stages of this year. I mean, and just to put it out there, it's any region that is up for grabs here. I mean, a team like Toxic
Oh my gosh,
last
we have to
year
wait 7
came forth just as Zeta Division, who
minutos.
took that third place spot, who then got that LCQ position for East Asia. But mainland China, you know, I really want to see what they can bring to this event.
But let's talk more about NA.
Bruh,
we do that?
you know what we're gonna do while we wait for
That
this.
NA won anything, dinosaurs walked the earth. So I want to see them bring out the stops. I've got my money set with Oni Rail.
Yeah, I really do think that team's looking fantastic, right? It's, you know, it's world champion runner-ups on that team.
Okay.
The gaming, do not.
All right. I'm gonna get my nice little oddity shop while we're waiting here. Let's open some tings. Let's open some tings. Do some damage to Fanksy. Probably make some coffee. That could be fair. Thank you, Mangoes. How are you? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Justina confirmed? No way, bro. That's ridiculous. Okay. Oh my, dude, I bought the Brawl Stars Brawl Cup pins, or like the team pins, and then they put them 50% off. Like, they're such scammers, bro. Mecha Crow for 33% off. Dang. This is just ridiculous that they would do this.
Come get you a little treat.
Alright, oddity shop.
Oh, a little treat.
Peter Akis, I do not swing that way. Single-use QR codes at an event. Dude, I wish we could get one. I'm like gonna be looking at the screen. I'm still watching it. Alright, oddity shop. No crazy deal. Or no double deal on the main. But maybe we can get something on the mini still. But these could still be really good deals. Let's see if we can get something good.
You alive, sugar?
Oh my gosh.
Decorating my doorway.
Mecha Finks legendary deal start us off. Ho. Okay. Epic deal for Chester, not so great. Dude, I actually think we need to like get this out the way at some point and buy that skin though. I'm not gonna lie to you. You have Subway Surfers Byron skin, is that good? Yes, that is good. I like that one. Kitsune, good morning. How are you? Can you push Enja? We're watching the Brawl Cup. Sorry, Patrick, we're watching Brawl Cup today. Alright, next. Mythic Night. Oh, I can't even talk. Night Lily. That's a good skin, but I don't know if I'm gonna buy that. Last deal. Epic deal of your choice. I don't know. I don't know.
You cannot outrun the desert.
Let's check the mini. Let's check the mini stuff. I know, it's such a nice skin. It's one of my favorite ones. Start selling. Yeah, low key. Trunk mangoes. I never play Trunk. I'm a bad tank player, but maybe I will. Oh my gosh, the discounts they have in here. Poseidon RT. Jeez. I love the esports Jackie skin, guys. It's so good. Enja, thank you for the follow.
Juju's got it all.
Well, oh, double deal. Oh, look at the deals. Oh my gosh. What Subway Surfers skins do I have? On the main, I have all of them, I believe. Okay. Em, how are you? Juju's got it all. Cheers. Epic deal with a mecha box and wasp bow. If it was discount, I'd low-key buy that in a heartbeat, but we low-key have to be a little bit careful with our bling on the
Don't
mini
stare
now.
too long. Something might stare back.
Forest bow. Save the double deal for last. Let's get a legendary deal for free or something. Oh my gosh, a mecha bow. 21k though. Oh, that's a dent in the wallet. Jeez. How do I get the Brawl Cup pins? If you join the Discord, they're in there. Look at the global bans. They're already out. Epic deal 20% off with the Chaos drop for Shelly Dancer Iris. Nah, I think I'm good. Next. Epic deal 30% off for Mystic Meeple. Do I do like this?
Bringing Dicey back. Yeah.
I don't know. We need a good double deal here. Please, guys. Cheers. I'm buying that 100%. We can get a mecha freaking skin in there too. I love the Medusa M's. That's like Brawl Pass skin. Wait, this is so good, guys. This is so good.
Cannot dwell together.
We need this.
Like an eagle.
Yes. Give me that. Give me that.
I am
Pop it. Yes, very early. How are you? Lonk, is that the link for it? W, guys. W, guys. Thank you for the heart, me, Pape. All right, Underworld Bow.
I'm only here for the
Medusa Ends. We get a little star drop. Just a rare, 50 coins. Another star drop. 25 power points. That's horrible. A mecha box. We need a number higher than 9. Please. Bang. Oh my gosh. No. Had to take the risk, though. Had to take the risk, right?
I am guided by the spirits.
Just had to. Alright, we made our predictions already on both accounts. We're hoping to get something good. That's low-key loud as heck. Is this good volume? Poppy, thank you for the heart me. Appreciate you. Hi, Minmies. Good to see you. What's good, Jay? What's good? No problem, Mangoes. Alright, we're about to get the first game of this.
You can hear the crowd chanting. I'm sure you can hear them at home as well. So,
Yes,
let's
finally.
set
Let's
the
get it.
stage, shall we? Let's look over to the side of Bounty Hunters. Have we found the new South American sensations to step into
Bounty
the
Hunters are
Brawl
low-key tough,
Stars
but, like-
esports community? Can they bring that same ferocity onto the main stage right here? However, it is their first time at
got a
an
dump circuit?
international
Yeah, I
LAN
do
event,
have a
so
lot of
who
credits.
knows? And what a bigger task to ask them
Sounds good,
than to go
Minnie's.
up against the Brawl
Milkshake? Okay,
Cup
sounds good.
reigning
Milkshake.
champions
What's good, Fernando?
of
Good to see you.
Humble. You know, it's a trial by fire.
Do we have creator
That's
code? Not
all
yet.
I'm going to
Ja.
say about it, and we cannot wait to see what happens right
We're working
here
towards it.
on the
What's good,
main
Mika? How are you?
stage. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as we get prepared, let's just
Can you have
take a
FL?
breath,
No, sorry.
and let's find
if
out.
you're in stream
Berlin,
a lot,
what do we
then
think
I
about Bounty Hunters?
Dude, why is the crowd so quiet?
Humble!
I'm doing well, Mika. Thank you for asking.
Let's do this.
I guess. Wait, what time is it in Berlin right now? What time is it in Germany?
Wesley. Prosy.
It's 1 p.m. right now.
Portix.
Poor ties. You're from Georgia and it's afternoon? Got you, got you. Yeah, it says it's 1 p.m. in Berlin right now. Semantic. Boss. Alright, here we go, guys. Yo, this is tough. This is so sick. Look at
That
the
was
layout.
my
Like,
voice, by the way.
this is
Fun fact.
Yeah?
so
Yeah.
cool.
Many
You got
don't know.
a good baritone.
I know.
It's 7.
yeah.
It's so early,
I have
Surge.
to get in
Oh
the
my
mood though.
gosh.
Can't. Yeah,
You
do
just
that right
can't
now.
bust it out.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
What
I know,
fame are
I
you
know
on?
you love
Alien
that.
2 on
Do
the
that
main.
like later.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Okay.
If, if the crowd is loud enough.
What's good, Christian?
I
Good to see you.
might think about it. But yeah, we heard already.
morning,
the
good
EMEA fans really showed up for Humble. I
They're
kind
out
of feel
today.
bad for Bounty Hunters. At the same time, though,
Bro,
LCQ
what is
last year
Peter
was in
Ike?
Sao
Peter
Paulo,
Ike
and
is
it was
chill,
the same
chill, chill,
exact
chill,
thing,
chill.
Where, yeah, the Latam crowd was super
All right,
loud
so
for
global
the
bans Naja
region
Colette,
teams.
And how did that go
Mortis, and
for
Lumi.
Casa Brawl?
Interesting.
Well, almost swimmingly, actually, when you look at it. Almost swimmingly.
They got the
They
reverse
almost knocked out the
sweep.
world champs. I mean, like, how much of a deviation from reality that could have been if that match went another way, but they did
Buff
get full
Primo.
reverse swept, and but you got to mention that Tensai did go
Who do
out
you
and
want to
say
win?
that
Only
that was
realm.
a reason
But for
which
this
really
one,
threw them
I
off
voted
at the
Humble.
beginning, but they are just
In terms of my prediction.
unbreakable.
We are on
You guys hearing this audio,
for our
like-
first map of the day. Now we want to discuss draft as well with the global bans.
Why is the audio
being
tweaking?
in place already? We of course see that Sirius, for example, is still left open. And yeah, that's a brawler that just
You guys
received
hearing
the
that?
nerf on Wednesday. Usually he was global banned the whole time, and now with that small nerf to his HP, it seems like he's already not as strong anymore
Dude,
to
I'm
be
hearing
global
like a
banned, but certainly strong
like
enough
I
to
don't
be
even know
picked,
how to
right?
explain it.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the meta
You're
at the
an
moment,
dang
it's kind of
milkshake,
in a
that's
really
crazy.
interesting place. I'm really looking for brawlers like kind of Pierce for me here as
Yeah.
well, as like Luki in that capacity is just absolutely disgusting, and it's a brawler that's kind of
I don't
just
play
beneath
Roblox,
those kind of
Lazarus.
bands too. It's one that will tend to escape through.
All right, if you
I
guys
think
can
on
hear it, I'm fine
maps
with
like
it.
Dueling Beetles
I
as
can
well,
hear
like
it.
you can expect to see the Byron make its appearance, right? That is such a classic, humble brawler. Both of these teams, by the way, have been, you know, undefeated using Lumi
Surely
over the
no
course of last
tickets to
week
this
in
event.
scrims on this
I
map.
think
So
it's already
having her
rough.
banned away, that's, you know, just humble sort of saying, we don't really want to have that first picked against us. We don't have a great answer to it in general. You know, this obviously is the kind of map where you want to try and draft a pretty good side laners and have staying power. Mina allows for that to some degree with that wind wall gadget. She's also great at pressuring down. If
Like a
someone's
ticking
trying to
sound,
play
yes.
A thrower, or they're trying to play.
You guys do
know,
hear
someone
it?
who's
Dude,
less
it's
mobile
so
in the
weird.
side lane who's just like, trying to vomit damage. So there's a lot of opportunities.
like, now
to
I
punish,
don't.
Like overly aggressive first picks here. I think that in SA. This Bounty
Dude, this
Hunters
has to be
squad are
them.
really good
This
when it
has
comes
to be
their
them.
drafts.
This
My
can't
issue
be
has
me,
never
bro.
really been there for them. They've been very, very
Right?
solid. I don't often see them get out.
Hi, IDK, how
I
are
think
you?
they outdrafted the pants off Loud last time they actually faced, and that's a team you'd expect with the resources and coaching staff wouldn't have a weakness there. So I wouldn't be worried about that from them. It's really stage jitters and the execution that we're going to be scrutinizing.
What I always love about those international
Dude, that
events
can't
is
be a
that
part
we
of the
get to
background
see
music.
different metas from each of the region. Of course, they've mingled over
Can
the,
someone
over the
pull
last
the-
2 weeks, and the metas have gotten closer
Yeah, pretty
together.
much,
Like
Lazarus.
East Asia maybe brought in a new idea
You hear
that
this?
EMEA took over,
Dude, can
and
someone
so on
watch
and
the
so
stream
forth.
on
At
another
the same
thing
time,
and then tell me if
we
it's the
did
stream or
see
it's mine?
still in the past.
If it's
some
mine, I'm gonna reset.
specials. Like for example, our SA special Juju in the past. I wonder what it's going
Thank
to be
you, bro.
this
I
weekend.
appreciate that.
We always know NA as a super aggressive region. EMEA has adapted that as well because the current meta is all
Wait,
about
maybe I should look at
assassins
the
and tanks.
comments.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I even posted to me
How
the
do I
other
look at
day
the
when it's like a new
comments?
brawler comes out, make it mythic, make it an assassin. Pretty much kind of like how the how the dev team is these days. But you mentioned experience, Uber, and being calm and collected on stage, and that is for me
People just
my
spamming
little
6,
reservation
7,
when it
like,
comes
what
to
even
bounty
is
hunters,
this?
because you know certainly Prosy is the most experienced player on this squad. No, didn't have the best of showings at the World Finals last year, went out in the group stages, and similarly at LCQ in 2023, didn't reach it really out of that group stage. And you know, Wesley, his last showing was at the World Finals in 2022, losing
I think I
in that
just fixed
first
it. I
round
think it was my
bracket to
iPad.
Strive
Zest
Gaming
Latam?
EU.
Pointed
You
out
know?
Paris, right? He was on that Zest roster. if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken.
Zest Latam. So
Yeah.
this is where I really want to kind
I
of
think I
see
fixed
how
it. I think
bounty
I
hunters
fixed it.
approach
Oh my
their
gosh.
headspace. Their drafts, I really, really like. I think for
Oh,
me,
it's
it's
okay,
going to come down to,
Fernando,
like
no
you say,
worries, no
those
worries.
kind of stage jitters and if they're able to keep them at bay.
I also think that they are going up against a team
Yeah,
that has
gone
very
now?
talented
Yeah, I think that was my
individuals.
iPad.
And if
I
you
don't know.
allow Humble to,
That's weird.
as the series
My
goes
iPad
on, if
wasn't
you allow
even on.
Humble to draft like Chester and Ruffs, like two really solid brawlers, it's going to be tough to get the better of them. No surprise here to see the votes are 83% for Humble to 17% for those of you at event.brawlstars.com.
I'm on the 83% side.
If you
Let's see if
haven't
they
got
actually
your
pull
predictions
through.
in, got your votes in, or
You
just
checked,
honestly
but we
set
fixed
up
it,
on
we
that
fixed
side
it.
to make sure you earn yourself some
It was the
rewards
iPad,
over
I
the
think.
course
What's
of the
good,
weekend.
Brooks? Good to see
I
you.
strongly recommend you make that your home base for all things Brawl Cup.
Take the hints, guys. Take the hints. We strongly recommend that you stay glued to that site. You'll thank us for it later.
So far, EMEA and East Asia has had the greatest success from all of the regions in any global event. We have 3
Dude,
world
what
winners
is going
of
on?
EMEA, 3
There's-
world winners
it's
of
taking
East
forever,
Asia.
bro.
Now, you already kind of set that up today. We want to see NA and SA take over, and this would be the first chance. If Bounty Hunters truly fell a giant
Wait, now I'm
like
low-key
Humble,
worried how long
that's going to
this
be
is
huge.
gonna be.
Yeah, it will resonate for sure. And, you know, I kind of mean, but I also do have a lot of high hopes for Only Realm. But we've got to talk about Tribe Gaming a little bit too, because as a team from North
I have
America
high
that have
high
been
hopes for
a bit of a
Only
sleeper,
Realm as well.
The competition has been getting so increasingly
You don't hear it,
difficult in that
yeah,
region
no, but we fixed
specifically.
it.
Last year at Brawl Cup, it was abysmal for Tribe Gaming. It was like their worst
Brando, how are you?
performance to date. So that is going to be in the back of their minds too as an organization. They do need to put those demons at rest. And I've got a lot of faith in Killer's abilities when it comes to draft and how Tribe are experimenting.
bro.
I think in just the right amounts too. Not too much, not too crazy and wacky, but enough to take teams by surprise.
I feel like they've been building up ahead of
I
steam
feel like
into
it's going to
this
be
tournament.
20
Kenny
minutes
as
or
well, like,
30
he
minutes
put like
between
a video up,
each
he was
like
talking about his
game now.
predictions,
And I'm
right? He had his
like, all right,
teams
they're
like
going to do this for like
SDF.
12 hours.
He also had Tribe in that SDF.
Yeah.
Like this is probably the time for them to really show up and show out. Because remember how their World Finals ended? It was 2 double match point scenarios that they lost. That ended up having them knocked out of the tournament up against what was Humble and Crazy Raccoon.
Yeah.
And so, like, you are going up against the very best and you are almost getting there. I really felt like they were just on the outside looking in. Now, last Brawl Cup, it was Loud.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Loud fell on the wrong side of the narrative because
Oh
they
my
were
gosh.
the team that got beat by Toxic Lotus on their Cinderella run to finally propel themselves into a top 4. So they're the ones that, you know, kind of look bad in that
I almost
scenario, but it was a
forgot
really
to
close series. It went to
open
all
this.
5 sets. That was a team I feel like that is, you know, it's been a
Being an
long
idiot,
time
dude.
since, was it 2021 finals run from INTZ?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So
I
you-
forgot to open
maybe.
the other.
we have. I was in a TV box. I was at
Platform.
that event at the time. So that's going back a long time. It's been, you know, ages since we've
There we
really
go.
seen, you know, South America stand up. And last year we got to see.
Ellie, if I get that hungry,
Right.
I may
we
get
also
some
saw,
food.
you know, the same
I don't really eat at my
torchbearers,
setup,
the
yeah.
Loud guys, you know, Adinho and stuff like that. We
No
also
problem,
saw,
Fernando.
You know, Pekka and
Hi, how are you? I
Chico,
can't read that
Otep
name, but how are
and
you?
that, I think it was Pioneers, I think, with that event, or Elevate, I'm not sure. They're still around, right?
Is he
Still gonna
warming
see
up
some
in
of
the
those over
training
course
ground?
of this year, but this is the roster of like the non-Brazilian players out of South America, the youngsters that are really hungry, and I expect to see them deliver. Just maybe not in this particular game.
Good
This is
morning,
just
Huncho.
very
Good to
tough.
see you.
We're going to find out
Abby,
very,
how are
very
you?
soon as the players are getting ready to start the draft. Yeah, but I would definitely advise all the viewers here in this hall and also at home to keep
Maybe
an eye
checking
out
the
for
ping, true.
Chinese
Nah, but they all should be
rosters,
on
the
0.
SA
They should all be on
West,
0 ping.
and of course NA and SA. These are the regions that we still want to see perform super, super well also on a global level. By the way, we're here in the Uber Eats hall, 4,500 seats at max capacity, and we are
4,500
completely
seats, that's not
sold
bad.
out. That is insane.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'd love to see that. It's kind of awesome to come to a pretty like iconic venue here in Berlin. We're like right in the heart of it. We're across from the you know, Uber Arena as well. We're on Uber Platz. It's all about me this weekend, guys. So get used
It
to
is.
but-
You are the main
I
character
know,
energy
that's
right
it,
now.
That's it.
It was
Sorry,
not
guys.
bad
So we've
when
been
he was on
drafting
TV and you could never
for 20
always
minutes.
just turn off the TV.
That was a
But
good
you had
time.
to
Hi,
talk
how
us
are
back.
you?
She was in the audience. She was in the 2021.
Well, we
That's
were
crazy.
all there.
I
That's
was
what
on site,
matters.
though.
In one way or
I
another.
wish.
They wouldn't let me out of the country, guys. All right, they needed me. My people.
All right, here we go.
better
Finally,
time
we're
this year.
drafting, bro.
Looks like
okay.
we're getting our draft ready.
Dog
We're kicking things
immediately.
off
Straight off the
with
bat.
Ruffs. Such a solid pick. You can
Bans,
never
we
go
have
wrong
Penny,
with this brawler,
Band,
especially not dueling
Leon
vehicles, where you
Band,
might
and
want to
Meeple
break
Band.
open the map. Because I see Pierce is
Miss
left open.
Crow,
We have
Leon.
Lukey on Humble. That is a must
Dog,
pick for them,
this is
especially
Dueling
if
Beetles.
they can break open the map now. Let's see if Humble will pick up that
This is Band.
Pierce on their
What do they
side.
want,
Yeah,
bro?
with Lumi
do
out of
they
the
just
picture
like open
here,
up and
you
go
might
like
be
Griff
forced to
Pierce
go
or
in, like,
something?
a Pam direction if you're, you know,
They go serious.
bounty hunters. Obviously, we've got the team logos flipped here, so we'll get them fixed for you in just a moment. Red
So they're not
side
gonna open
is
up.
bounty hunters, blue side is humble. So the series is picked up here.
I guess
They
Dog just
have only
opens
managed
up
to
anyway.
sort of win 1 in
But he's
4
got
of their
those
scrims on
perma-walls
this
to
map
work
with
with.
Sirius. Sirius obviously is a lot squishier than
It is
he used to
taking
be.
forever, I know.
A drastic reduction in health, actually very similar to how Lumi first got nerfed when she was in the game. She used to have like close to 10k health and was putting out this amount of damage. They brought that down by like 40% or so. And we get the Kenji mixed in amidst
Okay.
this, so bit of an all-in. Definitely, you know, if somebody wants to try and threaten a backline, it can be good against Rust, but there's a lot of stopping power still available.
We
to
see
you
a
in this draft.
stew.
Got to be Pierce, like Sunny says for me. I mean, having the ability to break that side,
Yeah,
it's
Pierce
going to
could be
allow
good
Pierce to
too.
get much more range value.
Maybe
and again,
Otis?
as time goes on, those supply drops can then just make those snipe shots pack so much more of a punch.
Or a Crow?
Sometimes a
I don't
PAM
know.
can make an appearance
Maybe
on
not
this
too
map,
serious
but again,
for
with
a
that
Crow.
Ruffs now in play,
But maybe a Notice.
the opening of the map
Works
is
well with
certainly a
Dog.
concern.
Chester's good
Having
with Dog
range
too.
Chester coming through,
That's
yeah.
good.
Two brawlers you mentioned coming in that they cannot
Now
get
they go in
on the
aggro?
side of Humble, and they've
I
been
think
able
they
to
should go in
establish it.
aggro into this.
Chester gonna be
Is
that
Edgar
kind of
open?
quality with the Pierce. I mean,
Dude,
Humble
I was
know
hoping to
exactly
see an
what they
Edgar,
want,
I'm not
right?
gonna
This is crazy.
lie.
Why are we
This
not
was
doing
Yeah,
that?
Ellie, I'm
This
saying.
was a master
Imagine we
break
see
for
an
the side
Edgar.
of Humble, and Chester can also break open the map.
We will see an
if he
Edgar
gets
today.
his
We
right
will see an
super.
Edgar.
Wild.
Now,
Best
I
believe.
hope Bounty Hunters on the right side did their homework and
Oh
they
boy, how are
know
you?
Humble must have wanted to pick up that brawler. I'm so surprised that they didn't pick up Pierce themselves to make sure that Humble doesn't get their hands on it. It looks like they have another plan. Now, what is that plan? I
Oh.
wonder. Oh, he's gonna come in. He's
I mean, I
already
guess they don't have
bringing
any
in that
movement.
range that they were lacking so far, especially on a wide open map with Sirius and Kenji. You usually want those walls to stay.
Might allow Sirius
Dude,
to
this
get
could
off
be
the
a
mark
tap
bit better
fest.
as well,
Tap
but,
fest
I
for
just kind of
Humble.
worry. You gotta hope that Bounty Hunters are intending.
2024 Godzilla song? I do, I do.
But as we're gonna head over to the
I played.
balancing desk.
Don't worry,
and see how the
Lazarus.
match plays
And
out.
I played 2017.
Thank you very much,
That was a
Art.
beta.
Welcome in, everybody. I know Humble is ready to go. The audience, big and loud. I'm Kenny. Joined with me, Trav. We'll be one of your two dynamic duos this weekend. South America, been starved for success for a
Beautiful.
long time.
Here we go.
And now
Let's
they take
go.
on the
Let's go.
defending
Let's
champions,
go.
your Brawl Cup reigning
Come on,
champs.
lock in.
Humble
Portox
versus
making a
Bounty
lot of
Hunters right
space
off the middle.
already. Lukey
Prosy
takes him
going
out.
up a takedown immediately. Lukey playing one of his most iconic brawlers. This man is
Good
fierce
super
with
from
the
Lukey.
Pierce.
He actually lands
Very
it. I
early
did not
first
think he was
super finds
going
a connection
to.
on Prosy, which is going to keep him low in the meantime and keep this percentage ticking for Humble. Power up already provided as well on Portox. Not having the best
Lukey just doing his
designs in
best
this
to tap on
long-ranged
Pierce. He's
affair
actually a
on the right.
gross
Chester
Pierce,
through the mid,
dude.
still getting the desired percentage.
That early wall break's going to let Lukey have a lot of space to operate, and now Portox is trying to branch
Dude,
out.
he's
do easy
tapping.
campings, outranged, outgunned. Chester's
Oh,
just gonna take it down.
Lukey
Charge
tapping.
down, down,
Oh
it's a near
my
team wipe off the
God.
rip.
I mean, this is
Who do I think is gonna win
exactly
the
how
cup?
we
I hope
expect it to
only
go.
Realm.
The guys on
What's
the
good, Phoenix?
analyst
Good to
desk
see you,
touched on
bro.
it. This is the three brawlers that Humble want, and you've given it to them in the first set. A big break coming down from Boss as well. Hyper charge drop provided, and Semantic is going to be thanking him for that.
No shocker whatsoever in terms of team composition. Nobody seems to be able to encroach, move up the middle of the map. Now Rocket Rain terrorizing the right-hand side as Wesley. Portox try and migrate,
dude, this
but
is
the
100
distance just
draft.
can't be met. Pierce is so good from these long-term
Fair,
rounds. Semantic
Phoenix,
has enough to
fair.
gun him down. Portox
Magran, thank you for the
finally
10
starting to
roses.
get
Ellie,
it
thank you for the heartbeat. I didn't see that.
eradicated. Just
I appreciate
nothing
you.
from Bounty Hunters right now.
Yeah, Prosy forced to use those shadows as well to tank the Pierce Super and stay alive. But Humble, as soon as they get pushed back, they bounce back just as fast, straight back onto the mid, and only 15% needed now.
Oh, here goes the
Hypercharge comes down.
hypercharge.
Wesley's going to be able to evade that nicely,
Misses.
but it's covering that entire left-hand side, and the only one with a pathway through is going to be Prosy at the moment, and he's too low to contest.
There's no way
Portox
this is
with the super on the
winnable.
left-hand side, they clean up, and there's a bit of a lifeline for Bounty Hunters.
Dude, there's no
Off
way,
in the
right?
feet. Now Wesley and Prosy occupying the middle of the map. This boss rotates to this left-hand side. Portox in hot pursuit. Take down there.
Lukey taps,
Wesley
it's
a
over.
gunner for this world, and now 90% in climbing. Semantic roughly standing still, just dancing in the
Nice.
middle of the
It's
map. The
over.
Mad Hatter untouched. Early game
Wow.
victory for
Wow, bro. Why is Brawl Cup this early? Well, it's
Just
1
the
p.m.
start
in
they'll
Berlin.
wanted, and the
Almost
crowd
like
support
1:30 right
already
now.
behind them.
So I
On home
understand.
field, a couple of German
It's
players
just
here
early
as well,
for me,
going
you
to
know.
be having the support, bit of a taste of their own medicine as to what we saw in
Team
LCQ
Humble.
last year.
Must
Some of the
humble
South
them.
American fans.
I mean, we'll
Into
see.
game number 2. I'm expecting this to be just as easy for Humble.
I think
They
this
started
is- I don't
so
know.
strong. You expect them to carry
They
on.
started
It's just
strong.
a great composition. They've got the long range, they've got the wall break option, an early gadget for pressure. They send Semantic up the middle of the map. If Kenji dares to go at them, they can just rotate this brawler onto them. Prosy, though, doing a great job. Until this wall break goes through, if they feed Boss, that's where the real issue starts. So until then, Bounty Hunters have to give themselves as much of a head start as possible.
An undeniable
guys.
better start for Bounty Hunters, but I don't think it's meaning too much at the moment. They've quite clearly moved that Kenji over to the left-hand side to face off against the Roughs in early doors instead of the Pierce, who
They're
was
holding
handling him
and
so
getting time.
well.
It's more
But
even
now
game
it's
than
Wesley's
last.
turn to face off against this Lukey Pierce.
I
And
mean,
don't
last
think
time it was literally like
anybody's gonna enjoy
75%
that
and like
matchup.
almost
Boss
nothing.
rounding the corner, and there goes the dog treat. Gonna open up the top right-hand side of the map. A dive in the air.
Oh,
There's
what a
Flat Crash
super
one.
from
There's one kill.
Portox,
Now a
dude.
2. Prosy has assistance from the extra spawner, so they're gonna occupy
Lukey
the
left
middle of this
alone.
map for now. Significantly better, I would say, Bounty Hunters in terms of adjustments. They didn't
Lukey
let
trying
Boss
to
get that
tap, he's
super early,
tapping.
but this is where it's going to be the ultimate
Dude,
test.
Lukey on
and
the
a
Pierce is
immediate
disgusting.
reversal of a team wipe. Crowd already on its feet.
I mean, percentage-wise, it's looking great. great for Humble now. Just taking the lead, full control to them as well. 3 members of Bounty Hunters pinned back in spawn, and a hypercharge ready to go for Lukey. Just popping it for the raw stats now. Can't be too far off super, but hasn't managed to find it just yet. There's another hypercharge drop being placed as well, and Semantic already has one in hand. He's probably going to wait until he can get a super and use that before going for it.
Brawl Stars good as boy, just providing so many dog treats for his allies. Wesley going to be sucked onto this right-hand side, not going to be able to move a muscle. I mean, Humble hardly moving a muscle at all. It's just Lukey tip-tapping down.
Kenji is trolling, but there's not much he can do. Like, what is Kenji going to do into this comp? He's ranged the whole time. He can only dodge for so long.
Humble doing their best to right the wrongs of the
8:45 nighttime.
Final.
Dang,
Bounty Hunters,
well, this is actually perfect timing for
mountain
you,
to climb in front of them here, and I don't think that's the way they'll want to
Morning,
start
Breas.
this international
How are you?
competition here in
Jake,
Berlin.
what's good? Yeah, so early.
Real tough for them, and I think the majority of them going to have to put down to the draft, but they were outplayed too.
It just from start to finish
this is going to be a big thing, seeing how long this next
us caught on immediately.
takes.
There's just so many pluses for this Humble composition. It's a very stereotypical look to Humble. And just in terms of 1v1 matchups, I mean, look at this. We've got Chester, immediately can take on a Kenji. The burst damage, that's why he's an anti-tank. That's why you're going to see him be drafted so early. This 6-pick Pierce outranges every single one of the enemies, especially when this wall break goes down. It's just open season for Lukey, and you all know what this guy can do on the Pierce. He's unbelievable, one of the best in the world. I just didn't love the gameplay, and obviously the execution's a lot harder to make happen when you don't have a craft to set yourself up.
I mean, it's worrying where you kind of forced to swap lanes in something you don't want to do. Yes, it worked a tiny bit better. Game 2 was, I think they had a little bit more of a foot in the door compared to game 1, but stat-wise, it speaks for itself. The result, 6-3-8. Obviously, Lukey popping off on what seems to be his favorite brawler. Over the other side, Prosy, Portox, and Wesley not looking too good. 0 on that bow. And I mean, in the second game, who can blame him? He's being forced onto that Pierce matchup, which he's not going to be enjoying. But really disappointed to see those scorelines earlier.
Stat lines tell
Did
the story as
Rome go
well.
out?
I mean,
Dude,
just
this
nothing
is the first,
going the way of
set.
bounty hunters, and I think sometimes
You
when you
got
get
a lot.
outdrafted
Rome's
first
so
time on the
stuffy,
stage, today at least, warming up, getting the muscles a little loose, it happens. But you can't afford mistakes like that. South America's a region
Serious die 6 times, I have no
to
idea.
try and cling on to some success. It's been a very rough go of it since 2021. We had INTZ way back in the day. We had Loud last year. But there's this huge sandwich of years in between where this region has not taken away any hardware.
Okay, Otis, Kaze,
Cord, we were just
Ruffs,
dueling Beetles. We're going to be
Croban.
hopping into Hot Potato.
Another
Otis,
hot
I was
zone
keeping an
match.
eye
They
out
go
on Colonel
Colt
Ruffs,
first
like we
pick.
mentioned, a fan favorite for something like
Here, I
Humble.
feel
They're going to
like-
go ahead and throw it out. Early claim of that wall break, some extra DPS from that Colt.
Oh, this is Hot Potato.
Yeah,
Whoa,
it's great to
whoa,
have. No
just
surprise in
completely
seeing
switched
banning
up. They
out
take
that,
Colt. Lukey
Ruffs
looks
as
upset
well
about
over
something.
the right-hand side. A brawler that you don't want to be facing after just being absolutely destroyed
Otis
by
is
on a map like
gone.
Hot Potato. So as you say, I like the
You
Colt
like
pick, bringing in that
Kaze?
wall break early on.
Oh,
Probably
wait, Kaze
the
banned.
best wall break / DPS you're going to get on a
Maybe
map
like a
like this.
Lily get
And I
picked
think
here
they
or
need to
something.
kind of play this a little bit differently, break the map, sculpt it to how they want, because in the previous one, it was night and day, and
There it
Humble
is.
dominated.
Certainly
And
going to make them
then
rethink this, as now the left-hand end is going
keep
to
it
claim
close,
Lily.
or like-
And especially in the face of a
They
wall
need some
break like
range,
that, that's very
though.
interesting. It's not that Lily
In
is
terms of range,
uncommon,
what do they want?
but
Like an
obviously Lily
amber?
benefits
They
from
keep it
lurking
simple,
in the
go amber?
shadows, in the bushes, disappearing to that shadow realm, and it's just purely going to be a matchup favor up close.
Yes,
If these
there
walls come
is
down, definitely a trickier
Hunter
way to go
Hunter
about it.
and regular
I mean,
Sean.
I actually don't mind the Lily, to be honest with you. I think
Yeah,
like,
Lukey's
it's a
tough.
brawler where you obviously just pop your gadget, walk up to the safe, get that damage, and that's your entire job. Yes, you might pick up a few kills on the way, get your hypercharges, and use
go
those really
Carl?
conditionally as well. So I think it's solid.
Whoa.
Carl going to come in as well. It's just one of
Carl's
those
not meta.
versatile brawlers. No matter
Interesting.
what gadget you're going to be using, going to be fairly decent, and you know it has a say in the majority of matchups.
With this Otis being banned out and now seeing the face of a Lily, typically anti-tank
What about,
is
like,
sometimes where
RT?
these teams are going to go. I would say the most stereotypical in the meta right now, at least for this map, would be Nita and Chester, but alongside a Colt, definitely makes their jobs a little trickier. More mid-range options. Chester, of course, with the burst damage does well into Lily, but it's not necessarily a special for something like Hot
RT can
Potato.
shut
So I'm
him
curious
down.
to see what this right-hand side does with this, because it's a really interesting
Edgar!
one, too.
We see an Edgar! We see an
Yeah, well,
Edgar!
Edgar showing up.
Love the applause.
It's been a while
Did you
since
see
we've
Lukey's
seen these show up,
face?
and in the
We
past,
see
they're
an
either very
Edgar.
decisive. It's kind of picked as a last when it's going to be absolutely perfect. But it's a brawler that's just so strong at the moment after those changes, and it's a brawler you've got to be incredibly scared of. So I wouldn't want to be bounty hunters at the moment, looking in the face
Bro,
of
I
that.
think
And
Edgar's
the thing
gonna
is as
cook.
well,
I just feel
because
like Edgar's gonna
they
cook.
didn't go
I'm
range
not
on
gonna
the side of
lie.
bounty hunters when they see the Colt. They've gone pretty short range, pretty mid range. You know, Humble can still just kind of
dude, they're gonna
play
base
at whatever
race.
distance they want,
They're
regardless of sculpting the map to that longer
prepared
range.
for a
This right
base
side
race.
adds melody as well, which
Peter,
is
how are you?
mid-range, but especially good for heist. The musical notes can rotate, get onto that heist
Into a
stage.
Lily. Edgar
I'm
beats
really
Lily.
interested to see what this left-hand side does, though, because as far as counters go into Edgar and Melody, a lot of times I think you would instantly see a Bull or something like that as a shotgun brawler up in the faces of enemies, can dive forward, does high-safe damage. But in this instance, now there's wall break, and I think you just have to be extra cautious of
Not
that.
all the
Otherwise, we're
time.
going to see something similar to that first
I
set.
mean, bro,
where
and
Colonel Russ would
Lily
get a wall
can
break,
literally
something like
not
a Pierce
kill
from the
an
long
Edgar.
distance, would just get free shots, free supers. So I think there's just two
In
very
a 1v1,
contrasting
I'm saying.
strategies, and they just have to commit to that anti-tank at some point, and that's where
Okay,
Chester's
they
gonna come
go.
into play.
They go Chester.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Chester's a
Chester,
brawler, as you
yeah,
say, that's
Chester
gonna be
can
good
handle
against those
some.
tanks, that more aggression, but still is going to have a
Dude,
bit of
I
a
don't
say
know.
in
I
all the
like
matchups
bounty
mid,
hunters
longer range,
comp
if you're
more.
gonna be able
Let's
to,
see how this
you know,
plays out,
evade
guys.
some
I
shots and get in the face
seriously
of the call,
think
you're gonna be doing
that
just fine.
Edgar's gonna
With
fry.
Edgar and Melody, they're both going to be coming directly towards
Edgar
you,
taps
so you just
all
gotta
of them
make
with the
sure
shield
that you've
gear.
got the
Dude, I
desired
don't think he should be
supers
running
and
the shield
those
gear. I think he should be
heavy
running the
hitting
double
shots when
jump.
they do come towards you.
Like that in the hands of a
Two very
pro,
different
he's just gonna be
strategies.
doing team
Bounty
wipes.
Hunters already on the back heels. Humble to be expected are coming
Bro, screw
out
the shield,
swinging.
man.
They may
Actually,
have
screw the
flopped in
shield.
previous month, but this is a team
Double
that
jump.
shows up
You double
on
jump
the
supers,
land
double jump
stage.
everything.
Rosie, Wesley, and Portox got their hands full. It's now Semantic straight
Semantic's
up the
just
middle of the
going
map. He's gonna
straight
disappear,
up.
Pop up. They're not even going to worry about him on defense. They're just going to fully commit this 3v2.
Yeah,
I
they
mean, to
just
be
want
honest,
the
the
base
race is
race.
probably the best of their ideas against a
There
team
they
like
go.
Humble.
Rosie
But
saves
great
super.
defense so far. Luki's going to be able to clean up too, and it leaves just Portox alone. Bomb comes through, and I think he probably was trying to get the hit there, but a bit of wall break along that portion of the map. It's not going to be the worst thing when you're against the Edgars and the Melodies.
Oh,
Luki
Luki's
coming through, has
frying.
the
Okay, what is
nice
Prosy
little,
doing?
rage chest.
Wait,
He'll
wait,
get a
wait,
couple
low
of shots
key?
in, and Boss
Low
back
key?
into this
Maybe
aggressive
he's just
stance
bad
once
at-
more.
bad at
Semantic
Edgar,
might
though.
be forced to defend, but a hyper
Because
charge
what
from
was
Boss
that?
and a bit more damage from the gadget too.
Could have been better. I mean, kept
Okay,
them alive a little
walls
bit
are
longer, but
broken.
nonetheless, it applies more pressure. They can still maintain this positioning as now Semantic once again pops out of the
Hi,
shadow
Kim
realm.
Still. How are you? How are you?
Portox dives in. The musical notes will get the final blow as Wesley from the long range works with the 6-shooter. Luki, all things considered, he's a very mid-range brawler. He's holding his own quite well.
Yeah, Luki's, you know, he's used his super, but he's forced one of Portox's dashes out of the way, which is going to make it a bit more difficult for him to get to the safe, get out. In comes the Edgar now. There's going to be another crack, but it's
he's
actually the first
low-key
one for
sounding
them.
so bad.
Portox will follow suit and try and get some damage too. Has the hypercharge now, but just takes the crack for the moment. And Semantic needs to get this done up top because that damage is raining in for BH.
Prosy just puppy guarding the safe. Meanwhile, work being done up top. Now it's about even. A dive
go.
in, a disappearance act from Semantic as he's going to
Hypercharge
pop out at
coming
a
in.
moment's notice. They have no idea where he is. Lily hypercharge makes contact, no kill as Carl up top, above the realm, keeps chipping away at this high
Oh my
safe.
gosh, that's so close. I think that Edgar plays
another.
well. I don't know what Prosy's doing.
Yet
I
again,
think,
those
yeah,
is
I think if
expected,
Prosy plays
but
well,
I really
like,
like what Bounty
they
Hunters
win
are
this
doing.
game.
100%.
You're not better than Humble. We know this.
You don't think
coming
Edgar
into
was
this
the pick for
competition.
Prosy? Yeah,
Humble
Zeta,
are
I
the
think they
reigning
should put someone
champions.
else on the
They
Edgar.
have won a world
That
championship.
looks good. Sounds good.
Like, you're not going to be the better team coming into this one. You've got to pick some
Alright, let's
questionable
see.
brawlers, some, well, not questionable, really aggressive ones, something that's going to throw a spanner in the works, and just go for a base race at this point.
Operating on pure chaos as we see the exact same strategy from Semantic right up the gut.
Dude,
Chester
Prosy.
fully operational on defense. An insta kill
he's
there. I would say that certainly
selling.
favors Humble. At the bottom of your screens here off screen, it's going to be about 75%. One more tap, they will penetrate that 25% threshold, which is huge for the Humble side.
Yeah, a little slow comes through there from Boss as Wesley will pop that gadget. He's just going to keep him here for now. Luki will go around and pick that one up, but through the middle, Prosy comes jumping on in and finds a kill. Little gadget there as well from the Carl before he went down, and pretty much even Stevens at the moment in terms of percentage. A narrow 1% lead for Humble, but it's pretty much a 50-50 of who's going aggressive and who's not.
Much more back and forth pacing in this one as Wesley releases a super. No real contact though. Gonna keep Boss alive as he's multitasking. Oh, and look at the young man work. A double kill there. Just leaves Edgar and now Chester in a much more manageable situation.
I mean, that was their chance, and they say no on the defense. Brilliant stuff from Humble yet again. Semantic popping a gadget, going aggressive. Portox probably can't defend this on his own without a super and will go down. The other two members of Humble joining them up.
I don't know. I think Prosy's being too. Nah, it's gross. Like he should have jumped on Semantic, changed his super, jumped on. Like he could be team wiping, bro. All right, that's skill. That's skill issue, guys. That's skill issue. I think Prosy genuinely just doesn't know how to play Edgar.
Day number 1 for this squad.
I mean, this is the thing.
Imagine,
as I said,
Jay.
they're expected to come
3
here
bombs
and
and a
lose,
stun.
right?
Yeah,
They're
but Christopher,
playing
do
for
you
this
see
other
how?
group stage match. That's going to be the
You
big
see
decider in this
how
group.
Edgar was
I
playing
like
that? That
what
was
they're doing.
terrible.
Go Edgar, go these melodies. The more unpredictable brawlers who can just go towards that safe base race them. But it was just
What a
moments
game.
of
Not even, bro. That was
incredible
bad.
gameplay from Humble. Boss getting a couple of defenses, Humble getting a couple of, Lukey getting a couple of 2v1 defenses that really make or break these games from Humble. And just luckily for them,
nah,
they both went their way.
legitimately.
This felt very
You had
winnable.
Prosy
The
just
first
jumping
one to me
into-
never felt like they had a chance just based on the draft, and that's easy in
Are we
hindsight, obviously,
delayed?
but in this one, it felt like
Nah,
a much
we're
more fair
live.
fight, if you will. I think the execution from Humble was just phenomenal, though. You can see it here. I mean, 9 frags, 8 frags. I love the
Better than a
rotation
random
there.
that's playing
They
Edgar.
absolutely use Chester in the best way
Zidane,
possible.
that
Not
kind of,
typical
like,
for Hot
looks
Potato, but as an anti-tank
random playing
option
Edgar.
or just
Like, just at the
anti-aggro in this
pro scene.
point.
Like, he's
One
a
of
pro,
Chester's
keep in mind.
mainstays is the burst damage that he does. If Melody wants to get up close to that high save, if
Bro,
Edgar
Jay,
wants to get up close, that's one of the better ways that they could have countered that.
Yeah, incredible
Hi,
stuff
Big Dimity.
really from Humble. Just managing that aggression super well. And as I said, there was a couple of those 2v1 defenses that just made
Alright,
all
what's
the
next
difference
match?
in a set like that. That could have quite easily, you know, if
Bro,
they
they
don't
get
pick up
3-0
those skills,
right here.
you know, it's 100%. It's not luck, it's
My
skill. They're winning those 2v1s,
prediction's looking
but
good.
If just one of those matchups goes a different way, they're getting base race, they're getting beaten, and it's a totally different scoreline.
Boss had a phenomenal moment there. We saw him with roughly, what was it, 2,000 HP or so, has one extra gadget, a flying hook available, goes for the dagger and just a double kill there, just silencing SA. Such a tough beat here.
Here we
Humble
go.
expected to win.
Hit
I think
whole
many,
punt.
including myself, kind of wrote this as a 3-0. I'm not going to speak for the rest of the team, but this to me feels like a Humble that I'm not scared of. Despite falling
Skill
short in
issue,
the
Peter?
previously monthly finals,
What,
push
the
comes to
Edgar?
shove, Semantic, the only
Humble
thing
must
as one
humble?
of the
Yeah,
most
they get 3-0
decorated,
sweep them.
if not the most
Like,
decorated
actually.
pro in EMEA history, is to add more hardware to the shelf. This is where they're going to come to shine. They felt confident in conversations with them coming into this week. They know
good
what
call.
it takes
How are you?
on this stage, and for Bounty Hunters, they got a little experience on the roster, right? They've done good in the past. They're obviously number
Leon.
one in their region, but against a global titan like this, it's just different.
Well, I like the
Edgar
Leon,
and the whole
super
team.
strong at the moment as well. Obviously, Lollipop.
Yeah, but I mean,
providing
Bounty
a bit of
Hunters
speed
look
boost,
good, though.
really
Like,
solid,
I
and
feel like they
Leon's
should be
just
doing
a
better.
great brawler all
I feel like
around,
they're just
assassin,
nervous,
and
which is
aggression
what I
is
said
what they're
in
gonna
my
go with,
prediction
it
for
seems,
Humble. I was
but,
like, they just
I
have
mean,
more
as a
experience.
first
They're going to be
pick, I
calm,
like
cool,
it. It's
collected.
been, you know, it's going to be banned out quite frequently on a lot of maps throughout this weekend. So having that slip through and getting that early on, I like
Hi,
it.
how are you? Good to
Can't
see you,
blame
good
them
to see
at
you.
all, especially with the lollipop drop. You especially get some extra speed
Ooh,
going.
you got a
around
dog?
the squad.
Oh, yeah,
Colonel Ruff's
dog.
a very stereotypical pick on this left-hand side. I think overall in the meta, it also counters so many things really well between the sandbags and the light pressure.
They go
DQCs,
Chester.
the
They
other
go
gadget
Chester,
where the
Otis.
rockets just rain from the
Wait,
skies
they're
and pour
all
them out.
banned. Chester,
I think
Otis,
this is
and
just a
Crow.
safe
They
pick as
took
well. I mean,
3
especially at
fantastic
professional level
pairings.
compared to maybe your
They
average
banned 3
Joes like
fantastic
me.
pairings.
They're going to keep absolute maximum value.
Hey,
out of
thank you for
Colonel
the heart.
Ruff's dog
Wait,
tree, just
thank you for the
powering
Heart Me
up
the
your teammates.
Rose
If
to
they
go
don't die,
popular.
you just
And
continue
the
to have
25
extra
roses.
HP,
Thank you so
extra
much.
damage. It's a free,
All
essentially,
good,
solo
Lazarus.
showdown buff if you pick one up.
Lazarus.
This is the thing for me, Ruffs as well.
You're
As you
okay,
mentioned,
G?
Sandbag's going to be able to do a great job against so many brawlers, Leon being one of those. So when you know you're going to be facing off against that really aggressive brawler, you kind of feeding non-stop supers to the Ruffs, who's providing to his teammates and buffing him up. You're going to not probably get the kills because of the sandbags. And then they're going to add a Kenji to this as well for a bit of aggression of
is
their own.
there right now? Yeah,
Really
Colette's
scared for this
banned.
right-hand side right now. I think Meeple's kind of an
Maybe-
impossibility
nah,
at
not
this
even
point, which
Griff.
would be a
Griff's gonna get fried
stereotypical,
by
I would say, made
Ruffs.
at this point in the game. But Colonel Ruff Sandbags completely blocked that out. They need anti-take, but Chester, Crow, Otis, all
Buster.
are gone, so they're just completely zagging in another direction. Buster's certainly not something I see regularly.
Yeah, it's not something you know, we've seen in a good amount of time.
What do you see like a Mo,
in
bro?
the spotlight in Brawl esports, you know, probably last
Hecker,
year
thank you for the heart
sometime,
me.
to be honest with you. But at the moment, it's not the best. You know, I said in the last couple of drafts, you've kind of got to do things a little bit differently. And as you said, it's quite a big zigzag, changing things up. And they're just like, you know what?
What am
we
I
can't beat
seeing?
them normally. Let's just go Poco tank.
Yeah, but for Pinhole Punk, this is so interesting because I feel like the damage just isn't quite there for this right-hand side. I think an interesting choice for the left-hand end. If they decided to go something super beefy,
And they just
I
went
think they could
Stu.
handle it. I mean,
Stu
just
could,
having
like, round
Kenji
this
and
out
another
really
brawler
nicely.
absorb the shots. Maybe it's not the most traditional goal scorers or composition, but I really do think health
Actually,
points
wait,
might be
with
the
the Poco
solution for this
Buster, that's
left-hand
not
end.
very good. That's not enough damage. They
Yeah,
need some
it would
like,
make
damage.
sense. You say they don't have massive DPS. They've got the sandbags in
Yeah.
here as well, so it leaves a
They
big
need
gap open.
damage.
Ruffs can play them in.
Serious?
Serious instead.
Ooh.
And you know, against the aggression. Of
But
Buster,
against
you're gonna be
Poco,
printing
though?
so many of
I
those
don't get it.
clones, the shadows, Poco as well.
Like,
not
you'll get
really
the
gonna be
Buster
able to hide
clones,
too much,
but
so
then
should
the
be able to get
Poco's
a few
gonna
shots
shred
on
them.
those. I like the Humble comp again. I mean, obviously coming into this one, they're going to be big favorites, but I see this as a 3-0.
Yeah, Buster, Leon, Poco, it isn't stereotypical for this map or this mode. I mean, they had to get creative. You got to do that, especially when you're the underdog. But this is Humble we're talking about. If you're not going at least 50-50 on the draft, you are a goner. There's no way. They're too good all around. But nonetheless, Bounty Hunters will have to find a way to win. This is only their opening match of the day. Still plenty of time for recovery, but they're going to have to act quick.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best way to start. Killing that over-aggressive Kenji nice and early and getting this bush control is exactly what Bounty Hunters need. Boss still pinned back in spawn, but tanks a few of those shots with the shield. And the bounce back from Prosy is there for now. Pinned in this kind of top left, trying to get a few heals here and there. Gadget popped, everything popped, but can't stay alive. Moving this ball to the right-hand side now, and more heals being provided by Wesley.
That's what I predicted.
This Wesley and Prosy composition here of Poco just enabling Buster. And he's almost like hurting the enemy side. He's been putting him in a corner. Oh, and now supply drop is going to come out. They're going to have no idea this is coming as he was straight up in the grass. Supply drop going down. 3v2 situation. Semantic left all alone. Bounce shot goes in. Portox there to protect. And Bounty Hunters finally with the response.
I mean, that's the first sign of life we've seen for them in quite some time. Humble not looking too good for now, but as maybe they can get a few more power-ups here and there and take them in the long game. Prosy.
Yeah, Loki's serious into Poco and Buster is
charging the right now and does pop a super, trying to go super aggressive on Boss here. Super available for Boss as well, so can evade some of those shots. Luki just peppering Prosy down, keeping him low. Semantic the same on Wesley on the left, but they haven't really left their half yet.
Now Humble marching up the left-hand side of the map.
Here they come,
to the
though.
left-hand end.
Prosy.
Supply drop going down on the right-hand side, but if they play their cards right or rush up this right-hand
That's it.
will be enough.
All right, yo, Bounty Hunters get a game.
I mean, the best way to do it, like Humble didn't even seem in that game. This feels like a reverse of what we've been watching at the moment. Really good stuff from Bounty Hunters here. Just overwhelming amounts of HP and aggression is really proving difficult for this Humble composition to deal with.
Reflecting on this as well, they don't really have a lot to punish the Leon invisibility. There wasn't something like a Crow available to them, and it's not like they're going to pick a Gene or something that is fanning shots on this map. So Leon kind of gets away scot-free. Kenji's going to have to just get right up in his face if he wants a chance to tag him. Semantic's going to have to get a lucky bounce. Once again, left-hand in, Boss goes down immediately. The trade goes through. Wesley has a super available. He's debating this, though. Looking at this ball, going to leave it be for now. Semantic goes for the wall break, an extra spawner, and Humble's defense will hold firm.
Yeah, just needs to get control of this bush. I feel like that's what they were lacking in the last game.
Let's see Bounty Hunters at least take one set.
And you're never able to
not just be a Humble 3-0.
Especially when Semantic's not breaking it up. Kind of broke quite a lot of his home region with that first power-up. And Prosy forced to pop a bit of a defensive shield here rather than going on the offense. Now some of this grass will come down, and Semantic's growing into the game.
Oh, and now Prosy with a little
that's got to be a goal,
trying to
right?
manage it all. Not a great multitasking brawler, though. A kick over to Wesley. A walk through.
Dude,
barely
he tried. He actually almost had that. Oh my
South
gosh.
America's superstars waking up.
Couple of supers failed from
Plop, are you talking about Prosy's? Prosy's playing good.
Kenji, but he'll get pulled straight back in on landing.
Now Buster's solid with the right comp, for sure.
Throw that one out. Semantic trying
It's good general
defend, but from the right, Portox finds it.
All right,
and
Bounty Hunters take a set. It's 2-1. Let's see if they can actually ball their way up.
From the fellas, but it worked so well. The Buster gameplay was unreal. The awareness you have to have of playing just that middle section of grass.
This
being
guy's got a
fully aware
fat
that Sirius has
Sirius
clones
cutout,
that can scout
the
you
AI
out.
Sirius cutout.
Even if they clone something like a Poco, it's just insta shots just being spammed at you. There's nowhere to hide. But they played those gadgets really well. The lens flare to march themselves up several times up this map as well. It was a great hybrid of a brawler that's not typically overly aggressive, but I thought they did such a good job of claiming the Humble brawlers.
I mean, you can hear Boss there as well. He's like, I just can't do anything. Like, clearly outdrafted in this one, Humble, and outplayed at that as well. I don't think they got out of their half, to be honest with you. Maybe they did once. I think it was, as I was saying, they haven't left the half. They kind of left the half, but other than that, absolutely all Bounty Hunters here, and there's some signs of life showing. It's going to require an entire reverse sweep, so it's a big ask and a huge mountain.
Imagine Bounty Hunters reverse sweep.
Certainly shame on me. I mean, I really didn't expect this outcome here. I mean, if it ends up being a 3-1, close enough, but nonetheless, I mean, Bounty Hunters finally showing what a solid draft under and can do. They can contest. I mean, these brawlers in the Humble end, if you look at it,
welcome back,
very mainstream brawler. Colonel Ruff's a regular for them. Kenji, I go back and forth.
You want to take the underdogs?
I
want Humble because I have them at predictions on both accounts. And I want that free hypercharge on my menu.
This is going to go a
Is
little bit
Kenji
further
so
than
good?
I
Yeah,
thought it
Kenji's
was
so
at the
good,
bare
Plop.
minimum. We're heading over to Knockout. Bell's
All
Rock.
right,
Bounty Hunters still
Bell's
with a fighting
Rock.
chance.
Here we go.
Absolutely. Still requires 2 in a row, so it's going to be tough, but it is
good
a
timing.
possibility now. I think everybody would have expected.
All right, what do we have
I know you said
banned?
you didn't want to speak for anybody
Leon,
else.
Gene, Rico.
I thought this was going to be a 3-0. We kind of
Kit,
questioned
Mina, and
the
Ruffs.
draft a little
Okay,
bit
so
in
first
there
pick,
as well.
Bell's
Bans
Rock. Let's see if a
are
Naja gets picked.
obviously,
Oh,
in
Naja's
addition to the
banned.
global bans, we have the Leon, the Gene, and the Rico from the side of Bounty Hunters for Humble
close.
side.
Pierce. They just go with Pierce. They take
but
it from Luki.
On the opposing side, the Kit, the Mina, and the
I feel like
Ruffs
Angelo's going to get taken.
Free square for the
Maybe a
right
Bell.
I mean, Pierce is going to be a natural brawler that I think comes up at the top here.
Angelo or Bell, I feel like is going to get taken.
I will say, especially considering the global ones that we've got, they're really going to have to dig deep. I think it's been one of the biggest traits of what we've gotten from this global ban stage change. I mean, there can be up to 10 brawlers from the pool. I mean, a little less than around 10%, if you will, given our total brawler count at this point. Goodness gracious, we're well over 100, aren't we, Trav? That's a crazy thought to have. But at this point, they're really going to have to go for some more unusual picks, I would say, and that's where the screams come in handy.
Okay.
Brock, one of those that I think they just want to have the wall break control in their hands if they elect to use it, and if not,
so
they can
I
go
don't
with
see
Rocket
an
Laces,
Angela
bounce away if they've got
maybe
an
a
overly
Bell,
aggressive
though?
brawler. Plenty of combinations left.
Yeah, it's something you think about towards the later stage of the game, you know, with those gadgets, depending on what kind of route you need to take, whether you need to get away from some more aggressive brawlers
Maybe
that
an RT,
the Bounty
I don't
Hunter
know.
side could bring in. So I like that.
They go safer.
You're able to sculpt the map if you want, or as you say, kind of take
feel like
those
RT
rocket
gets
laces and
taken.
jump away if not. Edgar's still very much on the board as well if they do want that aggression, and there's a scary prospect at the moment.
Curious which direction they go.
Jay.
Jay Young. So I would say that's one that we mentioned that's not at the tippy top of our meta right
They
now.
take
but a
Jay
professional
low-key
scene,
so they
will show
can't
up
get
off
it
and on.
because
I'm
Jay
curious
into
what kind of
Brock is
fight
just-
they want this to be.
it's horrible,
It's going to be a
bro.
long-ranged affair, or are we going to go
Yeah,
something like a
let's-
Byron that can
let's
cut off the
globally
healing from
ban.
Jay Young, also outrange.
So,
Gus
like,
is
nobody
somebody
can
that shows up quite a
take
bit
them
on this
ever.
map as well. I mean, a lot of our stereotypical ones
In
are
this
out
whole,
of the
like,
way.
thing.
Maybe surprise thrower at the end, depending on what wall break compositions we do end up going here.
Back over to the Bounty Hunter side.
Bro, I
Seven's
feel like they
graphics
could
are a little
actually
bit flipped,
Edgar.
So slightly confusing. Apologies for that for the people watching at home.
Okay, they
Ollie's gonna
ollie
come in then.
instead.
We were
They
questioning
actually
if they
ollie.
were going to go this aggressive route, and they
And then
do.
what, like a
And
Byron?
yet again, I like it. It seems when they kind of brought in that overwhelming HP against brawlers who couldn't deal with it, they did well. So why not try it twice?
I wonder if this is partially to take away from a Jay Young Ollie composition or something along those lines. Maybe they were thinking that would have been the priority of choice.
Squeak?
And Squeak is a cutoff brawler as
No,
well. I wonder
there's
if they're
no
looking out for
way.
something like a Buster here to combine
There's
with this
no
Jay Young. It'd be
way.
really interesting now with a Squeak shot on the ground. Fans
Bro,
out, gets a
Bounty
little
Hunter's
cutoff
about to
there,
get
so the interaction with
walked.
that Buster shield can be quite interesting sometimes.
How can you kind of ollie?
Well, last brawler.
What
for
stun
Humble,
do they
need
have,
to try and
dude?
win this one.
They just
and
go
close
something
it
with the
out
stun, no?
in a 3-1, because if they let Bounty Hunters get their feet back in this game and get to a set 5, momentum's going to be fully with them. So it's a worrying thing for
something
them.
with
I'm sure they would have, like the
stun,
rest
right?
of us, expected to come into this one, sweep it out, move on to the next.
There's the
It's going to be a role
meatball.
you mentioned
Yeah,
a few
dude.
times. You kind of wanted it to
They're
show
gonna
up
run
here and there, but
the stun
kind of
gadget,
had
and it's
counters already on the
wraps.
table.
GG's.
Well, Meeple is going to be the
Yeah,
last brawler rounding
Meeple's
out
rage
Humble's,
quit.
composition.
Meeple does
And I
really
like
well
it.
on
I
the
think it's very
squeak.
solid, very good at the moment, and a great
He can
shout.
just
I
dodge
think
a
there's a
shot
fair
and
gadget
walk up
debate
and
coming in
tap
from
him.
Brock as well. I think that's partially
Even
why
Pierce
just
can
go
put a
proactive
ton of
when
pressure on
drafting him.
Pierce.
There's not a ton of wall break options. I mean, occasionally you'll see something crazy like a Griff, but it just doesn't feel like it meshes with the
On a
map
map
nearly
like
as
this
well
and
as
the
these
map
other
orientation,
brawlers.
it's like
Bounty Hunters.
Meeple
Finally
gets
showing
so
us
much
a little
value.
bit of life. South America has been through the ringer in terms of the comments section for this community. The results have not been showing in recent years.
What
and Bounty
happens when a
Hunters,
person
the new
doesn't
SA
pick
#1,
up? Oh, I have
trying
no
to
idea
prove
here.
themselves
I don't
on the
expect that
opening
to
match.
happen,
It's
but I would
Humble, an
imagine. I actually have no
illustrious
idea.
squad looking to maintain their resume as Boss on this left-hand side is going to fight
Oh,
Prosy.
Prosy gets a yacht.
Aggressive, gonna have to
Boss
back
gets
off.
out,
The
though.
extra speed and health will barely keep him alive.
Yeah, let's not forget it is rocket fuel coming in then for Luki, so doesn't have that escape method if Prosy wants to go towards him. So going to have to be very cautious. That pinch coming through now, and Prosy just looking for another super and gets it. Humble pinned back in the spawn for now, but Prosy taking a few shots.
Oh,
Great hit
Semantic's
with
got to
eyes,
be gone.
but
Oh,
just
he gets a
narrowly
great
survives,
stun.
And a big gadget needed from Semantic to keep him in the mix.
They've been on death's door, but Boss has barely kept them afloat. Now the extra speed going down on the right-hand side. Makes contact with 2 brawlers. That's devastating. As Luki's
Nah,
going to be
Bounty
pinned on
Hunters
this
have
top
this.
right-hand side. The best thing that Bounty Hunters are doing right now, they have not allowed the other
Boss gets a
team to really be
fantastic
kill
kill.
right
The
there.
crowd
Humble
actually
demonstrating the
cheers.
mechanics. Now Wesley left alone for this world on the right-hand side. And
Is that
Warthog's
tech?
the
Oh, the
squishy
maps are
brawler.
gonna open
Gonna have
up.
a tough time with all this.
I mean, how they can be in so many compromised positions and come out on
Wow.
top of this is crazy to me.
Wow.
Warthog's still got a chance here for Semantic.
Wow.
Will hone that shot back onto him. Humble were in a tough position for a lot of that, but persevered.
Great recovery from Humble. I mean, there were
Took
multiple
Ollie
moments
on
there where I
Brock.
thought
I
Boss
think-
or
I
Semantic
think
were going
Ollie's
to
fine.
die. They're not the healthiest squad. Usually you're going to see Jay Young paired with these beefier brawlers to get the most out of it, but instead he's just barely holding on for his fellow brawlers. As Wesley now rotates to this left-hand side, going to be trying to
Like, there's an
outrange
end game.
the Boss.
They just wait for end game.
Just a few shots going through as Luke.
Like, it
gonna
should
post
be a
up on the
free
right-hand
win.
side.
Okay, not
More
anymore, because
control for
Humble, I
this
mean,
time.
Semantic's
They
trying
were
to stun.
very much pinned in the back of the spawn
He's
last
gonna
time,
put
so
pressure
comes
on
down from
Prosy.
Semantic, and he's just
Yeah,
gonna
he
go towards it.
overextends just
Gets
a
it,
little
and
bit,
oh,
and then he
there's
gets.
super
Oh
coming
my
through.
gosh!
But
But
he
then
survives
oh,
again. How did he
keep on getting away with this?
They love
Nah,
calling it
Prozy's
close.
cooked,
Prosy
bro.
now dives to the left hand in, but nowhere to go. Wesley
Oh, that
gone
was
as well as
gross.
Portox works by himself. No point in fighting Destiny.
Wow.
Fog closing in as well, and Humble with an early match point.
I'll be fine with it.
I mean, I
Oh,
was ready
wait.
for that
No,
to be
I don't think
an
they can pick
incredible
Damien.
play. I thought it was
I don't
going
think
to come in
Damien's
and find
allowed
that
here.
shot. Unsure if it just didn't have the damage the Pierce shot, or if they just snuck a heal in there from the Jae Young. It's something we'll have to look back on, but I couldn't see it in the moment.
Great fight.
All right, this is
But
it.
Bounty
This
Hunters
is it.
certainly down. This is a set that looks like they're not doing nearly as hot as we saw over in Brawl Balls. Prosy works the
For
wall
all
on
the
his left-hand
marbles.
side. Semantic
It's
getting rather
over. We'll
aggressive. Be
see.
careful,
We'll see.
brother. They
We'll
do have
see.
that gadget. You've seen them use it multiple times, but somehow Boss just continues to keep his teammates alive. Jae Young certainly not a meta brawler, but Boss working it to perfection.
Yeah, I mean, on the right-hand side, too, you're looking at Lukey against Wesley, and, you know, it's a sharpshooter matchup that Lukey's, you know, probably brawler-wise, maybe not favoring him, but he really is good on these longer range brawlers. Little break coming through there as well, getting rid of some of the grass. Nowhere for Ollie to hide. They know where he is now. And Semantic getting hit hard, forcing a few heals out of Boss, which means they won't be fast for a while.
Boss has been exhausting shots left and right. Once again, preserves the life of Meeple, who's on the run right now. Prosy barely makes enough of a connection. It's going to keep Meeple alive for now as Wesley starts multitasking here. Here comes all the kills on the ground.
Gets
as Lukey
Lukey.
goes down. 3v2 situation.
Doesn't care,
Boss
uses super.
clinging to the wall, activating gadget,
Gets
the
picked.
trade. This could be a close
Oh.
call, folks. 2v1 situation.
Semantic's going for it.
He's going for this. Activates
Aw,
the super,
he
but
low-key
it's a
sold the
complete
super.
waste. Prosy had gadget in the
He
back
low-key sold the
pocket.
super.
Don't love that choice.
Yeah, I mean, super.
Is Null
gadget,
safe?
a
I'm
lot
not
of
sure,
kit
Jared, actually. I've never used
expended
Null.
there
But I
by
assume it is.
Semantic.
I know a lot of
You
people
would
that
have
use
loved
it.
to have them for this round, I'm sure, especially with that hypercharge available now, but he's back at square one in terms of supercharge. I think he got a couple
Yes,
of
I
hits
do.
in,
Shoot.
so
Shoot
can't be
that.
masses off.
Boss is the boss, yes.
Prosy as well, but over aggression, surely he goes down, and he does. It's a 2v2, but Semantic out.
Oh my gosh, Semantic. Oh, he goes down.
Rocket fuel.
Lukey's got to go for it. He gets a kill.
Trying to get the job done.
He's gonna hyper.
Hypercharge rolling on
He gets
in,
the-
but he misses
oh.
half of it.
Portox now on the back heel. Sharpshooter versus the squishy man on the bottom right of your screen. It's a 1v1 straight
There's
up.
no way
but
Brock
surely
loses
a
this,
rocket
bro.
launcher can deal with the
Like, Brock wins
ball
this
here
all
on
day.
the bottom of the map.
Coming back up now.
Portox,
some
can you
ground.
dodge the
Lukey
Brock,
having
close the
to give
distance?
way, but there's the
Oh my
rocket fuel
gosh.
as well. Keeps him low and keeps him pinned in this bottom left.
He
A few
can't
more
dodge
connections
Lukey.
are found, but Squeak
Oh my gosh, gets hit
massively
again.
outranged.
It's
Down
over.
to one shot.
Lukey playing this rather patient. Portox doing his best to dodge.
Ah!
Activate super, but not enough. Rumble now 1 round away.
This is it. This is all the normals.
Big, decisive round. Humble just one away from winning this game and moving on to the next group stage game. Wesley getting hit hard on the right-hand side by Lukey, again just dominating that matchup. They're going to need something from Prosy. There's the super coming out from Squeak, and it clips Semantic, bringing him down a little bit, but still so healthy with Jae Young in his back. There's the kill opener
Wow,
for
what a
Humble
pick. It's
to go
over.
and finish
Bounty
this
Hunters
one out.
Floodgates have opened.
Bounty
Purple
Hunters
buttons have been
lost.
popped, and Wesley
Sounds
being
good, Rob.
backed
Good to
up.
see you. Good to
Portox
see you.
doing the best he can. Gadget goes down for Boss. Semantic now letting loose with a super, and in the 3v1,
Wow.
he knows there's not a chance of a comeback.
Wow.
Rolls,
Humble takes it.
Champions back on top. Another day in the office for Humble.
It was a big ask for Bounty Hunters, and for most, they've done better than expected. Getting a set on the board, having a good fight
Nani?
against
I don't
the
know.
reigning champions.
I mean,
of the
these guys
Brawl
are pros,
Cup
bro. You
is a
can't really
big
say they're
thing,
sold.
and I think
Selling.
it gives them promise going forward into the next group stage games.
I think a lot of us, and especially fans at home, you saw it in the poll vote. A lot of people expect Humble reasonably to come out on top here, but A0 is much more manageable, I think, in terms of expectations. This is a region that thrilled last year. It's going to be an interesting group stage, but I can't wait to see how it goes down. Let's go over to Barney and check out our winners.
Here we go. Humble doing humble
Oh, they do
things
interviews
once
too?
again. The crowd on your side as well,
I do,
guys.
I do, Shugo.
Congratulations. You've opened up the tournament
Miranda.
with a really a confident win, I must say. Now, tell us about performing here on the main stage first. Tell me about the preparations leading into the Brawl Cup this time round as well.
I think we are really honored to be two Germans playing first on a German LAN. Einfach unfassbar. Danke an alle, die hier sind. Yeah, the preparation, of course, first match, you might say there's the most nerves on that team. I might say it's fine, we LAN warriors, we know what we do with. We did drop a set, which was not according to our plan. But we will learn from that and come back stronger for the next games.
Yeah, we've got to talk a little bit about, I mean, a hot topic coming into this was, of course, your April monthly final. That was like a blip on the road, wasn't it? But then you step out onto the LAN environment, onto the main stage, and it's like you guys turn into a different team altogether. Is there something about performing on LAN for you guys that just dials you up to 11?
I'm gonna look straight to my coach, who is not participating
thank you for the
in the
laughing
boot
taco.
camp of our
Thank you so
finals,
much.
and gonna blame all him.
Do you have something to say about
that? Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Brock.
Don't worry about it. It's all good. Now, before I let you go, just one final question. Your next opponent, you've got a little break now, but your next opponent's going to be Ace0, a team that's probably quite difficult for you guys to prepare for, just considering they're not in the same region as you, they play in their own thing. How has that been? Have you managed to scrim them coming into this, and how's the confidence?
Thank you for the
We don't scrim them since we don't know group stage, so we actually don't know how good they are.
are.
We will not underestimate them by any means. We will give our best, play our comfort brawlers, and see how it goes.
That is the perfect answer. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Humble!
It's okay, bro. No worries, bro.
Thank you, Barney, and thank you
Holy
for
semantic
this
picture.
beautiful applause from the home crowd. Humble looked super confident here. We had Kenny during his cast even saying, just another day at the office for them. Well, they did lose a set though, Kenny.
I think it's still fine. Look, it's the opening match of the day, the weekend. These guys dropped 2 sets in total at last Brawl Cup. That's one, folks, so now I'm going to be on the lookout. They only get one more.
What stood out to you specifically?
Bounty Hunters suck.
I think for me, the flaws in
Dude,
Bounty
they're
Hunters'
pros,
approach to the
guys.
draft, because we were saying on the desk going into that first matchup,
think they
this
did
is the
sell a lot,
comp that Humble want, and they cannot allow that to happen inside of Bounty Hunters, and every single brawler
Sounds good.
was one that we discussed. You know, I said going into that match that they kind of had to have been hoping for that to be the case and have a plan in the back pocket. They did, but they did show up. It was just a little bit too late going into the match. So going into this match against Ace0, they need to kick things off faster. They cannot afford to be behind and you know, playing into the wind.
We even discussed it during the draft that Ruff's first pick was a dead giveaway, that they wanted to pick up Pierce for Loki once again.
No problem, Ghost. I'll catch you.
Then the next set that followed, Humble won again. In Brawl Ball, they looked a bit shaky, Kenny. What happened there?
It was a bit shaky, and honestly, it caught me off guard. A very unorthodox go there, but the Buster gameplay was unbelievable. It was a composition I didn't really feel like was going to work, but it was a surprise pick, and I think that's what you got to do if you're Bounty Hunters. When we get to this later down the road of Bounty Hunters in Ace0, expect this to be just crazy. I have no idea what to expect. 2 contrasting regions, 2 very different styles of gameplay in a brawler pool that is not the same.
For the underdog team, you
11
usually want
minutes,
to
bro.
surprise your opponents so they are not
playing some
ready
Brawl
for
Stars,
it.
bro.
Now, in our next match, we have a bit of a
Nah, I'm literally
dark
gonna be here
horse,
until
maybe.
like,
We don't really know what they like to
I don't even know,
draft because
11 in the
China
morning,
usually
bro.
plays on their own version of the game. This is really hard also for us casters to prepare. We don't have too many stats of their monthly finals. We just know they won 3 times despite never having played on a global stage. Ace0 actually beat the favorite of that region, Toxic Lotus, that we've seen absolutely pop off
just
last
get
year.
gameplay,
Yeah, not once, not
please?
twice, but 3 times. Every single monthly final, Ace0 laid down.
Oh, we get a chaos drop. Nice. Cheers. Take it. Wait for the next match to start here. I know, right? They're really making it take forever. Okay. Epic. That sucks. Who will win? There's Bounty Hunters versus Ace0 next. I think Bounty Hunters will win that one. What do I want to play right now? Let's just do this. I feel like playing some stew. Humble versus Foot. They're not playing against each other. Where are they?
Are you crazy?
Why does that go to her too? That's so stupid.
Smartphones, stupid people.
Grab that. Watch for that kid though. He's dangerous. Whoa. Nah, that's ridiculous. Really get super there. That would have been a guaranteed kill. No, I missed. We chase him anyway. Okay, we got our super. Okay, we look it. Okay, something's got to be wrong with my ping, bro. I'm selling. I'm selling, bro. Okay, sounds good, Jay. Got you. Sorry, Acorn. Brando, how are you? Hello, guys. You still have an hour before you go to school. Why am I live so early to these? It's because Brawl Cup. Dude, there's no way I'm playing up right now. Like, I hate this game. Dude, these bots move so weird. Like, where is he going? They just stop moving. Like, I have no idea what they're doing. Look at this. Like, it's so unpredictable. I'm about to die to a pig. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's better than a human being. I'm so serious. Oh my gosh, bro. Where did she go? Bro, are we serious? Penny legitimately disappeared. Okay. Bro. Oh my goodness. VTX, I'm on a wire. Sorry, Dana. I'm about to reset stream. I'm not gonna lie on TikTok. We have like literally no views. When this thing Loki like actually will come in, because my god, bro, this is like the slowest thing. I may have to like reset live every single time. Dude, I hate this game, bro. Oh my god, I'm just selling, bro. Just go next. Go next. Sell again, I guess. Do I really need to run long dash, bro? We're gonna lose again, and I'm gonna play bots. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Like, I promise I shouldn't be losing to these buns. Myself. It's too early for this, bro. Too early to be playing this game right now. Bro, like, my buttons are just not working. Like, you guys know what I want to do there. It's just not happening. It's ridiculous, bro.
See when you grow up.
I'm trying to break the wall and just punch her in the face. I don't even do that. How long is the range? That's what you get. It's legitimately what you get. Oh, it's Mosey. Hi, Mosey. How are you? Yeah, Omar, that's why I said I was going to reset stream. not normal. It's because when we started stream, it was like Brawl Cup and it's like nothing's happening. The announcers aren't even like talking. No games happen for 25 minutes. Like W Brawl Cup. Dude, get off my face. How does a Lily have hypercharge in there? Don't stream right now, Brawl Key. It's Brawl Cup? Dude, when I stream like, what's it called? Tournaments and stuff like that, there's usually like 100-something viewers. It's starting in like 3 minutes, yeah, but they do like 15 minutes between each game. But like in the normal tournaments, it's like 5 minutes. Like it's watchable. Dude, 15 minutes between each game, like who's gonna sit around and wait for 15 minutes to the next game? Alright, so you are running the other one.
If only I could still be okay.
Finally. Dude, all these skulls everywhere are pissing me off. What about this Leon? Yeah. Oh my god, bro, these bush camping. Dude, it's too early to play this right now. Just too early to be playing this game right now. Actually. Like, just let me heal, bro, and scratch my face. I need to get my super for this Edgar. Dude, 12Q, like how? Thank you.
Doing it for the walls.
This is not good. He wasted something. Alright, we're going. Like, I actually don't know what to do here. Yo, low key, you have to give me a super. Okay. Like, I can't. I missed one shot. I just get freaking skewered, bro. W Brawl Key. Oh my god. Edgar's so broken. 12 Qs too. He literally hits one shot on me, all his health's back, and I'm just dead. It's just fried, bro. Just fried. Literally fried. Okay, I'm gonna reset and I'm gonna go back to the Brawl Cup, whatever. This is frustrating. Play duo, I'm good, Omar. I was just doing that to do something while I'm like, oh, thank you for the shard of hope, A. Thank you so much. And Brawl Key, thank you for the heart me as well. I'll be back in a second. They're drafting right now. Hold on. It's good, Joni. How are you? Actually, un segundo, por favor. I'm scrambled right now. So much happening.
Side of bounty hunters here. Gene coming in, going to be a really good, safe pair of hands, a very solid mid in that regard. I can't really hate it on a map like Shooting Star.
I think this is also a direct answer to that Bell ban as well, because Gene is somebody that traditionally does not do well into Bell composition. The bounce shot, Gene likes to rely close to the teammate. I'm going to call this out early too. Something when doing my homework at home, A0 are not afraid to use Fang. Quite frequently, actually. It's a brawler that not a lot of teams use, but they are unafraid. They go for it quite frequently on Shooting Star or other aggressive maps. Don't be surprised if you start seeing this pop up.
So exciting to see the draft between those two teams because, again, we don't really know too much. We don't have too much data on A0. Now, interesting to me here, Bounty Hunters really love
Why is
to
Bell
play
a global ban?
Rofs on this map, picking up
good, Coop. How are you?
immediately. Full
Welcome,
on
everyone.
dying that Leon
I know,
probably
Phoenix, I
gonna
just
play
reset
mid
it.
here. Shooting Star,
Hey, thank you
a
for
very
the rose.
open
Thank you
map.
so
You want
much.
to play some snipers, and we don't have any snipers so far on the left-hand side here. Right
we go
side
Leon.
with the Gene. Already a really good pick into Leon, actually. You can scout him quite easily when he's in his super. Now, they usually like to go for Glowy in their comps. It's one of their most picked brawlers on Shooting Star. You think that goes well with Gene?
I mean, double heals are a bad thing as the Jae-Young as well puts that idea straight into the hands of the players. I'm all kind of for it. I wouldn't mind seeing Kaze here. It's definitely one that bounty hunters do like to consider and pick up. It's got that kind of clutch factor, which works really well with their kind of playstyle on maps like this. And certainly bounty, you want that kind of clutch finale. It's quite a high-risk thing. Perhaps the Jae-Young, though, could provide that additional maneuverability.
Digger, thank you for the follow.
With both
That sounded weird
heal
coming out,
and the
but like,
speed which
I
that
said
kind of
Digger,
brings
you know.
to the table. RT as well, not
Do I
banned
think
out,
we'll win?
rarely ever is
Bounty
in
hunters.
this kind of map and mode, to be
I'm doing
completely
well,
honest,
Johnny. How are
and
you?
it always escapes through the bans, and that's the brawler which often is actually globally banned. Crow coming through is a really strong one.
Okay,
For Shooting Star, it's certainly interesting, and I think this is partially
know, I
because of
feel
all
his
the
range.
output of healing.
Piper.
Piper, while not great into Gene, is straight up going to outrange the rest of the roster.
Okay.
Piper, finally we have that sniper I was talking about also on the left-hand side. She's going to struggle a little bit with the speed on the right-hand side, but let's see what our two casters have to say about it.
Thank you very much.
You got
Sonny's
Dana
going to
halfway
be
to
here, of
P3.
course, for our second
WQ.
match of the day. And already a team is facing potential elimination.
That's actually a really
Bounty
good
Hunters
push.
have to step up in a big way here. And it's kind of nice to see the Piper round out the composition here.
Yeah.
As soon as she got locked in, you said she counters everything on A0 side.
Yeah, that's the way I look at it. Generally speaking, if your opponent picks Piper, either
All right,
you
here we go.
screw it up in a huge way or your opponent messed up big time. I think this is one of those situations where as much defense as Ace0 are capable of playing, Prosy should be able to outdo all of them. And of course, as the central gel for the squad, he's picking up the highest execution brawler.
Now the speed, of course, of the Jae-Young is going to allow for the Blue Star to be picked up first here for Ace0, but it's going to be tough to stand in a location that isn't right under Prosy's nose for
They have them
the
pushed
purposes
back
of doing damage to
hard.
them.
David's going to make
David
some
thought he saw an
space.
opportunity to come forward. You've got to respect the Jae-Young's burst when that weekend warrior comes to play.
I just feel like Crow's so
There's defensive
useless.
capability here, right? But once Najee has that super, then they're going to be seriously
He got a
capable.
slow on him,
David
though.
going extremely
Oh my gosh, he
aggressive.
can't heal in
He had
time.
Galaxy
He's going to go down.
body block for him.
He
Otherwise,
survives.
they would have
What?
completely handed over this
Yes,
to the Bounty
Leah.
Hunters for
Very
no
early.
reason at all.
Yeah, poison tick there on Wesley. He went down to 17 in the end. I thought he was cooked from the Crow damage. Our Bounty Hunter's going to have to give some ground and basically start this whole process again.
What they're playing for here
Prosy
is
has
a
a
big play
hyper
from
already.
Prosy. They're going to
He's
pop
gonna
the
go for
hypercharge,
it.
get
He
additional
misses.
damage.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa, that was an ugly gadget from Prosy. They'll
get a
at
kill,
least
though.
still get the kill with the assistance of Wesley throwing down the sandbags to back away slowly. Now Ace0 are in a very undesirable position. Basically, their best
Najee has
potential
a
here for
super.
aggro is what Galaxy is able to display. Also, Najee with his pull should be able to enforce a radius around him, but that's mostly what they're working with right
Eli
now.
on the man, I have like
Though by
100.
Prosy's super, which wasn't used when the hypercharge was active because
And then
it's
he's
being
got, like,
fed to
almost
fire the
40.
roughs, and there it is, connection onto the Crow. That's a bit of a problem now, and Ace0 don't want to give up this ground. They want to play sort of east to west here, but it's a dangerous game, and Portox is ready to throw these shurikens as they get too close.
I'm looking around and I just don't see good targets for a pull. Maybe you catch Wesley off cycle of the gadget. You're going to have to go for it now.
Oh, what
That's
a
one
kill by
on the right
Prosy.
side.
And
David
another
down,
kill.
Same for Najee.
Bro.
Two pickups for Prosy and a final kill on the
Prosy's
Galaxy.
tapping.
Gets a 9-star lead for Bounty Hunters, and they're not even wasting any energy on the thumbsticks this time. They had this one in the bag already.
Like any comp in the entirety of Brawl Stars, the Rust is right at home here, right? Can feed the hypercharge over to the Piper, which is not something that she's using. The super with the raw stats, she's very nasty with, especially if you can guarantee or confirm damage off that homemade recipe, providing it hits, then you are in a very good spot. Not to mention, of course, the empowering of the supply drop that Pipe can make use of. I do feel like, you know, Prosy is the centerpiece of this comp, but Portox is going to facilitate with these lollipop drops, and he's dangerous in his own right.
Yeah, it gets them into mid and also offers some long-range control. There's a looming threat of having a Leon hypercharge that will take an entire game to fire up, but can get them back in the final moments. Of course, they didn't need it last time. They managed to snag that lead quite early on.
I just don't see
and
a way
they're
that
looking to threaten that
Ace0
once
wins
again.
this.
David's going to push forward. Ideally, they don't get back to all the way up, but they're supposed to be comfortable back there. Really, what they're buying time for here is for Najee to get that Gene super and then be able to play defensively as a result.
Yeah, but their neutral gameplay is pretty weak is the issue. It really depends on supers to find value. Prosy's able to go over the wall here with that super. back to safety now as another lollipop drop is deployed. Look how heavily they are outranged. David has to try and threaten a potential gadget activation of his own
as long as
here
Prosy
to
taps.
force, Bounty Hunters away.
It's
Bounty
understood,
Hunters
right?
wins.
It's invisible, but this is the pressure that
And now he gets the
exerts
damage
as
buff.
this
It's
into the healing
scraps.
mode.
It's
He'll
scraps.
be able to offer some healing to his teammates, but really
Prosy
just
with
going
a
for
damage
bit more
buff?
damage here if anyone gets too
How much
close.
damage does he do
Still,
per shot?
outrange,
Let's see.
going for the speed and a push in.
Oh
Some
my gosh, that was
vengeful spirits will help,
ridiculous
and that's a
damage.
nice tank for David. But Ace0 have their backs against the wall. Naji on desperately low HP. Have to duck into this corner on the right side.
Wesley
on the left
just
side, Galaxy
bullying
completely
Crow in the
boxed
corner.
in.
Yeah,
That's
Crow's
the kill that
useless.
Bounty Hunters needed, and now they can slowly back away.
And this
All
is
they have
just
to do,
draft.
push up the map, put Ace0 in a compromising position, apply enough pressure to get a single elimination, and then move into a defensive stance. Now they got themselves the lead. Blue Star still rests with Ace0, but they've got to go
Naji
and
with the
find
super.
some stars of their own. Anybody on Bounty Hunters would be enough to put them into the lead. Here's a hypercharged super coming out. Portox is going to have his now.
Portox is a hyper. He's going in.
He's looking dangerous.
No, but 2 hypercharges popped at once. It's gonna expire.
They get a big kill. Can they secure this though? They can't. Oh, they do. Oh, but they trade.
Wesley, a desperate jump forward for Prosy as his teammate expires.
Wow, they get a game. They get a game. Oh my gosh. Tanon, how are you? But please don't spam.
The mechanism is exactly as you described it. Get a gene pool on a key target and then give that space up.
I can't really
That's
read
all
that
you
name, but
have
I
to do.
added based on how.
Eventually they found it on
Thank you so much.
Prosy. And we're
I know,
able to
right, Ellie? That
take
was
trades
crazy.
as they retreated across the map there. So well played by Ace0.
So I guess they'll play out for this first set.
Bounty Hunters have ample
Anyone's
ways
game.
to escape this gene pull though, so for Ace0, they're basically trying to exert enough pressure to bait those abilities out and then go for the gene pull. Of course, ideally though, they're going to be using it on defense. Naji just needs time to farm this up. Prosy's also hitting some pretty serious shots here, but the healing, the reliable stuff from David is going to be keeping them alive and healthy. Still, that doesn't change that they've been backed up against the wall, and this is where they've lost the lead every single game so far.
Prosy here looks pretty strong in this position, but the
David
healing is
walking
really
down.
annoying to try and get
They
through.
still got that
You've
blue
gotta
star.
connect so many consecutive shots here from the Piper to actually apply.
But it's
kill
just so
pressure
hard for them to
when the
get
JL
any
can simply
push
hit that
out.
super switch
Maybe they don't have
over
any
with the healing
DPS.
song and have that burst.
Ace0 looking to push out. They just activated the speed. Prosy with a missed homemade recipe. It's just going to go.
I'm telling, like, Galaxy's out there doing cardio.
Onto this lead.
Who did I vote for? I voted for
Naji's an
Bounty
important
Hunters.
consideration. He's got to be close to getting it at this point, but Bounty Hunters have been
Fernando, I got
staying
you.
out of range to best
I'm doing well,
avoid
Tanon. Thank
feeding
you for
it.
asking.
Here comes the supply drop for Prosy, combined with the hypercharge is going to be lethal. Has to bail. Don't know whether he entirely needed to, and now he's vulnerable to a pull, but nothing so far from Ace0.
Would have kept Prosy out of the fight because they would have taken a couple hits from those Crow kunais, and the tick damage would have meant they'd have to wait longer until they got healed. Okay, homemade recipe does connect. This is all well and good, but this is only just keeping Ace0 back on the map. They have the lead. Bounty Hunters have to generate some kill pressure, and they're going to do it without threatening to give up a trade.
Well, Prosy has a hypercharge, and he's got to have that homemade recipe by now. It's about to be drive time. 20 seconds left, and there's just
there's no time left. They gotta go.
Go.
Hypercharge incoming.
Prosy's going to stagger this by going first, going for some
Rosie's
shots.
hurt
but
bad.
doing a phenomenal job of trading out this damage, body blocking for each other with the two
Dude,
supports.
A0 could take this. They're going to have to close the gap here. Galaxy taking a lot of damage. Wesley hypercharge. Oh my gosh, they get a pull though. They get to kill their own.
That gets them ahead by 3 stars. It comes back. Bounty Hunters have that slim lead, and David knows he
Oh my gosh. Wait, but they get the kill and they. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Bounty Hunters getting trolled right now. Oh my gosh.
They managed to best Toxic Lotus.
Okay, that's
Remember how
nice
they
critical.
did at LAN last year. How they showed up to Brawl Cup and
crazy.
completely flipped
I do not
everyone's
need Ace0 to win. I
expectations
need
on their
Bounty Hunters to win
heads.
this one.
Can they succeed? Toxic Lotus, the team that they have bested in the
it's
home
crazy,
region.
guys.
So far, they are looking pretty solid against Bounty Hunters, but was traded out blow for blow throughout this bounty set.
I mean,
Just waited till the last minute twice they did. It's bounty. They just bounty them. Doing well, Tanon. Thank you for asking.
And you can see just
How are you? How are you?
powerful it is to have the magic
Stream this late, this early. You mean flip flop? For me, it's like 8 in the morning right now. We were streaming at the start at 6:30, but these games take forever.
I think to try and play this composition if you're Bounty Hunters, because you've got good burst damage, but you don't have enough to force A0 into the back corner of the map for that whole round and make it easy pickings. Very nicely drafted. It's not a glamorous comp to round out 2 healers
Happy
with
Friday,
a Crow,
Tanon.
but it's certainly paid off.
Yeah, just to have it to slow down the enemy progression. Look at how this played out, by the way. Naji only got 1 kill over here. Now, of course, he's getting pulls for his teammates to finish off the kills, but
Where am I
I
from?
think it
Again,
also
East
reflects
Coast,
that he
US.
didn't really get many
Flip-flop.
pulls, and he didn't use them a lot either. Just offered it as defense. And you have Prosy over here on the Piper doing a phenomenal job at picking up the kills, but I think we saw some like wayward gadgets, some of the homemade recipes that didn't strike home at all, and we just need to see the execution improve. Speaking of execution, this is a step up from what I expected to see from Ace Zero. My expectations for Ace Zero going into this were basically what we saw for them at home in mainland China, where they out-comped Toxic Lotus, but they didn't really out-mechanics them. I'm seeing
No problem,
great
Tana, I'll catch you.
gameplay from them, trading
Peace
out the
critical.
damage on their supports.
You thought they were like the opposite
Yeah,
of Zeta Division
Phoenix.
space.
Yeah.
Early.
Fair enough, but look, it's paying off here.
All right,
The
gem grab,
execution
double swoosh.
was fantastic. We're heading over to double swoosh here. This is the kind of map where you
I hear an Otis. Did someone pick an
look
Otis
forward to a
immediately?
particularly spicy brawler on the Ace Zero side. There's definitely a different take on what the metagame is in mainland China. And Ace Zero have been
Can we
known
see the draft,
to try
please?
and play Rosa on this map.
But see, Rosa can be so good. You just have to get the perfect draft, and that's
Okay,
kind of true
am I
for
gonna
every
get in
brawler.
trouble?
So, but yeah, so she can connect the bushes. She can slow people down if she needs. With the proper support, also is going to be very, very valuable.
Dude, they're drafting and we can't
Hearing
see any
some
of it.
brawlers,
What is
I heard
this?
an Otis.
You're a
I
nerd.
heard a
Yeah,
Mo.
you know who that is.
Yeah, we know the voice lines out here. Both of those brawlers going to be
So
really,
Otis,
really solid. That's a
Meeple,
also.
and
So
Mo.
we'll just get a vibe on how this is going so far. Really safe, I think, from Ace Zero so far. They have their mid locked in. Also, like something to recover gems in the end game if necessary.
Otis,
Nothing
Meeple,
too
Mo.
revealing of
There
what
it
either
is.
team is going for so
There
far.
we go. Finally,
Here's the
bro.
draft as it
Like, what the heck are they doing?
Progress so far. Bounty Hunters know how to read Scrim Data too. That's a shame. Rosa banned out by them here, alongside the Tara and Grey, who both are very impactful on this map. Chester is the go-to pick
Rough.
for Bounty Hunters here, so having that
Pair
snatched
with
away is
Otis,
important.
okay.
But you've got great control brawlers again being drafted, but this is very similar to Bounty Hunter's
Rose
strategy on
band.
Shooting Star.
Yeah, it is. I'm curious how it'll pan out for them. Just really, really safe so far. Picking an anti-tank, getting that Colonel Ruffs, it would ideally be paired up with a hypercharge brawler. That's where it's going to fare best. Also, break open some of the bushes. This is where it's, you know, not underhanded tactics, but the stuff that catches you by surprise. It's revealed.
Dishonest Brawl Star.
Yeah,
Okay,
basically.
go.
But it's revealed in their bans. We don't want to deal with the Tara. We don't want, like, well, we don't want to pick Tara is what that says, because Tara's a first pick here on Double Swoosh. But Grey, Rosa, basically key components of troll comps. What on earth is Surge doing here? A classic way of countering him is rough, so I'm starting to see the math. Also has a really strong hypercharge, so I vibe with that too. But
Dude,
this is a total curveball.
confuses me.
Surge obviously can really snowball in the weak side of the map, right? You send Surge over to the right side if you're playing from the bottom, and if he can actually start to get some levels in.
Guys,
he's
this
also
is
pretty good at
Shooting
scouting that
Star.
space because of the way that his
We are
shots
playing
spell.
Bounty?
So, good scouting. You know, the kind of
what?
thing you'd want to
This
bring
is
the,
double
you know, someone like
swoosh.
Gene onto the map.
Why
for,
do
but he
they-
has
they
the
can't get it
vulnerability
right
frames
ever.
with the
They
super.
can never
He
get
has
it
a
right.
gadget that can also reload.
It's good,
He can
Rorex.
stave
Good to
off
see you.
damage. He's pretty hard to fight 1v1. Very good duelist, and obviously can take over the game if he is allowed to. It's feast or famine for Surge most of the time. That's kind of the theme of that brawler. And you're going up
Surge,
against a pretty
Penny,
well-rounded setup, a pretty control-based comp when you've got Penny and also this Meeple mixed in by Ace Zero.
I don't get the
basically, when
Penny
I
on
look
this
at this
comp at
Surge
all,
and what it's
or
up
on this
against,
map.
I see if you don't get a super in the early game, then you're just completely screwed, because that Penny's going to get a turret and you're going to be trapped in your spawn essentially the
holy Mo
entire
value.
time. David gets really
Yo, David's
aggressive.
frying.
Gave
Oh my
Prosy
gosh.
just one shot there. It's 1 out of 3 that needs to get to level 2, and once he's there, he is big chillin'. But that was massively aggressive off the beginning. All 4 gems go to Ace Zero, so they've got to be pretty happy about this.
I mean, you just forced a 1v2 if you're David. Prosy had to collapse and give away multiple gems to his opposing mid. To Galaxy, very pleased with that exchange. David, hyper-aggressive, but needs to be able to dodge these initial salvos, otherwise he won't have the help to fight. And Prosy again are going to try and collapse on that direction. He has got that first level. Wesley gets crunched on the left, but Prosy's in position to...
So now they have some bush control.
Yeah, he gets
Prosy's
some
got
gems,
some
also
big
has his
control.
level 2. He's exactly where he wants to be,
Otis getting some
basically.
good
It was
taps.
going to be very tough for him to rotate lanes also, so it's fortunate for him that David was left to fight a 1v2 on the right side, then expired and he gave that bush to Portox. You see Wesley having to retreat around the left side, but he doesn't mind.
dodges
It's going to
from
be a
Portox.
super
Oh my
to break
goodness.
open the bushes and keep better tabs on where the enemy is.
He goes up, gets a mute, but doesn't know David's there to help him.
To get that super. That
Prosy
is where
gets
the
an
control
insane
is
kill.
going to ensue, but the interactions have been so amazing for Bounty Hunters so far. Leading in terms of gems, in terms of kills, Prosy has level 3. It's just what they need.
Nice collapse here from Prozzy yet again to help Portox, who ran headlong into all of A0. There's a hypercharge ready though for the Mo. Wasn't used earlier for David just to secure that elimination, but it's something you've got to keep an eye out for. These sandbags are pretty effective against the Mo, but Wesley's had to play passive for much of this game. And it's a 2-gem lead here, with Prozzy sitting on that level 3 upgrade.
And here comes the hypercharge for Prozzy. That is what he wanted to see. Najee wins that interaction on the right side, a shrewd lane swap, and the Shrew himself will move over to the left side where he's just hoping to get a super versus Wesley. Prozzy will get boxed out, but there's not going to be a positive interaction on the left side as Mo cannot get through those sandbags reliably. They just knew what they had to do. However, it's 10 gems for Bounty Hunters. Either a kill on Wesley or Prozzy would reset. Portox stands strong on the right side. 10 seconds to go, and possibly interrupt with one more gem acquired for Ace0.
Prozzy mindful of the fact that he might have to just
He's saving Hyper for next game.
Pops the super, gets that level up. Now it's a matter of clearing a salty barrel and getting that countdown going yet again. That's 21 gems and counting. Najee going to be picked up to the right-hand side. David,
oh my gosh.
Charge super goes in. Prozzy doesn't have a super, but he's able to walk away somehow. David pulls up short. Wesley was there to help out his gem carrier, but it's even in terms of those gems.
Oh my gosh, good taps. Oh my gosh.
Instantly blown up, and it's Galaxy simply ceasing to exist.
David all the way behind, gets battered by a supply drop and now has to run away, but he's pinched between a rock and a hard place. It's 7 seconds to go. Ace0 with no utility in sight should not be able to interrupt this. Prozzy can just jump away, and Bounty Hunters have taken this one. The Surge strat is viable. I think we need to see a major course correction from Ace0. They cannot be sentencing the Mo to be alone on the right lane early game, facing the 1v2 and giving the Surge a level, his first level, his first 3 shots, basically without any problem. The longer that they can draw this out, the better that they can have a chance of getting that penny turret and locking Bounty Hunters into their spawn for most of this game.
We never got to see the Surge hypercharge, but it is terrifying with that increased range on your shots and makes you very good at scouting as well. Prozzy's been excellent on this collapse. It's only David in a 1v2 because his opponent's mid is constantly getting involved in those fights. That's Galaxy able to pick Prozzy off across the map. David is too low with the Fat Splatter in his way. He can't take map control. This functionally denies those gems from mid as Portox is controlling that space beautifully.
That was gross.
Just the greed gleaming in his eyes as he went for all of those gems, only to be punished by 2 enemy brawlers working in those bushes.
Wow.
See how delicately Ace0 are treating Prozzy right now. They just don't want to get near him, but that works out excellently. It diverts the attention to the other lanes where they're going to get eaten alive. Portox really needs to heal up on this right side. There's potential for him to get taken down by David. Really, really easy. Popped a hypercharge too. Total waste of an ability, and that's going to come back to hurt him.
Yeah, that's
good play by Prozzy.
It's going to allow him to get out of the mansion of Meeple. You can check out any time you like, but you can never leave. David, you're going to throw down that super, though. It's going to be a bit of a nuisance here. If you can get that dive onto Prozzy, who is low, but you've got to respect this Otis, especially the mute button. To David, just going to stay in the poke game now, going to try and dive in. Prozzy tries to collapse here, but it's a clean win for the Mo, and Prozzy now is under pressure.
Prozzy almost got boxed.
Everyone boxed out. Perfect opportunity for Ace0 to set up. Whoa, that's an extremely aggressive turret. They worked so long to get in. Prozzy should be able to tap it, but he's focused on Galaxy and getting his hypercharge. Wesley is also able to break down the wall if he so desires. It'll be a takedown on Galaxy, and now they've surrendered a lot of control with this hyper-aggressive turret, and it didn't really do too much for them. Little bitty mistakes now from Ace0 are going to start to catch up to them.
Portox in trouble though. That Meeple super means it's a deterministic result on the right of the map. Prozzy forced to give a little bit of space now. That is going to put Ace0 up 2 more gems now. It's only a 1 gem game. Prozzy trying to put some pressure down. Oh my god. It's a gem carry and it's loose. Portox has to step up in his stead. He's got a super
Rodrigo, you can join the Discord
defenses. Want to be carrying the horde.
No, this one should be in Ace0's back pocket. They have the hypercharge for Penny. That's the win condition right there. David has a hypercharge as well. And Bounty Hunters are so weak on utility, they don't have anything. 10 seconds to go. It's going to take a miracle at this point. David gets one. Portox has the mute, but can't hit it, in fact, onto David. Can't even get the kill either. Wesley, the one-man army on the left side, not even close to Najee.
They're running it so close. They're running it so close.
That's 2 games in which we can see the strengths of these compositions shine, albeit at pretty different times. You can see how dangerous it is if the Surge just can't really run away with the game. Can't be fed supers by the roughs. Can't use that jump to escape from every mansion and Meeple. I'm going to say Portox looked incredible early in the round. getting his team up 6 gems to 0, but they could not maintain that lead.
Skill diff
Well,
again.
maybe Portox rotating over to the left side should
I don't know.
help.
I think
He's
their
been on
comp
the right
is like
side most of this time. Fat Splatter is really useful for
weird.
scouting
It's
out
weirdly
the
better.
bad side, the harder side of the map to play, but he'll be using it to get pressure on the
Like
gym
Surge
carrier early
and
on. Could not have worked
Russ
worse,
aren't
but
getting
I
much
guess
value.
you just got to try something sometimes.
It's Portox
And
doing all the work.
coming up on a pretty uncontested right side, hasn't found David just yet. Here comes the Mansions of Meeple, also going to box out Prosy and break some of those bushes. That's very useful for seeing when those lane rotations are happening. Get a good visual on when the gem carrier is pushing forward. Really easy take for David without giving too much supercharge
on
to
BH?
Surge. Meanwhile, pay
I thought
attention to
BH would
Galaxy,
win this
who's
too,
working
but they're
very
getting
hard to get
fried
his
by
turret, since that was the win condition for the game.
It is huge. Nagi hasn't actually opted to pick up any of these gems, so Prosy rather brazenly just steps up into mid, and this will put Bounty Hunters up by a significant amount. If Portox gets more space here, there's a chance for Prosy to take some of the red side gems too.
It's possible. He's going to have to wrap around the right side, basically, and fighting a 1v2 over here will be tough. David at least doesn't have any utility right now, doesn't have a super, so it should be made easier. They're going to double team him on the right side. That's a
is
mute,
doing
but
what he
David still
can
remains
against two
alive.
people
Just going
to
to
let
have to lay
Prosy
low on
pick
the
up
right
gems.
side so he can heal up. They catch Prosy, who is as vulnerable as can be. All 7 gems.
Dude, Prosy doesn't even have a level up.
Speak of.
He hasn't
If
even
there's
leveled
a
up yet.
solid Mo super in here, they could be all of the gems headed over to
Should we do the
A0.
gameplay? It's okay.
Slow,
No
he's
worries. No
short
worries.
ranged. He at least had the gadget to stave off some of that damage, but the reload doesn't do much for you when your shots are pretty unconvincing.
Okay, Prosy needs one more.
Still, it's a 3-gem lead. Despite this, Prosy's been able to just eke out those small advantages over the course of the game, but this is where it might get blown
All right,
open.
they're collapsing.
David with another super. Wins that right
Prosy
side
still
lane.
doesn't have that
Now,
start,
he's
the
determined
level up.
not to let Bounty Hunters back in the map, and even Galaxy's taking space on the left.
Okay, A0 on these bushes.
I don't get this. Why we don't go Surge?
Wesley's just walking forward, holding W and moving, shooting at the same time on the right side. Won't really get that much. Has a bit of a foothold of control thanks to some of these sandbags. Prosy rotating backwards with all 10 gems and still only level 1. He's incredibly
Like, there's no way they can
vulnerable,
win
but
this
thankfully
with
his
level
team
1
has
Surge.
completely surrounded Ace0. They managed to tie up 10 to 10 right now, but still just not looking good on utility. They need a Mo forward. Najee is super low on HP, and he's going to have to hang back and heal up.
Okay, we had the map open up a little bit on the right-hand side. Early warning now as A0 will be shown, trying to move it down the right. Naji's got a super at the ready, can help with that mid control. That 1 gem here, Prosy knows he needs to take it, but he's done no damage this round at all. And he's stuck inside this mansion without a super. This could be dangerous. Use the gadget to get rid of the early damage.
Yo, I feel like he should have gone for that gem.
Back. It's a stay of execution for Prosy, and David is dangerously low.
David needs to heal up before he can push
Prosy
in, and
still
he has
hasn't
to
leveled
push
up,
it.
bro.
There's no other way around it. They do manage to tie up this gem count, but really David needs to be a serious threat. He has 10 gems, and he knows that he can't just trade and sacrifice himself. He puts himself in this position anyway. There's the box. Najee should be able to get the skill. No,
Oh my gosh, he dies.
Expires inside of that penny attack. Now, Portox rotating backwards with 14 gems.
This is it right here.
A0 have to push in now.
They've got to go for it. This is a huge lead now for Bounty Hunters. Those 2 gems on Wesley is all the difference. They're going to attempt to come forward. Prosy had an upgrade though and is able to get strong enough. He's not carrying any gems as well. There is no chance for A0 to get Portox out of the game. And so, we've got ourselves a tie series. Bounty Hunters
Jez, how are you?
up on gem grab.
Okay, thank goodness. Okay,
Expect nothing less than that in such a 50-50 matchup. It is the same map, the same comp, and played 3 separate ways. First, you saw Surge given a lot of utility early on. Penny doesn't really get the turret up, and so
I
it's good
voted
for Bounty Hunters as a result of that. And then you see Penny completely dominate with her turret. Admittedly, way too aggressive in game number 2, but they managed to get a hypercharge, and it was wraps from there. And then you saw Surge get 0 levels. Penny gets her turret, a hypercharge 1, in fact. And still, it's possible for Surge to walk around just with the proper rotations and get all of those gems.
Sounds good to me.
And play out that tie game to the very end. This has to be handed to Portox and Wesley. These 2 teammates who were pretty relevant in the South American scene before Portox joined. You know, he was a star player of the SKC last year and helped elevate this squad, bring them to international land. And these 2 players are pulling their own weight now.
There weren't a lot of mistakes really made over the course of that set. It's pretty solid Brawl Stars here. So came down to those final moments and just those
look at Portox, bro.
Because he spent so much of that last round doing no damage whatsoever. Honestly, just not being very strong. Stuck at
Your
level
prediction
1
has shattered
because
itself.
A0 were
My predictions are doing well so far.
But I couldn't say the same for
Peace,
Portox.
Phoenix. Good luck for school.
Was just running it down. Bro was just inting on that right side of the map, hitting the mute.
Prosy's not the level of a pro. You think? I don't know. I think it's the picks that he's been having are terrible. Actually, no, he played terrible on the Edgar, so.
It's a difficult role to play.
He played
quote unquote
well
weak
last
side of the map, but Otis is one of the best at it.
I have no
He's a
idea what
safe
that means,
brawler.
streams.
He's just good in the meta right now. He is worthy of being picked early on
It's
in
good
the
clutch.
draft
Good to see you.
and safe for these guys to lean on in such a close match where the stakes are remarkably high. But this is where I'd expect both teams to put the majority of their preparation. I mean, your other opponent is humble, okay? You kind of, you know, the hot take here, kind of a waste of time to prep against them. You should basically
Bounty
accept
Hunters
that
Ace
you're
0.
probably going to lose to Humble and that you have
Let's
a better
see.
chance of advancing
Match
on a day
2.
two.
Just hedge your bets
Or
on
the
this
next,
game, really.
we have
Basically,
Ring of
yeah, this
Fire.
one
They go
match
Crow
right
right
here, put all
away.
of your prep here. Early
And
picks
they have
here
to
on
take
Ring of Fire,
Otis.
Crow, Reign Supreme. I see that Finks is wide open. And
Otis
has not
Dog.
been
They just
selected,
go
so
Otis
here's
Dog.
one for me, and a very viable option.
They just go Otis Dog here.
Really powerful brawler on this map, but actually in the hands of A0, they've not had the best win rate over the last week. Brawler, it's like a 40% with Finks. So
Right? Surely
it's a bit of a
they just go
no-brainer.
Otis and
This is obviously
Dog.
the kind of map where Finks' super overlays perfectly. You know, we should talk about the Mina being banned out here. I think Ems is also really frequently targeted. But there's that Finks getting snapped
Finks
up
and Dog.
relatively early on. Some of these like Buffy Brawlers obviously quite powerful. We're still seeing like the old Draco strat being thrown in here as well, just the run it down and have staying power, use that last stand gadget. But yeah, with Collect globally banned, that's not going to be an option.
Ali?
I love the Ali here. This
I
really
don't.
does. This hedges you into a pretty
I don't
aggressive
love the
approach. Your
Ali
Ali
here.
player has to be constantly trying to target the back bushes of your opponents.
Ali's also a pretty high execution brawler. She plays quite
You
similarly
need
to
to go
Mortis in terms of
some
like
sort of,
assassination
like,
capabilities,
moving
but it is remarkably more difficult to
Maybe
play
even-
because
okay, Mina's
there's so
banned.
much more going on basically. I won't even waste the time of explaining it. Just watch Naji do a great job with it. Now, on the 4-5 turn, you have to have something that's viable in close
Ali's
range.
not the move. I think it's
Crow
just early.
pretty much already fulfills that. You're looking for something to... You're kidding me.
Yes!
Something
Run
to
it
deal with
down!
Finks.
Draco.
I mean, I like this look here as well. I also think that
Can Draco even die to an alley?
at the end of the day, like it's not a glamorous role to play
but
as
it's
the
like,
Draco, but with that
yeah, Finks can get
hypercharge,
some value.
you can clear the hot zone
They
straight
have
away.
last
So
pick.
that's a really important power play moment. You can also dive into those enemy bushes and try and at least go like 1-for-1, like trade, use that
And
last
go
stand
range,
to
right?
push on in.
They need
There were
something with
times
some
where like
range
we
here.
used to see Draco
Chester?
used in order to like counter like
Interesting.
tank on this map with the other star power,
And
the knockout one that
Sirius.
makes it vulnerable. But
Ooh.
I think rounding out here with Chester makes a lot of sense. It gives
Okay,
you
I
that anti-tank
low-key
just
like
in case that 5-6
Zero's
turns
comp
sees a
better.
tank randomly drafted, but Sirius is the round out here for A0.
And the insta-lock, too. I feel like
Strong
this is
anti-air
a
tank to
pretty
yeah, I
straightforward
agree,
selection where, look, you're going to have a Draco running at you constantly, and you got to think about which shadows you're getting also. Something that's healthy
GG for
and
Bounty
does a
Hunters.
bunch of
Let's
damage
see.
at, like, you know, not really mid-range,
Hello,
but not
U9X,
exactly
how are you?
short range either for Draco, is a good shadow to have on your side. No piercing brawlers here. Just Stuff, whose shots expire as soon as they hit a target. Ace0, I trust in this series last selection, but I see the Draco mentality has unique interaction into Finks with his super, where you're basically able to spam all your like dragon projectiles into there, and you don't get as much value out of the Finks. It's an early victory for the trio on Bounty Hunters over mid. Galaxy isn't able to isolate a target, and that really hurts as an assassin.
Yeah, the grouping is nice, but you can see how scary these shadows are. That is a real pain. David, though, ends up having to overextend in order to do this, but here's the alley. Galaxy is looking pretty scary, but Bounty Hunters have spent most of this round sat out on the point.
Ace0 backed all the way up into their spawn. I don't really get why Naji decided to walk all the way down mid and basically die for no reason away from his team. Hopefully they're able to course correct here with a kill for Galaxy on the left side in the 1v1. That's what they need, really. That's what they
Wesley
need Ali
goes
to be able to do
down.
is isolate
these
these
spirits
side lanes.
are not
Fortox
good.
is gonna kind of
These
hang
spirits
out on the
are
left
really
side now,
bad.
sort of also rotate over towards Galaxy.
I don't
He's
think they're going to be
thinking
able to deal with them.
basically, but he's such a threat here. Look at the dodges from Cortox. Eventually does die at the hands of this Finks, but he's been a pretty solid stronghold of sustain over here.
These Crow shadows are really annoying for Bounty Hunters because they do carry the on-hits that Crow himself does, which is
Ooh,
the
good
ticking
play from
poison
Crow,
damage,
though.
the delay in healing. It's really hard to have that staying power if you can't
Nice, good
regenerate.
finish from Portox.
It's true. We'll see if they're able to
They have this right
manifest
now.
some more control off
Ali's
of it.
not
For
able to
now,
do
it belongs
much.
to Bounty Hunters. Prosy exactly in that nook that he wants.
Gonna
And
make a
David
play here,
seizing
though.
an opportunity to
Oh,
get
they
some more
know.
Draco shadows fired up. Everyone from Bounty Hunters
Wesley
has to
can't
back
get
up
a tag
now,
on
but
it.
since the shades have been clear, they
Here
can
comes
go for a
Prosy.
push, and now Prosy trying to wrap around behind. No, all being absorbed by
Oh,
those shades,
Prosy
trying to get
stays
close range
alive,
for Snodgy,
has
but
hypercharge
he ran
now.
out of ammunition, and Portox can't get the kill either.
The
It's
Soda
fine. All
Sphinx.
he needs is to control
Wesley
hypercharge.
pops it.
by
He's got to be
Wesley.
close
It's
to
gonna
super,
be
right?
loads and loads of
He
damage.
wastes it
But what they need here
low-key.
is survival.
But actually, no,
Prosy
they're fine.
tries to push forward,
Prosy's
but
got this
just by himself. Najee and David need to combine fire to take him down. Galaxy does his best, but Draco is just so beefy on the HP front.
Come on, BH.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Come on, Bounty Hunters.
It doesn't matter. You don't even need to get kills. There's one point where he pushes into the enemy bushes with last stand up, still pulls up short, but the space that Draco made for his teammates is what is important here. That is getting you close to the victory. You can see it's the same value proposition as Pam into the Finks. Your shot, like you mentioned, spreads and sprays so many individual projectiles that even if they're slowed, you can't stand anywhere safely. Crow also does the same thing.
Crow just slowing stuff down, whether there's a Fink super or not. Look at this interaction on the left side with Prosy doing his best.
Dude,
actually getting the piercing through to David.
My gosh, 70
can't win that
HP.
interaction. That's going to be irritating. Whoa, hold up. That was a completely wayward shot from Portox, but it ended up finding its target at max distance. Worked out pretty well for Bounty Hunters to stagger a couple of brawlers back to it. The respawn.
Oh my gosh, what a play
also going
from
down.
David's
I
gonna
don't
go
know,
down.
hinting to reset David. Same thing for him. This is
Great plays
a remarkable lead for Bounty
Clutch.
Hunters, leading by 50% now.
You can see that, the Crow poison is
Dude, Bounty Hunters have
just got impatient, was
taken this one
firing,
over.
didn't take his time to regen, and was like 100 HP when he ended up getting picked off. These Shadows aren't really doing enough here for A0 for the time being. Prosy with a super, having to chase David down for the most part. It's going to be Galaxy at least finding Portox, and Wesley's not in a safe place, but there is a little nook carved here on the top left by Prosy that you can occupy. Wesley not able to walk away. It's been a little minute since Bounty Hunters have had point time, but Portox will come and earn some percentage.
Now he's going to have to back away as well. All those shots just going into these shades. Ace0 had to square up for this next assault inwards. Galaxy just trying to isolate a target also. Coming all the way around. Prosy should be able to deal with him quite handily, but Galaxy doesn't want to take that 1v1 just to sort of act as a deterrent, basically. Going for Portox, interestingly. Didn't get the 3-shot. The first shot didn't find Portox, and that's going to be a bit irritating, but not really the end of all of this. A couple of hypercharges available now for Ace0. They can hold on here. They just can't die even once.
They have a lot.
A single hypercharged Draco super could be their undoing.
And he's earned it. Prosy now is going to have extremely increased range off this super. And the entire play is going to be covered with
purple
flames.
button
As
it
A0
and it's
forced
wraps.
off entirely. Galaxy's going to
Yeah,
try
they
and dive
purple
into the
button it
backline,
and
but
it's wraps.
1v3. Those are some long odds, folks. Another set.
All right, 2-1 to Bounty Hunters.
America's #1.
This is so back and forth between Bounty Hunters and Ace0 because in one moment it looks like Ace0, wow, you know, this is why they beat Toxic Lotus every single time they faced in mainland China, because
the biggest thing that we want to see is
only
only realm versus Foot,
versus
versus Humble, and I want to see only realm
I see
sets.
a lot of running down mid solo. I see Finks running down mid solo. I see Galaxy inting.
I think they play. Wait, are they also playing Zeta? They're playing Zeta and Humble.
Really get it so much.
No,
also,
they're not playing Humble.
You have to acknowledge that
they're playing
the strength
Zeta
that
and who?
Ace0 really boasts is their draft. And
one of their
I see them being
games against
outdrafted
Ace0.
here. You're given this Finks that Bounty Hunters are really cool with because they're just going to run a Draco into it.
Didn't they lose the
now,
draft?
I
mean,
say, oh, well,
nah.
Ace0,
I think the drafts are both pretty equal.
No, they don't have a lot of international land experience.
Like, I just don't
many
understand the alley
qualifiers in
pick
mainland
early
China
from
culminate in a land.
Zero,
so they do
and
get the
then-
opportunity to play under some of these match conditions, right? It's actually, you know, on the Bounty Hunter side,
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
that
Bounty
is
Hunters
more
actually
limited.
had
That land
okay.
exposure, right, is less frequent. I think a quick look at the stats should tell
The
you
only thing
much
that was
of
bad
the
is like
story here,
the
right?
series gets a
Galaxy's
lot of
able
value.
to get in and find those eliminations, and David
good,
is
thank you.
constantly applying pressure. It's suffocating to
Alright,
play
what's the
against
next
the
set?
series.
Let's see the
But
draft.
we've got a number of brawlers who
They're
can,
in the draft.
you know,
Can we
sort of
please
clean
go look
through.
now?
You've obviously got that Draco who with super can sort of, you know,
High
burn you
Zeta.
down and cut through with that lance. So I think the series was a heads-up pick, but not quite enough there.
So what's
I think it's the obvious pick, like the thing that you're supposed to go for, so they went for it. Same for Sirius, basically. It's just saying, please pick me, pick me, pick me, because I'm like the best brawler in the game right now, so you just
Chuck,
have
Colt,
to go for it.
Crow,
As a
Lumi,
last pick,
Otis,
by the way, I feel like
and
last
Carl.
pick really is just
Carl?
reserved for something that's going to counter
Banning
the
Carl out
entire
here,
game.
2017. Thank you for the Harvey Go Papa. How are you?
Shrewd, and it's not really what I saw with Sirius. But if I had to
Kaze
isolate an
first
issue
pick?
there,
Wow.
it was the early alley pick. This time we see an
Okay.
early assassin pick, but this makes a
Maybe
lot
an
of sense
Emba?
here on Safe Zone. There's some first pick worthy brawlers, and Kaze, does she always fall into that first pick? You know, it's quite subjective, but she is a win condition here. She provides so much aggression. With her ability to swap forms, she gets a lot of mobility. Also, reliable safe damage in her Geisha form, where she throws down like a hypercharge or a super onto the safe, and this brawler that typically creates a close range aggression and has a lot of movement
Melody.
is able to do stuff at range.
Yeah, that's
Melody
the edge of the
Ember.
Fanstorm does ticking damage. It's quite obnoxious. It's not a huge amount of damage, but it's still significant. I like the Melody being picked up here. Melody
low-key
versus
Otis
Kaze
is
is like a
I just
pretty
realized.
common
Oh wait, Otis is banned.
head-to-head that you sort of see.
Colette.
The idea is
Oh,
that Melody's
Colette's
supposed to
banned.
win
Oh
that,
my gosh,
especially
all
if
these
you
picks are
have the
just
shield,
banned.
but it is conditional, right?
Everything's banned.
You might feel like you have the edge, but it will come down to that
Dog.
execution. Ruffs makes total sense to round out with, especially if you're trying to feed hypercharges. For Melody, it's especially devastating. And where Melody has the edge over Kaze is that her burst damage on the safe is extremely high once she has the critical mass of music notes orbiting her.
Yeah, and you're going to get that on your way there also, because there's going to be someone dedicated to defense versus you on that save. Now, there's some hard defense ways of responding to this Melody, so we'll see if we see any of the strongest CC in the game come out. You just have to be thinking about, like, okay, am I going to be viable against, like, Colonel Ruffs? Amber should be able to just spray and pray. Hold down versus this Melody. I trust in the Amber, and it'll also pierce through those Ruffs bags, so I think it's a fairly good interaction here. The only issue is it's not as reliable safe damage. You're
I feel like they
going
could
hard
just
into
go
control
Pierce,
here.
Bro. Pierce is... Oh no, Pierce is banned. Bro, every
There's
single...
like a last pick shade potential here.
Shade on safe zone?
Our Bounty Hunters squad. Now to really put pressure down on this Amber, for example.
Edgar!
Getting picked up. All right, so you have some serious
safe
potential.
bro.
You dive, you have a self-shield, and the ball is going to round up a setup here for Bounty Hunters. Someone again who as well can
Honestly,
run it down.
that's a good
These
pick.
two teams might end up in a bit of a base race here, which is going to be
Base race or
pretty
what?
hard to follow.
I anticipate it. I think Colonel Ruffs may struggle on the damage front when it comes to defense, because he's going to be fighting against a couple of brawlers that both have piercing, so the sandbags aren't going to do that much, unless like maybe Kaze's in the assassin form, but you're going to have a two-pronged push here. Edgar with like incredible mobility. Now that he's gotten sort of the rework to his gadget with the buffies coming in for him, he will be using that scarf to catapult himself across the entire map. Now, there are defensive capabilities for these brawlers, so Bull is able to play as a defender, but ideally he gets to the enemy side where he's going to overwhelm this Amber 100%. He'll get a super for free, then heal up with the T-Bone Injector, easy peasy.
What do you think about the Edge versus Melody matchup? Warthog's
Oh,
win that pretty comfortably here and find some very good damage going 2-for-1.
Yeah, I trust in this Melody matchup, personally. I just think it has so much more mobility, basically. But I think it's also subjective. You'll get competing opinions on this one. That's just what I'm
Crow's going to be cannon fodder until you can get a super.
Comes down, Crow's able to get a bit of space, but here comes David.
He does get it.
The bull.
And
Not
marks
exactly the kind of
David
target you
and
want to
gets
find
the
yourself
kill.
going up against there. Crow's gets the
I wonder
gadget
how close
as
he
well.
is to his super.
Will be traded out.
Warcox can get damage as
A0
well.
have a slim lead on account of the fact that Bounty Hunters have not yet had a chance to scratch their safe.
Just waiting for Portox to find his dash through. Of course, working for that gadget first. Slips past Galaxy, who now has to rotate back for defense. An attempt to push forward for Prosy, which should have basically been rotated towards defense. Najee and David also going to expire in enemy territory. By the looks of things, no. Najee actually goes back to mid to try and survive. Really intelligent plays here for Ace0, where they're not full committing on this push in, and trying to go one stage at a time. Survive at mid. Make that their line of scrimmage, and then launch their attacks from there.
A lot of hype is being popped here, and in comes David. Portox has to respect this amount of damage, and he just vaporizes. Big damage on the safe here from the Edgar. And Najee
That's how you play Edgar,
turns up
bro.
to assist. Second knock here for A0.
I think Prozy's taking
now we see
notes
the Melody
here.
trying to die, trying to match this
Gets a
level
ton
of
of damage though.
with that hypercharge.
I don't think it's going to do anything. Unless he can get a pack.
Safe is getting chunked down bit by bit for Bounty
Wait,
Hunters on their
it's not
last
over.
knock.
Oh, they couldn't get
Was
the
it
pop.
worth it? I guess so. A0 didn't even get their safe cracked open a moment ago. Prosy
Dies
also,
the Galaxy. They do
though,
get a
does
pop
get a few
though. This is
bullets
not
into
over.
it,
Not
and now
necessarily.
A0 only ahead by a single tempo lead. Portox trying to sneak around the right side. Of course, Najee with his dash forward. I don't think that's exactly what he wanted. We'll see if he's able to wrap around the left side. David and Najee both looking for that ability.
Good
Najee
kill from Wesley, and they get another one. Wait, it's not necessarily just over yet. Prosy has a super, and Portox has a super as well. Wesley has a hyper.
Hunters are in no position to go the aggressive here. Galaxy waiting for Portox to try and dash at him. Here comes Prosy with that dive.
Wait.
He does get rid of the Amber, but David's
They
going
can
to push on
defend
the
this.
right-hand side. You've got to respect the empty damage. Makes use of the gadget. Gets on the safe.
Oh my gosh! If they 2v1, if they 2v1 the Edgar, they could have won that,
in a
bro.
race that ends up coming pretty darn close.
Dude, oh my
Everyone just hits
gosh.
hypercharge and then does 60% of the safe's health.
Like
Hypercharge
what?
stars, man. That is why we have the shields on the safe now. because these brawlers do so much damage now, and you can fit numerous of them. You can just cram them into a single comp. Look at Bounty Hunters running both Bull and Melody at the same time, and a measly Ruffs for defense, and then Ace Zero running both of their aggros as well. Melee brawlers that do ridiculous damage to the same. David's going to go for this early game interaction versus Portox. It brings this to a 3v2. Don't really want to take it versus Prosy. Naji's looking for the kill on Wesley. Looks good. David also completely ignored because Bounty Hunters, since they're opening, Galaxy overextended, and Bounty Hunters break past them for the initial crack on the stage.
Wesley cannot do anything to an Edgar. They're just going to base race, but they win. They win the base race.
Both safes now down below 50%. Portox is looking for a chance to go back to work on that one. There's a knockdown to 25. It's going to be a photo finish.
What is happening?
Down,
oh my gosh. 1-1 base race, guys. May, how are you?
In a match point for Bounty Hunters, contrary to
they made that one so much quicker. They just said, screw it, we're just going for the base race. It's close. It's going to come down to micro interactions.
I felt like it was an Ace Zero type of day. I felt like I was going to have the hot take up here, personally. The #1 team from a region that has historically underperformed, but brought us quite the showing at Brawl Cup last year. Their regional rivals, of course, Ace Zero. Toxic Lotus taking top 4
hey, thank you for the 7 roses.
2025. Now Ace Zero
I'm doing well. May, thank you for asking.
They're still humble to face, but I think we have a premonition of how that one's going to go.
Yeah, we got an idea at the very least.
Portox got to charge some supers here. Oh, he gets a super in. That was gross. Nah, that was gross. That was gross. And gets a super back. That was fantastic. That was beautiful from Portox.
That is significant.
Ace Zero.
They got to get that pop though, yeah. Portox is going to go for the pop, gets the pop. Did he realize how low it was? Oh, I don't know. I feel like you play that a little bit differently.
Then forward on the side of Bounty Hunters, they're handily able to deal with this defense as David sacrifices himself.
I actually want Bounty Hunters to win for the sake of my mental health.
74-74 at the moment.
It would give me the
Bounty Hunters look to spring into action very soon here. Prosy with his super
Brawl Cup shorter,
is basically waiting for Naji or David to make the
either
first
a nap
so he can push in uncontested.
Here's the gadget used by David. That's going to allow him to close the gap. Diving on in. Just
Bull's going in.
What?
Oh my gosh, David Loki just completely sells that. It's an even game. Anybody's game.
As well. 49 plays 47. It's close, but Bounty Hunters have this slim lead.
Portox has a super. They're going to team up on him. Oh my gosh, it's hypercharged. Portox going to be able to get an easy pop.
And Naji to defend this, but Portox is so healthy, going to take down that entire shield.
Oh my gosh, is Bull the super?
Low on health.
Bull's a hyper. It may be over.
Prosy would be well advised.
Galaxy's going to leave the puddle on the ground. Find good positioning.
Prosy isn't able to break through.
Oh my gosh, wait, what is Prosy doing? Wait, hold on, here goes Portox. Oh my gosh, what a play. Naji comes back, but it's so much damage.
It's going to be a close one, but 8% is almost impossible to come back from.
Yeah, it's brutal. David trying to come forward. Gadget connects. Wesley
oh, here comes Portox.
But the rest of Bounty Hunters,
can they finish?
Oh
my gosh, Naji has to go for it. Oh my gosh. But David defends. Naji has a hypercharge. He misses the save. He misses the save.
But Wesley has the lineup. Is it going to be enough?
Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What just happened?
Contrary to expectations, #1.
They sold. I'm not gonna lie. They sold. It's how are you? Washed, how are you? Good to see you guys.
In all likelihood, Humble should sweep through this round robin stage. They did get bested in a single set, but it was by Bounty Hunters. What can Ace Zero possibly offer up against him in the next one?
Couple of little things there.
We got it. We got Bounty Hunters to win.
A little short, not actually connecting onto the safe with the edge of it there. That's something that you've really got to get used to. And this is going to be an important moment in the Bounty Hunters. They get that win, they prove that they can do it. Let's head down to Barney and crew on the stage to get some thoughts from Bounty Hunters Alu.
Bounty Hunters stay alive in the Brawl Cup. Obviously, we have one more match to go down in Group A, but for now, congratulations. That was arguably the most important match of the year so far for you guys.
Unfortunate,
How was it? Did the stakes feel higher coming into this match?
I'm happy.
Bueno, este ha sido el partido más importante para vosotros. ¿Cómo os habéis encontrado? ¿Si habéis sentido la presión de ser un partido muy importante para la fase de grupos?
Preparamos mucho el partido ayer contra Humble. Lamentablemente no se dio. Seba se encargó totalmente del partido de Zero y drafteamos muy bien y creo que pudimos jugar un poco mejor, pudimos terminar el partido en casa, pero bueno, al final ganamos, se dieron las cosas.
We felt very good. We practiced a lot yesterday. Sebas has done an amazing job at the prep. but we think we can play better.
Okay, and it can only go up from here. Now, getting onto this stage as well and preparing for a team like Ace Zero has got to be difficult. They play in a different region. How was preparation for that? Did you manage to scrim with them leading into today, or did you go in blind?
Bueno, son un equipo de otra región, ¿cómo sabéis preparar para ella? ¿Habéis llegado pues, con los ojos ciegos sin saber? ¿O habéis podido practicar estos días que habéis estado aquí en Berlín?
Un poco sin saber, las scrims contra Toxic Lotus medio que nos ayudaron para saber
There's no
cómo se mete en
subtitles
China,
either.
pero ellos
Oh my gosh,
muy diferente.
they have a lot of work to do on
O
these
sea,
streams.
los picks que jugaron hoy día fueron un poco raros, pero bueno, de surgieron.
So our scrims against Toxic Lotus have been a good help. But coming from another region, we were a bit blind. Their picks were a bit out of the ordinary, but we were able to come across.
Well, like we've already said, staying alive in the competition for now.
I got
in the
one
Brawl
drop
Cup.
so far.
Make some noise one more time for Bounty Hunters.
I got my first drop for for one of them.
Such an intense match, super close in the end, and Bounty Hunters make it a 1-1 situation. ACR's draft, honestly, I liked it a tad bit better. Is that just because it looked closer to an EMEA draft, Dork?
We were discussing that, and there were some very familiar ideas from EMEA, and that's what we've been so impressed with the Chinese mainland region over the years, is how they kind of adapted when draft became more prevalent in Brawl esports, and they have been taking a lot of hints from some of the best regions around.
Yeah, there's no question about it. You can see Ace Zero being inspired, also having to come into the international game, right, rather than the different version that they play in mainland China, and they have to borrow the ideas, right, because they're just
get them on
a little bit behind on terms of the meta. So I love to see them drawing from the region that is sort of leading the world right now alongside East Asia.
I'm sure you can get them there too.
But
Samir,
the mechanics need to be applied differently, basically. That is where we see them trailing behind their fresher faces, so it only comes naturally.
Now we see the stats from the last set as well. Wesley and Galaxy, the two MVPs for their respective teams. Anything that sticks out to you, Ark, in this specific draft or in the entire series?
Well, in that final set, we were chatting about that final moment where actually, Ace Zero could have got that damage of which they needed, but they kind of didn't use the Fist of the Brawl Star, and they had the Hypercharge. I mean, that's like.
Alright, I'm playing a game while I'm waiting, dude. There's no way they start this, right? Where's my sound? There it is. Ace Zero must be scared because they're against Humble next. Would they play again? CJ, we're live because, oh my gosh, it says 10 minutes till the next match, bro. Like, I only want to see them play. Like, this is actually insane how long they're going to make this drag on. Like, it's already been 2 hours. They've gone through one, or two teams. It's like one team an hour. Bro, it's going to be like an 8 hour. Oh my gosh. Okay. Surely no one's like in there, right? Okay. Oh nah. I'm not about this. I'm not about this at all. There's gonna be another one, bro. Someone right there. I'm gonna leave them alive so Kikin has another target. Kick could still be here. Kick gets the BB that was there. Maybe use super on him. I don't know. Probably is invis. Oh my gosh, W reaction. Wait, someone finished him. I cannot believe I sold the kill, but it's okay. Lily may hyper us. We have to stay safe. Okay, he goes invis. Wait, could just pop out on her face. Nope, doesn't. I'm scared of this middle. No one's over here, right? Okay, good. I'm gonna chill. No one's in here, right? Okay, we have the middle. Pearl, chill. Oh my gosh. No. Why? Bro. CJ, thank you for sharing live. Meanie, bro. Alright, next. Go next. Go next. 7 minutes and 30 seconds till the next game. I guess it's Humble and Zero next. What's my Bulls build? Depends on like what you're playing. But I usually just run the stun. I mean, unless it's Heist. And then I only play melee and Heist. Like, I'm not a tank player, but if it makes sense in Heist to go, then I'll just run the heal. You can heal off the safe. But in Showdown, then I'll run stun. We gotta be careful with this Edgar, like really careful. Dude, he's got all the cubes, like. How are we gonna let this Edgar get all the cubes? Alright, I'm scared of that. Who's over here? There was someone in here. Edgar? Again? Dude. Another stew to the right. Need my super, please. I'm sure this guy still has super. Good taps. We're ready for him to go through that wall. I don't know why he's just holding it. Back. Got it. We're in a great spot now. He's gonna move down. Got her super again. It's good. You get touched there. It's not the best. Someone pinch this. Someone pinch this. Good. Just engage it. Yeah, he'll walk into that. That's chill. These guys are all teaming, which is not ideal. We tried. This storm does too much damage. Oh my gosh, bro. Hi, Paulian. How are you? How much time do we have still? Still some good time. Thank you, PSN. Tessa, how are you? Okay. 4 minutes and 30 seconds till the next match. Wow, just yaps that and leaves. I hate you. There we go. We got a super to show for it. Okay, we like that. Okay, this is not a good spot to be in. We're gonna have to key out on this Colette. Oh, we're dead. No, I put myself in a horrible spot. Going after that Otis. Colette just came and pressed and helped him. That's unfortunate. Really unfortunate. Oh, I just want to like rip stuff. I can't even do it. We're streaming. 3 minutes till the next match. So real. Yeah, Bruno, so real. Sorry, Roz. I'm just playing solo. 3 minutes till the next match. I don't know. I just have to understand the peaks. Dude, why would you even... Dude, you're so weird. What is... Oh my gosh, bro. I'm bad. I'm just bad. I don't understand. I don't know why that dynamite is stunning. Just go for the box, bro. And you just die. Like, why are you even playing dynamite on Showdown, bro? As I said, it's just too early for this game, bro. Like, I'm not in the mood to play this round. But you can't just sit here and just watch the dead live. Like, I don't even want to get the boxes, but I just want to fight. Honestly. Like, I need to be able to do some damage. Like, I tapped the gadget and just dashed to a wall. Like, dude, the game is not on my side right now. Like, whatsoever. No, don't see me, please. I knew it, bro. Oh my gosh, you're sitting here and die. Oh my god, what a clown. What a clown, bro. This game is so buns. What's the time right now? 8:53. But like, what is this Edgar doing, bro? Like, Edgar just suicides. Like, I hate you. But I wonder why you're playing Edgar. Bots. No, don't do this to me. Just wait, bro, I forgot. It just will send me back into another bot game. Oh my gosh. Why are you doing, like, what bot does that, dude? These things literally play mind tricks. Oh my gosh. Or the other one. I don't even want to watch the Brawl Talk until I win a game, bro. Like, and against real people. This is just... I promise, also, I'm not that freaking bad at the game, bro. This is so stupid. I'm 3 hours behind you. Yeah, it's really early. It's almost 9 in the morning. I've been up since whatever. They're drafting right now. They picked Chuck. It's bridge too far. Humble picked Chuck, or Zero picked Chuck, and now it's Humble's draft. But I don't even care because, like, bro, this Brawl Cup. Nah, like, you're not doing this right now, bro. He's gonna refresh it. There's just like you can't tell me that doesn't hit anything. Oh my gosh, bro. Like, nah, I'm dead. There's a crow in there. Please fight him. What? Are they teaming? Like, what am I seeing? What am I seeing? What am I seeing, bro? No. I'm being just rage baited left and right. Like 3 people on my face, bro. Nah, I don't care. Screw the draft. Screw Brawl Cup, bro. I'm winning a game with Stu right now. Like, I can't win this game. I should get triple team. They teaming. I know. Like, what is that? Like, what even is that? I hate this. Nah, Alpha, dude. What the? Why are you spinning? You're so weird. No, you're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. No, you're dead. Yeah, no. X on your body. Oh my gosh. Go away. You're actually scum of the earth. How is he that close to the thing? Miss everything. That doesn't give me a super. It's insane. Just teaming. Just teaming weirdos, bro.
I'm Possum.
This is insane. This is insane.
Lean, mean winning machine.
Oh my gosh, nah. Kit knows I'm here, bro. Kit know, like, I'm.
Of course, I'm Possum.
Please, like, where's the kit? I'm actually terrified of this kit. We gotta rotate, but there could be someone in this bush. Oh my god, I'm dead. Can't give this guy super.
Of course, I'm Possum.
Gotta keep this guy's surge back. Kit doing some weird stuff.
It's spectacular.
Is Surge still in here? I'm gonna come over here to this bull.
Angry Bull!
Can't let him heal. Surge was still mid. We can't let him heal. Can't let him heal. Someone's here. I died. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. We just because and the whole game is F because there's a teaming Kit and Surge in the middle. Like, bro, I can't with this game, dude. Bro. And Brawl Stars does nothing about it. Yeah. Like, no, I'm about to just like end stream and say screw Brawl Cup. Like, this is dumb. This is just dumb. Like, I'm not doing that because I want to see only one play, but L stream. Like, I might as well just be playing. Or just jump. Nothing. It's a good idea. Someone's got to be in there, right? Ooh, ooh. I'm gonna chase BB around. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I need a super. Okay. Another stew. We're gonna pressure. Griff's our biggest issue, so I don't want to kill the stew just yet. But I want to let him know, like, yo, do not mess with me, though. You mess with this guy. Stu, why are you just going over here? No. I don't have a super, this is bad. But he is stuck in there. There we go. How does that kill like one shot? Bro, no, I'm off. We'll watch the game now. That's just unbelievable. That's just unbelievable. There's the weird glitchy sound, bro. Just unbelievable. One shot to a grip hyper, like unbelievable. This is so dumb. What a how to play ranked now that every adult is at work, every child is at school. I don't even know Peter Actis. I can't even.
Chinese mainland, a team that in general we're going to be looking out for. Toxic Lotus tomorrow, of course, were stars of this last year, but right now for a roster that doesn't have any international LAN experience either, it's really tough to go up to.
Bro, just press his purple button, then yellow button, and I'm dead. No skill, like literally nothing involved. I'm like supering him, dodging everything, like staying alive, trying to strategically win the game. He just presses 2 buttons. Yeah, I'm dead. Balanced. W game. W game. We love that stuff. We love that. So I guess Humble Humble takes the first game, or like what, the first set?
Get up in chat. This squad needs your
Bro,
help.
I don't even
Absolutely,
know.
yeah.
I don't
That's
even
the thing.
know.
I think all of us
Like
as
we
a
have
mark had
we have
to beat
under
Alpha,
double-digit
so
viewers
it's
on
not like we
TikTok.
don't
This
think
hasn't
they're
happened
capable.
like
They're absolutely capable of
since
getting
the
this
first
done.
time I've
It just
ever
seems
streamed.
like
This is
Humble
insane.
are just a
Like
task
people literally
too
just
small
don't care about
for them
Brawl
to be able
Cup,
to
I
beat
guess.
at the moment.
It's crazy.
Stats-wise,
Like,
Semantic,
on a
Boss, and
random
Luki
monthly
all
final,
looking pretty
we're
good
almost
around
100 viewers.
5. Over the other
This is
side,
wild,
good
bro.
kills, just not great.
And then I'm getting rage baited by Showdown, and I'm up at 9 a.m. and I have work in like 4
just next
hours.
to nothing. It was really forced to be all defense
This is
from there, and I
crazy.
think ideally
What am I?
Amber
Why
can
am
be
I
a little bit
torturing
of a
myself
hybrid,
like
right?
this?
But if you're not getting
Literally,
to the
why
other
am
side
I
at all,
torturing
Chuck
myself
alone
like
was
this?
not enough into the monstrous composition of the left-hand den.
I mean,
The
it's
only thing
first
I
bit
want
that
is
you
to see
feel
only
like you're kind of
round 5.
inclined to take, especially when you want to be base racing your opponents.
Just
like
3-0 them, please.
In a matchup like this, and I said it when Humble played their
Yeah,
previous
no,
game
Clutch,
against
I'm
Bounty
literally
Hunters. Well,
cooking
you've got
myself
to
for
take these
this.
brawls that can
Like,
just
nobody
get
wants to
towards
watch
safe.
Brawl Cup.
Take
Which
risks
I like.
with
I'm not
strength.
even like.
And that's exactly what
It's
they did,
whatever.
but
It's
they
just
were
like
punished
really.
so heavily for it. Bans in for
rage
the next
baited
map.
at
It's going to be the Bell, the Crow,
the
and
Ants,
Byron
bro.
to the side of Humble. A0 get rid of the Kaze. No surprise after facing it so heavily last game. They double ban the Bell and add a Colette to the mix as well.
Several lines of thought here I think you can go down. There's going to be this Leon and Jean interaction. Leon a lot of times is an early one because of the lollipop drop, but if you do that, then Jean responds. So sometimes you're going to see players avoid doing that.
I'm gonna
Very
reset
popular
TikTok
brawler.
stream one
Lumi
more
is somebody
time
that
on
I'll
the
shout out as well.
Humble
Doesn't
game,
make
or
it
the
a
Humble
main
Zeta
stage, very
game.
safe one that's now
And
showing up
then
regularly
if
on
there's
this
still
map.
like no one
And as
cares
well,
about that,
I
it's
said it
just too
earlier, but
early,
Thing
bro.
shows up a lot
It's
for
just 9
A0.
in
They
the
love
morning,
getting a
like,
little
nobody's
tricky with it
gonna
of
be
the
on, I
tank of
guess.
choice on this map.
Which I didn't think actually would affect like the stream. I thought I could stream anytime and there would just be viewers. But I guess this is pushing it, watching Brawl Cup
I believe it was
that nobody
knockout
cares
the
about,
last
and
time
then
they were
at
out
such
here.
early in the morning for the
And it's a brawler that
doesn't make sense.
translates well across kind of the bounty knockout game modes where you kind of got to be.
But you live, you learn, you know.
defensive.
But I mean, it's not that I don't like. I
Balances
want to
so
watch
well
this.
with
It's
his
just like
kick. Glowy going to make an appearance there along with the Gene.
crazy.
Kind of a little bit of a double
Morning,
healer
Chris, how are you?
combination here if you run in those healing factors.
Yeah, that's what I'm
from
saying.
the
Too
Gene.
clutch.
Gonna
But
be
it's
able
like
to
a lot
get
of my viewers are
lot
also from
balls,
across the
with
world,
the
so
mass range and scout
I didn't think it would matter.
This is definitely a good solid shot.
But I
because
honestly
Bell is
genuinely
banned.
think
Otherwise, the
Clutch,
back
it's
shot would do
that
really well into Glowy,
who
attaches
wants to watch
himself. The
Zero
teammates
play?
Gene, who likes to stay up close
You know,
too.
who
So
wants
that's
to
not
watch
the easy
Bounty
answer
Hunters
anymore.
play?
Byron is somebody that's also
There's
out
no
and
like
they've done
big
really well
names
with
that
the
have played
healing
other than
Glowy, the
Humble that
magic
can
puffs
Humble
for
just
Gene.
win.
So I don't think there's any easy answer here for the left-hand side. I think at least A0 are making him think about
I
it.
saw that Kaiser. I know.
Wells
I know.
Meeple, a brawler you've mentioned a few
It doesn't
times
make
over
any
the past
sense.
couple of series. I like it a lot. If you
It's
can kind of
9 and
single a
8, oh my
brawler out,
gosh.
you know, whether that be Glowy, the Gene, it's going to be tough.
And I
for
think
them
it's
to stay
also
alive.
clutch,
They've got
like
super
the way that
armored
they
as
set it
well.
up. Like in the monthly
And,
finals,
you
bro,
know, there's
like
always a
the
chance
games
they
are
run
very
that rage
quick.
quit if something aggressive comes down.
They
as
have a
final
lot of games to
ball
get
for
through,
A0,
bro.
when you've
They're
got kind of
stalling
two
like
brawlers
no
with healing
tomorrow.
abilities.
Think
It's
about it.
always
We are
a
on the
question
third.
whether
It's been
that's gonna be the case
3
or not.
hours.
People's mansion rage quit, whatever
We're on the
it may be.
third. Like they've been
Cutoff
finished
is so
one
good, and
set.
Humble demonstrated
Like,
this
bro.
earlier. I mean, that gadget
The
can be
way
a
they
very
set this
powerful
up.
force to get yourself positioning. Gus going to be the choice
Like, I
for
don't
the
know,
left-hand
man.
end as
This is
well.
just
It's
not
gonna give him a little
streamable.
Outrange Glowy, of course, once he attaches.
Tomorrow
to the
there's gonna
open
be some
space,
big
he's going
names,
to do
yeah.
very well. But if Gus can just keep his distance,
Bro,
keep
Kaiser,
firing
it's not
shots
a
down,
question
maybe
that
cycle
Patchy's
out the
better.
cookie popper a little bit.
Patchy's a
Definitely.
legitimate pro. Mossy's a great player.
Well. Frank gonna come in there as the
Hi,
final
Asher,
pick
how
for
are you?
8-0. And I've said it so many times. You've got to bring in these unpredictable brawlers. And I said, you know, it's likely we're gonna see something aggressive coming down when you've got the Gene and the Glowy, who are so capable of healing, and they have that range covered as well. But I wouldn't have said Frank
Frank,
could
you
be
was a good
my
last
tank
pick.
of choice.
I was saying
We'll
that they
find
just
out.
love to get creative with the tanks that they choose, and the one issue that I see on this left-hand side, we've got Meeple, Jae-Young, and Gus. While they all have solid to mid-range, this was a common theme that I've seen in drafts overall. If you don't have the damage
one's
to
eye
match and you
cop.
play it right,
Eyes-
you can
eyes
really
are cop.
go at the enemy side and just absorb all those shots. Even if Frank's going down, as long as Gene's falling
That's
through and
really
Chloe's
upset.
throwing through, it's going to be enough. You're going to see it now. An attachment on that right-hand side, full-on healer mode, full going through for David. Ooh,
Yes,
excellent
100%
execution in early.
Can't keep him alive there, no matter what heals you've got with Jae-Young. David, Galaxy and Nagi all just going to sit on this right-hand side and have a wonderful time healing each other. Going to be tough to pitch this one in, but they're trying to do their best with Boss round the top.
Thank you,
throwing out
guys.
these slipstreams, getting his speed going. And Nagi falling fairly low, but David still sitting quite nicely.
Oh my gosh, Semantic just got pulled like he's
a...
Is he alive? How? Oh, he still gets pulled. Wow. Boss is literally on the other side just fighting.
Fun strategy coming out of A0. It's just barbaric. Now they're going to be going at Boss, who uses the hypercharge just to stay alive. What attack from Lukey, the sharpshooter on Pierce. Gus, it does not matter. Put it in his hands.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough to not only keep these out of position, but hold them off when they want to come aggressive as well. Almost
Boss
signs
almost
it with the Weekend Warrior. David trying to get some work done. There's the Kooky Pop coming in as well. Brings David low. Who's low anymore? He's got so many heals in his back.
Notice how Humble are playing around the gadget pop.
Rocky, what's good? You were right, bro.
It's an onslaught. Humble are now marching
No one cares
forward.
about Brawl
Super
Cup.
dropped on the down. Lukey has
I'm gonna refresh one more time before Only Realm and
Now
Zeta.
just on the back lines. They have plenty of HP. They've got the heals going
it's
down.
too early.
They have to find
Vertex,
a
are
way
you?
to stand. They are down the blue star after all.
I was going to say, bear in mind, Humble don't even need to aggress, but they felt they were going to get pushed back into
Do you think
spawn.
Humble won
There's
Brawl
a
Cup?
brilliant pull.
I want
Boss
only
goes
Humble
down
win.
as
I don't
well,
think
and
Humble's going to win,
A0
to be honest.
have a great comp and a wonderful answer to Humble.
Patches is top pro, but you don't think
Little surprise
Massi's... Yeah, no,
attack here as
Massi's
now
not
David
taking
once
any
again goes to the
so.
back lines with about 30 to go.
Doing
Humble
well,
are
Vertex
going to
is
have to find an answer down 4. Nothing to slouch at, but 1 kill on Frank would be enough.
It's close to getting
Semantic
low. There's the
pushing
charge
in.
on the right side.
Nah, they're going to get it all. Here
Semantic gets one, but there's still
comes
2
David,
down.
and gets stunned off of it. Wait, but they can't get a kill. Oh my gosh, Semantic gets pulled too, but he gets the super down. Oh my gosh, oh my, they get the kill and they take the star. Oh! What? That was gross. That was gross.
As they find the comeback.
Nah, Chris, after you say that, you look, you jinxed him, bro.
Photo finish.
That was disgusting.
8-0, so close. Starting to
That
make
was
me regret a little
insane.
bit, talking them down a little earlier. Again, this is a good team, a bright future, a high ceiling. But unfortunately, they may have found it too late. They're now tasked with taking on Humble, who somehow, someway, always find a way to squeeze through on this land stage. Boss early on, grabbing this blue star, right-hand side flank. Walking David forward is his teammate, Glowy in the back lines. Not interested in getting kills, just slowly trying to get that supercharge. The tandem of a Frank pull, a chain pull. There's just so many options for comebacks here from A0 or some proactive takes as well.
Yeah, great super again from Semantic.
Humble people.
Can he get
I'm
it?
confused
The
with what that
Rage
says,
Quit
Clutch.
just clips him on the
Let's go,
edge
Bo.
and stops that super. He's having a few difficulties with that through this set. David not finding those supers. When he did, it was flying. There's super as well, straight through. Weekend Warrior gets some good damage, but David will survive. Live to fight another day with some big heals in his back once more.
Retreat coming out of the red side. A missed pull once
Oh,
again. And
Luki.
Luki smells the blood in the water. Boss activating speed. Hypercharge
Pushing,
going
already a
down.
hyper.
A little extra party up the middle of the map as now the pull
Nice.
doesn't go through. They can peek through
Oh
the
my
wall.
gosh, another
David
kill, they
left
just
all
robbed
alone, and
them.
Humble know better.
They
No
just
sense
robbed
in
them.
pushing when they've got the lead.
Pinned in the top right corner now. David with no heals for the first time in a while. But now
Kaiser,
low through the
you
mid.
don't have a
Galaxy as
person or
well, and
anything
he gets
set
some
up.
heals, but
Hi,
not
Danger, how are you?
quite nearly enough. Boss through the mid, slipstreams being provided, no heals at the moment, but his teammates are looking quite healthy as it is. David so low with the Cuckoo Papa, almost finishing him off. There's the hypercharge coming down the right side, and they've got another one as well, but Semantic uses one of his own.
Oh, and this is such a tough
Oh,
beat.
miss
the
from...
gadget,
Oh
misses the
my
pull,
gosh.
quick to push him
Dude,
back
Frank
as
is
well.
useless
Nothing
right
that Glowy
now.
can do. He's trying his best,
What time is
trying
there?
to
9 in the
preserve
morning.
life of his teammates, but it's not doing good work. Humble are just all over this.
Galaxy has a pull, and it needs to be an influential one. Most likely going to be aiming for Boss, but he's the one
Humble's
with the
low
most
about it
movement
too.
speed. Super being used there by Luki, just shielding himself up,
Or
trying
3 of
to
them.
wait and stay healthy for these last 20 seconds. Big push coming from A0 as a hypercharge being popped. David so low
Oh,
already, though.
good dodge
Gets
from
some heals to the
Semantic,
back,
gets
but
the stun
Galaxy
off
will
too.
fall, and they lose another one of their players. Nagi on the right-hand side, Frank,
They just can't do
it
anything.
alone.
It's
They
like a
need their
miracle.
third. They're getting beaten down, and this one is going to be a Humble set.
Nice. W Humble. Yeah, damage is going to go insane.
But not quite enough.
I would not be the
A0
coach
running
Kaiser.
out
I'd
of
definitely get
answers.
it.
Humble,
That would be
despite
hilarious,
being
though. Michael
down
behind
early
Masi.
in that game number 1, climbed their way
They'd have a
back
lot of
up.
pushing to
I
do.
saw
I think
the
SJ
vision.
would even
Just
be more
butcher them
qualified as of
with
right
help
now than
points. Run them down. Not
maybe
enough
Michael
connections
and
from the
Vahan.
pull
I don't know.
from Frank. Not enough
SJ's been
fuels to
playing a
go
lot of
around
rank
for the
recently.
squad, and ultimately that Meeple, despite being squishy,
But
the
even
rage
then,
quit.
like, none
A
of them
perfect
would be able to
answer.
compete with
they
these
continued
guys.
to play around this. Every time they were under threat
Like,
from
we'd
a
have to put
super,
together a
they would
legit team.
activate gadget. Every time a pull was missed,
They show
that
much
is the
help.
time
I don't
to
know
go.
if they show how much
Just some
killing.
smart, disciplined Brawl Stars at a Humble. A
I don't
great
think they
attempt
do.
out of A0,
Ranks
but this
SJ
is Humble
is
we're
like
talking
M2
about.
right
They're
now.
gonna need more than that.
I say, but you kind of got to think really disciplined Brawl Stars from Humble, waiting for the moment, waiting for that pull to be missed. But you've got to think of the other side
Go
as well.
on, how are you?
Is it kind of lack of discipline from A0 to just be throwing them out, not getting any connections
Yeah,
on
like
them,
9700.
especially when Humble are standing off, when you've got it in hand. So it
I
seems
feel like SJ
a
could
little
actually
bit
make a
irresponsible on
privilege.
his part to just be throwing those out. He got himself in some really good positions to Frank occasionally, and don't get me
Do
wrong,
you really
4
think
kills,
Masi,
pretty
Michael, and
decent
Vahan
for
don't
that
say
brawler
anything?
on this map.
Dude, they get...
But he got himself
I
in
mean,
so
it
many
wouldn't
great
even be a
positions.
game.
But as you said,
It's
that
good, go
rage
on.
quit gadget shuts it down every single time. Brilliant fast fingers from Semantic, and he was
They
one
would
of the star
they would get
Yeah,
destroyed
be
in
overly
like 30
picky about all of
seconds.
this. I mean, we're going to be critical, but at this stage, it's just these micro decisions that make a difference. I want to point out, they picked the Frank into the face of Meeple. They picked this early
All
on
right, what's the next
and they
game?
still made it work.
Gem
Sure,
grab,
early
death
on,
catch,
once they
route.
weren't used to this, I think there was a little adjustment period where Humble may be caught off guard by this decision
30
as
seconds
well, but
legit.
they had
I'm
a
not even
perfect
kidding.
response for it. A0 make this decision. Like you said, maybe a little gung-ho with some of these gadgets, these pulls. It's something
these
we've
are
kind of
top
seen all
rows,
day.
exactly.
They don't feel settled into me. It feels like they have to try and make these big hero plays, and hero plays aren't what they need. They just
Humble
need
with
to
Creeper Xavier.
survive.
They haven't
Just
drafted
be the
yet.
last
Okay.
one
Series
standing.
first pick.
Right now, Humble with a 2-0 lead. Certainly boasting themselves, have not been phased so far today. In the face of a serious, I'm sure they're well equipped for this. It's a very popular brawler.
This could well be A0's last hurrah in the Brawl Cup.
What if they just
They'll
Edgar
start to get
and say
something
screw
going
it?
now. Banwise, Lumi, Crow, Colette, no surprises on that side. Ali, Lumi, and Ruffs on the opposing side as well.
Janet
As you said,
coming
Sirius is the first pick. It's a good one. You know, it's versatile. It's going to
See
pop
Janet
over
coming
walls,
out for sure.
shoot at good range as well, and I think it's very solid first pick to take here.
Chester,
Over the
Janet.
other side, no surprises again. Chester is one of the brawlers they absolutely love to pick up. That, and along with the
I think
the
Janet's
Ruffs,
so
the
good
Pierce,
this series.
Ruffs being banned out here, obviously, and Pierce being banned out overall,
good
so
guy,
it kind
though.
of takes away a lot of their kind of comfort picks, I feel, as well.
Despite spawners being on the ground, possibly from Galaxy, I think you gotta grab an anti-tank. So Crow out of the way, Colette out of the way, and eventually you just gotta go for what you think's best on the map. And I think that is the ultimate best decision left. Could go Otis and argue that, but instead it's going to be this combination, and Leon in tandem with it as well. I really like this. The lollipop
I
drop
don't know
can
if
make
I
him a
like
gym
Leon.
carrier, or if they want to go a more traditional mid or rotate. Now they have two, I would
Penny
say,
or
solid
Janet. Yeah, Penny
options
actually
for
could
that.
have been good.
Yeah, I was going to mention Otis
I
as
like
well. It's
Janet
still
so
very
much.
on
Mossy,
the
good
table
to see
for A0 too. It's going to be tough to run, you know,
What's
more
good,
aggressive brawlers into this now that they already have the Chester, and still the Otis is on the table too. Leon going to be great to aggress some of these brawlers. You've just got to hope that if you choose to go for the series, he doesn't have many of those shadows stored up, or he's going to have a bit of a tough time breaking through those.
Mossy.
It's the Stu.
Except
Stu's
no
going
one's
to come in then.
no one wants to watch
It's a
Brawl
brawl that
Cup.
I actually really like to see on this map. The mobility is really solid, being able to evade, you know, the Chester supers no matter what it is, or if a Leon's coming towards you, you can be able
Into
to get away.
serious?
Definitely. Stu are very regular on this map as well. There's their flair of a little extra
Yeah, I don't
speed
think
too, or
Leon's that
wall
great.
break if they really
Like,
want to,
Leon
but
can
more
sneak
than
up on a
likely I
series
think
and
the
just take
speed
him
for
out.
now, unless a
But I
brawler
don't know,
choice
it's
changes
really
things
weird
up.
with the
Mina and Mo, I
clones.
think, still on the table for me as well as aggressive options that can maybe get up in the face of
I
an enemy.
am.
You
Mossy,
can
we
also
haven't
drop
slept.
the windmill gadget to kind of prevent these
I'm
enemy shots
tired.
coming in. Buy yourself time to get to those gyms.
Who's
Just
winning
one
right
way
now?
to
You're
be
late, Rainy. It
semi-aggressive,
is
and there it
Humble's
is right
2-0
there. You
right
heard
now.
his voice.
I was
We
going to
got
say, I loved your
Mo.
shout as well, because we saw David playing it in that previous match against Bounty Hunters, and we were kind of sat in the green room, we were like, oh, David, that's not the super you want to be playing there. So, you know, he had a few
Really
mishaps
just
here and
ranged
there.
him. Penny.
But hopefully he's
Penny
going to
does
be able to
make an
get something
appearance.
going against Humble here. Yes, it's a
Ems or
difficult
Jesse,
to
last
start
pick, they went
reverse
Penny.
sweep and complete it at that. But Penny rounds out the Humble
Skip
roster
Pancake, how are you?
for their brawlers, and I like that as well.
Thank you so much.
Is really
Yeah, no,
nice.
we're
Anytime you see Sirius, we
Brawl
just have
Cup,
to
but no one wants
anticipate
to
that
watch Brawl
Penny
Cup,
is
thank
on the
you.
table, especially if it doesn't go through the ban stage. It's been the easiest way, I think, to deal with Sirius. Anytime you see spawners, that's where Penny is going to shine. Also, the control factor as well. Penny can very much play as the midline brawler, while Chester and Leon
think
can
Janet
be
was
more
better.
aggressive
I
on the
mean,
other
I
side.
think Penny's good
A0.
too, though.
First time as a squadron on the
Well,
big
it's
stage,
exactly my
the
seat. That's what I'm
international
saying.
level. They are
I'm
tasked
gonna
with
reset
taking
when
on Humble.
only round with
Otherwise,
Zeta
their
are
countrymen Toxic
playing,
Lois are
but
going to left all
that's all I
alone
really want to
tomorrow.
see.
Brawl Cup spots are on the line. LCQ World Finals.
But
This is
they're
something
making
this
this
region
take
needs
forever.
desperately, and they're going to have to take down the Titans in a reverse sweep if they want a chance.
It's the Chester through the mid. I feel like kind of
I'm literally.
back
I'm
in
not even
my
gonna watch
day,
the.
it used to be the Penny that would have played the mid, but you know, times
I think
changed.
it's
David not having the best of times
BCSA.
against Semantic here, and I'm not sure if he's got some sword
gonna
up to
end
try and
one,
tank some of his damage, but he doesn't in the end. Nagi is going to fall as well with a big bomb
I
over the
think
top
Humble
from
just
Luki.
3-0
The
speeds,
gem's
and
still
I'm
sitting
hoping.
comfortably on a 0 side,
I
and Luki doesn't want to
really
overextend
hope
and
so.
risk it.
Open season now, too, because Luki has given them less spaces to hide. If they want to go in the grass, they have to retreat all
Thank
the
you.
way
Sorry,
to
I
the
add
top
based on
left-hand
how
side. You're
often
seeing
you
with
stream.
Mo right now. And Boss, of course, has this wall for positioning. The Salty Barrel as well to protect him if Mo decides to dive in. Positioning, control, and now a turret raining down on them as well. I mean, this is getting more and more difficult.
Semantic almost survived that as well with the help of the lollipop drop. Galaxy going to come in, but he's got the backup of his teammate there, and the Penny turret, the Salty Barrel are all waiting too. So, anyway, I don't think it's the best moment to have gone in, but
Penny
worth a
turret
try.
was not destroyed, and it's
Forward
getting so much
hands to
value.
pick some up along the way
Just
there
making
as
it
well.
great
And
sneak up
Semantic
on
with
Gabe.
yet
Like, that's where
another
it's good.
invis kill.
You have to be so
Adding
careful
more
with it.
gems to the count of Humble with Luki with 7.
not the easiest to dive
I
in
think
on,
she
I might add,
should
too,
3-0
between Salty Barrel and Chester, who does a burst of damage up close, especially with 4 bells in his hands. It's impossible. Invisibility for Semantic is now he's terrorizing the right-hand side. Sneaking up all the way. They have no idea where he is, and Nagi just has to back off. 9 gems and close to a 10th. Humble have a countdown.
We shouldn't have work for like, oh my gosh, it's Friday, I guess. I'm not streaming tonight. Like, this was the stream for the day. Unfortunately, no one really wanted to watch, but
pretty aggressive turret here with no walls covering it, but Semantic's going to go in, get the kill.
But this tells me, like, do I want to stream Brawl Cup
Going back
tomorrow?
to spawn, he's like, yeah, I'll probably stay around the gem.
I don't know. We'll see.
It's completely fine. Galaxy going to go in
Like,
on
maybe the
right
games
side.
would be more interesting.
And that's
Like,
gonna
I
be
don't really.
match
I would
point
rather
next
do it. Like, I want to
for
stream
Humble.
Brawl
Just a
Cup.
completely dominating performance from them. And
But at the end of the day, I got eclipsed.
out.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I couldn't stream tonight. I would just be
I mean,
dead.
they have not come close.
There's just no
Humble
way.
have just
There's
been
actually no way.
overpowering. Just unbelievably good so far. We saw this last year as well. The group stage, Humble did not drop, I think, a set off the top of the head. I mean, it was a pretty smooth sailing effort for them, but if they win just one more game, they're already instantly in day number 3 for EMEA fans at home. That is a big deal for your spots.
Absolutely. Yeah, again, a great start.
Peggy's alright.
First
How was the road trip? Road trip was good.
It
was long. Like, I was tired from that too. We pushed through overnight.
Gives him a bit of a chance to fight off against Luki. Gets some great
Najee
hits
with some good
but
stuff.
he's not going anywhere.
Semantic finishes the
He
kill.
joins in death. Galaxy with a waste
Yeah, I
of
got my
super
sister down
he gets
there,
the kill,
and she's got her
I feel
car
like there's just
now,
many
so
times where he's making these mistakes. Almost
it
went for the
was
gems there for Semantic
mission
to clean it up,
successful.
and eventually they're back in the hands of Luki.
Yeah, I'll
What
stand by the
animations
word
do I want in the game?
gung-ho.
All of them?
Just doing a little too much, I think, trying to make too much happen. I don't know if that's a lack of
Bar's
experience, lack of
desperate?
confidence. I mean,
What do you mean,
Humble are a
Bar
team
Cancer?
that are mighty fierce to play against. I don't fault them for that at all. As Semantic now in the bushes. Oh, and David didn't have a clue. Dropped the trap immediately, though. Well played. The Chester spawners end up doing a ton of damage.
Yeah, Nagi's trying to make the move around the right-hand side now. Boss might be able to clip him here, but he gets a kill. And this is the best we've seen 8-0 play. Luki finds one on the right, and the bomb comes over the top. Good amount of spawners in now as well, with a couple of Leos.
No problem,
around
Pancake. I'll
David.
catch you.
So ready to defend out against Semantic, he gets that input.
Interesting to see David retreat every single one of these spawners. He just knows Penny's going to be able to eradicate every single one of them, as now Stu has to back off Semantic. Once
Choose
again,
one.
invisible.
Yeah,
The mind games begin. Left-hand side, creeping
Thank
forward.
you, Master.
Popping up right in front of Galaxy's face. A response as well, though. It's going to be a close call. On the right-hand side, David expanding. Knows he has to make up for the room.
7-7, so gem-wise, it's a pretty even game, but I just feel like
It's good, any of
H0
them?
is so much more risk,
What did
especially
they
when
say?
Galaxy
Something
used
Nihao?
the super,
How are you?
and he used it so defensively.
Rainy, good
Back
call.
on the right-hand side, doing a much better job now, but Semantic coming in with the hypercharge, finds one.
Oh, Semantic getting some good value. Can he get that kill? He does. That was gross. That was a really good play. Takes 2 gems that he needs. Gets out. Luki's got 10.
15 on the clock.
Semantic's got to go aggro.
Hopelessly on the back of their spawn.
That's a 3-0 sweep from Humble.
Bodyguard.
That's a
and the
3-0
crowd
sweep from Humble.
chanting everything you need to know. This is a name that you will remember.
It's all
one
good,
that will
Vertex.
be here
Gotta focus on
all
life, right?
weekend long. Just another day for Humble. Your Brawl Cup defending champions are going for 2.
Humble takes it. Who do we have next?
8-0.
Yeah,
Fall
this game,
short
Lassie.
in the Brawl Cup. Honestly, it's not the easiest group having the defending champions in there, and they played very well against Bounty Hunters, but as expected, it's going to be Humble coming out of this group on top, and they're looking to try and retain their title of Brawl Cup champions.
I wish they had like a live thing.
The
Like, where
home
can
team
I?
advantage.
Do I have to go
for
through the?
Humble. Excellently done. 8-0 with an excellent effort, but just too much and too late. Let's go down to Humble.
Is it in the
to see
store?
what
Like,
they've got
where
to
can
say.
I go see it other than going through the game?
Congratulations once
If that
again,
makes
Boss,
sense.
the big man. It's safe to
Those
say, we spoke about this a little bit
predictions.
before, right? Was it about focusing on your
There we
player
go. I
style
can go
coming into
here.
this game, or was it about trying to adapt to the way that they played? How do you feel?
Oh, you can
guys
vote for who was the
adjusted
MVP of this
when you were going
match.
up against 8-0?
I think
Let's
we
say
made a
it
bit
was
of mix. We
Semantic.
try to play our comfort always,
Nice.
but being careful about their picks too, because they are really good on them. So we adjusted and it
Right,
worked out.
Vertex?
It worked
It was
out.
more
It
poppin'
definitely
than
did.
this.
You guys look really comfortable on stage as per usual. Now, I have to ask you something. You've got a little bit of time now between now and Championship Sunday. You guys are going to have a little
Oh, I
break.
cannot read that N8M.
I'd be
but
remiss if I didn't talk about
I hope you're
this
doing well.
little
JWJ, how are you?
forming between you
Do you
guys
think
and Crazy
Lukey?
Raku.
I voted for.
It's amazing to
Semantic.
see the Brawl Stars community loves it as well. Are you kind of keeping a close
can I
eye
see
on
the
how they're
lot?
playing?
Like,
and
how
do you
can I
feel like
see
you guys are ready to exact some
predictions? There we go.
revenge on Sunday?
I
Alright, we
think
get
we are
only
ready
Realm
to
Zeta.
Every
This is
single
what I care
team,
about.
we
This is
are
what I care
going to
about.
prepare for
This
everyone,
next game
and
is
we are
all I
not
care
scared of
about.
anything.
I love that. And finally, Semantic, I'll quickly ask you something. Is there anything that you would like to say to the home crowd here in Berlin? Because what an incredible place to be for you guys, especially being on home turf.
Oh, it's for the whole thing? I
We
guess it is
literally
for the
only
whole
see
thing.
humble posters, humble
When's next
fans
game at? Probably
screaming
like
everything.
15 minutes,
It is
bro. They're gonna
absolutely
take forever.
amazing. to
Yeah,
have
next game
everyone
is
here.
exactly what I
Literally
want to see. I'm
from
gonna
the
reset
bottom
last
to the
round.
top area, absolutely amazing.
Feels
I
this
hope you
video.
guys
I'm
see you
gonna
on
end stream
Sunday
after that
with
too.
all the humble merch, all the
Thank
humble
you, JW.
support, and see you guys there. Dankeschön.
Awesome.
Bro, Zeta
Ladies and
run.
gentlemen, give it up
It's
one more
gonna be good.
time for Humble.
Humble does it again, 2-0 in their group. Just like we expected,
Okay.
kinda. And a bit unexpected for me, A0 is actually the team that we unfortunately have to say goodbye to.
Let's play a little bit. And hopefully win a game because, my gosh, it's been horrible. Facts, Vertex. Oh my gosh, that was torture. I wish they would just bring that back. That was peak time, bro. Like a very streamable mode. That was like fun to play, not repetitive, you know? Because you could like do different brawlers, different builds every time. Like, that's peak gaming. But like, they just see that and get rid of it. I don't understand. No one was in there, right? I need that super. Chill, chill, I'm out. Is there a buzz in here? Please tell me no. No, this has got me scared still. The kick could still be making a move as well. I'm not liking it. Okay, someone goes after someone. Gets the kit, wow. Who's that, Buzz? He may have super. Scout out down here. There is a Shelly. Edgar over there. Kit could be making a move. You never know. Just gotta be really wary of this kit. We got 2 teaming Edgars. Wait, no. This game is like, what does this game become? We're coming up to the Mortis. He's dead. Now we're in a really tough spot. We're okay. Dude, nah. There's a hypercharged Buzz on the other side of that wall. Like, literally, what am I to do? He moves. We gotta go now. Let's rotate. We need 1 hit for a super. Okay, we get it. That's all we needed. Please don't hit me. Just go after someone else. I'm dead. I hate this. Oh gosh, that's so pain, bro. Am I on phone or iPad? Hayden's actually so good. Are you talking about Hayden? Pac-Man for the group before the group is, yeah, I'm saying. Edgar, bro. Nah, yeah, it was horrible, Vertex. But there were peak times. It's good, Monon. Mono. Unlucky, just terrible spot, bro. I don't even know where I'm supposed to go.
This moment is sponsored by Cold Crunch.
Okay.
You failed the crash test, dummy.
Who else can we harass? Is that an Edgar? Just Edgar in every single game, bro. Literally every single game. You actually can't avoid it. What? Nah. I'm being lied to.
This moment is sponsored by Cold Crunch cereal.
Okay. Why'd I just use that? There's like no point in me doing that. I'll walk that way. Get our super, that's what we wanted. Wait, I don't think that gave us our super. Wait, that's so stupid. Give me, good. Should look to chase that.
Win machine.
Oh my gosh. No, let me just get a super! Oh my gosh, I just wanted to hyper away, bro. I low-key sold that so bad. I'm just not, like, my reaction times and everything, and ow, my foot's cramping. Oh, what the? See, I need to go to bed, bro. I just need to go to bed. Oh my gosh. Nah, I'm literally cooking myself, bro. I'm cooking myself. It's good, Anna.
Time to punch some rubber.
What are you? You're so weird, bro. Dude, thumbs downing me when you're bush camping, like, you're weird as heck, bro. You're weird as heck. And you will sit here. You suck. You suck. You suck. Get the thumbs down. What? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. How is he still alive? No, no, no. Get thumbs down. All of that. The fact that that guy was still alive, the game wants me to lose. This is just the game wanting me to lose. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna get toxic, bro. I'm gonna get toxic. You're gonna get spun on X for eternity, bro. For eternity. I hope you're still spectating, boy. I don't care if you're not. You freaking weirdo, bro. Freaking weirdo, bro. Screw this game right now, bro. It just wants me to lose. There's probably an Edgar just camping in here. Okay. Oh my god, you should be dead, right? How is he not dead? I don't have a super. There's a Lily in there, bro. I'm at a pretty rough place right here. Like, what is there to do? I totally thought someone was there. Alright, we find one. But there's still a Lily, like, literally charging super off me as we speak. In here. I'm dead. I'm flipping dead, guys. I'm so flipping dead. Just get me. I'm dead. I hate this game. I hate this game, bro. I hate this game. Edgar, Leon, Naja, Edgar. Global ban for Zeta and only realm. Use other star power. Bro, I get it. Yeah, low-key I should. But I just don't. I'm not used to this one. And, like, I do like Gasso Heal better. Who's my favorite brawler? And I really it's Max. Oscar, thank you for the hard bingo pop. I didn't even see that. Thank you so much. Hi, Kat. How are you? Stefan, what's good? No way. W. Bush camper. Thanks, dude. Thanks for the help. Bruh. Oh my. Okay, bro. I get it. You outranged me. I don't have a super, bro. Understand. And you have a bottom court advantage on me, bro. Where is that? Where did he go? Yeah, low-key, I forgot I was running long dash and I could get in range of him. Like, this thing is long as heck. Yeah, I'm just, yeah, no, it's just not my time, bro. It's just not my time. We got a Chester in the middle that someone gave super to, and this guy just happens to have stun. Yeah, I mean, it's just not the time. It's just not the time to be playing Brawl Stars, bro. Like, but like stubborn in me just wants to just crack these kids, bro. Like, what are the actual odds, you know? Like, I am number 1, tired as heck, playing slowly. Number 2, rage baited already. Number 3, getting absolutely unlucky as God knows poops. Teaming Edgar's, stun Chester, camping in bush, Mortis being a weirdo. Like, I don't like what even is this game, bro? What even is this game? All right, I'm not even worrying about cubes. I'm just gonna go fight. I'm just gonna go fight everybody that I see. Literally everybody that I see is getting this one. Leon, it's unfortunate because I'm literally just gonna fight you. I don't even care if you kill me, bro. Like, we're just fighting. So we're almost at the time. They're gearing up. Like, where's that bull? And by God, someone gave him a super, I bet. Okay, Edgar actually kills him.
This is so lame.
Okay, you're so weird. No. I thought he's so
This is
fast.
so lame.
I hate you. I hate you.
This is so lame. This is so lame.
Bro, like, I'm supposed to win this? I can't even super fast enough before he just kills me, bro. Like, I need to break that wall and get out, but dude, my long dash isn't even over by the time he just whips me in the face with his Edgar shots, bro. Oh my gosh, dude. Like, like, what else can I, bro? I have to key him there. I have to key him there. But no, I go through the wall. My dash isn't even over yet. I'm already dead. No, this game freaking sucks, man. This game freaking sucks, bro. Actually, so rage bait. Bro, I don't even, like, oh my God. Hate this freaking
Saw some
game,
pretty
bro.
interesting stuff with a glowy. I don't think we'll see that this match, but you never know. I'm
You know, I love
expecting
facing Edgar
Gene, Jae Young.
I love
some
Edgar,
wall
man.
breaks potentially,
I
and
love
some
Edgar.
dangerous last picks.
Thank you, Stefan.
I'm hoping for a crowbar.
Yo, bro, you got the
I'm
chef pin
thinking
W?
of Sans here.
Okay,
You know,
I'm
if
refreshing
Sans
TikTok.
is
I'll be
gonna
right
have
back.
a
I will
good
be right
starting
back.
set,
Hopefully
or
they're
any
actually
set
like
for that
doing
matter,
stuff when I get
you're
back in
gonna
like
ban the
30
Pro.
seconds,
He
bro.
hates that brawler, and in this
How do they
meta
just
especially,
expect you to get
it's
alien
just
too?
dangerous
Zach, I don't know how
everywhere,
they expect us to get this stuff.
certainly for
I'll be
me,
right back,
that's
guys.
the kind
Give
of
me
thing that I
like
wanna
30
see.
seconds.
I think for Only Realm as a team as well, what's super interesting to me is how Bobby's got like an average damage, you know, when you average out what the brawlers he plays are.
YouTube
it's
and
pretty,
Twitch,
pretty
I'll be
normal,
back
pretty
in like
level.
30 seconds.
Whereas Patchy and Sans are about 10% above that average of the brawlers of which they pick. But despite that, the kill share is very even across the board.
Yeah, I mean, we see a Mortis first pick. This is out of the ordinary for me. However, I think I've seen it a little bit inside of scrims, and this is to kind of put the pressure on Zeta right away. Can they respond to the Mortis pick? Can they find something that counters Mortis while also picking long-range brawlers that do well on this map specifically? So we're going to see how they respond to that.
Since you're saying Mortis as first pick is out of the ordinary for you,
should
I'm
be
going to call that
chill.
an EMEA build pick as well, as we like to pick a brawler to pick up Blue Star first. We usually see a Mortis or a Kaze come in for that purpose. Now let's see if Zeta Division still snacks up that Kaze, so
We
they
got
also
Zeta
have
only round,
something
bro.
to pick up Blue Star. Mortis, of course, is going to be a tad
Patchy.
bit quicker, but there's a
Those
fight
Mortis
at least
first pick
for
on
it.
hideout,
One
and
of
they
the
go
most
Bell
big
and-
brawlers from their
Bro,
side
they just
is
take that
a
Mortis?
Bell. Now we have it paired with that Jaeyoung just for the mobility against the Mortis.
I really love that. That is a great pairing for me, the Jaeyoung and the Bell. It's very much taking away from
Bobby
the side of
Aura,
only run what
Bobby
they probably
Aura.
had to
Hi,
put their
man.
hands on Bobby, as we
Patchy.
know, a great tapper on that Bell pick, but in these final
I
stages,
haven't
with
even
the
seen
rounds,
them
what
like
you
play
look
at a
to
LAN
achieve.
before like
Yeah,
that
I
one.
mean,
Hey, thank you for the
Suzuku
roses.
and Batman, they picked Jaeyoung and Bell together. This is a very solid combo, and they're very safe right now against a lot of the Mortis. However, you might see a Kaze from them later, like you said, for that Blue Star. But you're gonna expect to see only round
Stand so much aura, I love
some
them, bro.
range of their own, like Gus right
They go
here.
Gus?
And the
Bro, look,
last pick
Site.
could be a lot of things. They might go with another range.
I-
brawler
Site's
just
thing
to,
is literally
you
lower.
know,
He
say,
loves
we're gonna
playing
match
Hunch,
your
bro.
range, and we're gonna have Mortis for our, special pick.
Now the Gus one is an interesting one to me.
Yes,
as
Clutch.
Only Realm
Be
has
kind. Thank you for
picked
the-
him
thank you
up
for the
even
follow, bro.
once in scrims,
CT,
really.
he's got
Pro
aura.
now coming in as their last
Okay, they
pick.
go
An
Crow?
anti-heal brawler. Makes sense against the JL.
Wait,
Also
I don't
just slow
like-
him
I don't
down,
like the
of course,
comp. I don't
thanks
like
to
the comp.
that Crow
I'm not gonna
gadget.
lie.
Interesting brawl from both sides. We're a bit squishy on the left-hand side, as long as the Gus, of course, doesn't have his shield.
Do
The
they
irony
just,
there as
like,
well
RT,
of
bro?
Only Realm being able
Like,
to
do they
snag
not
that
just
Crow,
RT here and end the
knowing that
game?
it wasn't banned, knowing that Sands just can't stand playing into it. It's quite funny to me. Third and final pick coming in now.
Yeah, I mean, RT coming out from Zeta Division, it looks like they're just going to go for the range battle. They say, you have Mortis, but we're not scared.
Maybe over.
We always love to see a good Mortis
Crow's
drop.
good,
Let's see
guys,
if
let
only
him
Realm
marinate.
can
I don't
pull
know,
it
it's-
up and win
it's
this
hideout,
first
bro.
map
It's bounty.
against Zeta
Hey, thank you for the
Division.
rose and
Uben ready.
thank you for
What
all
do
the
you think of
roses.
that
Thank you so much.
Mortis?
Site, I know,
First pick
and
here, I
I
think
know,
even
bro.
against
He's so
Inside Brawlers,
tough.
he's really hard to bring down on these bounty maps, especially that hypercharged super, bro. Is just
Uncle Bobby
unkillable.
Aura.
There's a lot you can work
We
with
love
here as
Bobby.
Mortis.
You
because
love Bobby,
get that
Patchy,
blue
and Sands
star,
over here.
Then you're able to get into the back lines, deal with some of
Who
the
do I think is going to win?
sharpshooters who
I have
have
only
really
round
bad
winning on my
capabilities in close
predictions,
range.
but I mean,
All right,
Zeta,
let's jump in with the
Zeta.
last time
Zeta's
that
got
Bobby
aura.
took
All
on
right, so
Stampo
Sands
was
going to get that. He
2022.
gets marked immediately.
MSI.
I just hate
Much
the
has
free
changed since then,
RT
but only
game,
Realm
bro.
is
Like,
still looking for
legitimately,
that
what is
international
Patchy, Sands,
championship.
or Bobby
It's
going
been
to
4
do to
years
that?
since then. After
Bobby
they
actually has
faced
a
there,
yeah.
Bobby
That's the
said,
best
"You know
matchup.
what?
Bobby
We got a set
on
on them,
Suzuki,
and
but bro.
they looked vulnerable. They looked beatable. It's been 4 years, but Bobby,
East Asia
put your
freaking
finger
mechanics,
sleeves
like, can
where
you
your
handle
mouth
it?
is and show us who's
Oh,
truly
Sands, you're
the
so
better
gross.
brawler.
I love you.
Unhygienic, really, but
Oh my gosh, Sands, you're so gross.
Patchy gets picked up by
Anti-heal the
Batman,
J, Byron
and a
is
nice
banned.
return from Bobby. This gives
Okay,
only
that's
Realm
fair.
that nice little lead, and they will constantly be looking to pressure with this Mortis. Sands is marked up, but will still come forward with confidence. He's just got to be careful, as he has the blue star.
Just waiting as he is marked, waiting for someone to push onto him. It would be much better if he had his super by now. But
I don't know.
it's
I
fine.
just-
as long as they're able
bro,
to
honestly,
trade
I
if
feel
he
like
gets
Crow's
taken
just so
down,
useless.
or if he can shove
On Lake Bounty and
Shetampo into
knockout.
this right corner. Gonna pursue the kill on Batman. Gets it. Still trade onto Shetampo.
Oh, but Patchy,
sees
like,
an
why are
opening.
we going
No,
in
not
there?
an opening at all. Bobby tries to
No,
take advantage. Now he's
no,
marked up, has to
oh
move away
no, it
with
just
the
all
super
fell
completely
apart.
over-aggressive. It's one after the other. Only Realm feeding Zeta Division as they thought they saw a kill, but there
I
was
know,
nothing.
right, Masi? Like, why are they
He will
doing
just throw
that?
flex on you and have burst that you frankly cannot account for. Sands wants to come forward, but took a bunch of damage in doing so. Zeta happened to be defensive because look at all the nest eggs that Shetampo's have been able to set up on the right-hand side, functionally denying that lane from Only Realm entirely. Sands again, this time going for Shetampo.
Sands needs, he's just trying to get a hyper, bro, but I don't think he's not going to have it. Suzuku got a hyper already, just shreds.
Impossible to counter.
At least
I
they
know,
don't have to deal with
Masi.
another hypercharge, but they are behind by a significant margin. 7
To be
stars
fair,
go, and only
though,
10
I don't
seconds
know
to
if
get
knockout
there.
on that
Sands
is
with
like
no
the
super. Patchy routes around all the nest eggs on the right
style.
side. It's time to push in. 5 seconds to go. Bobby would love to
Yo,
use
you're
super
him,
here.
Sands.
Sands
Oh
gets
my
it
gosh,
on
no,
the
oh my gosh. Wait, no. Oh my gosh. Imagine,
Better in
imagine.
the final moments there by Only Realm, but up until that point, it looked a little
Oh my
sloppy.
gosh, bro.
Some jitters maybe from the NA #1 seed, but also
Maybe they
some
can't take it. Maybe
overextensions
they
there
can't take
midway through the game. I'm sure that's one of the main topics of discussion right now as we head into our next
Sans
round.
deserves all the glaze.
Trigger happy, only realm. They had brawlers on low HP. They
think
thought they
Patchy
could
sold.
go for the kills, and it was just misjudged, misguided.
I just
Suzuki
hate the
dropped
purple,
legs.
too.
Batman had great defense also. Just not working out at all. It's going to be the first kill for Batman, taking down Patchy. Suddenly the blue star doesn't matter as
Sans
much.
is doing
and no
it
kill
again,
for
but-
Sans either. Getting brawlers to low HP, but just can't finish off those kills. And that's where the healing from
Nice
Batman
shot.
really comes into play. You change these interactions so much. Once Mortis can't kill a brawler in 3 taps, 4 taps, then he's not able to kill him at all.
Oh my gosh, Suzuku's
The
tapping.
dash forward in the L shape, but Suzuku is looking dangerous with a super
Oh
at the
my-
ready. It's Batman again with another weak
Oh,
hit.
you
The 50
can't-
minutes not
oh,
enough to bring the Jae-Young down. It's only Realm fall behind by 7 stars.
If only Patchy didn't jump
We
on
still
it.
have over a minute of play, but
I know, right?
already feels like this has
It's
gotten out
not
of
looking
hand.
good.
It has. Only Realm needs to
whatsoever.
play synergistically here. Sans is going in solo, looking for ideal 1v1 matchups, but
Does hurt to
it's never a 1v1. There's always Batman to help out. Now on the left side, gets the legs dropped. Suzuki
I mean,
can easily retreat
deleted,
back
bro.
into that normal long-range form. With 50 seconds to go, I can honestly imagine this one not even going the distance. Only Realm send one Mortis in after the other. The only thing that can play around at this point with Mortis is getting a hypercharge and getting a team kill.
That's asking for a lot, especially up against a team like Zeta
Bo-
Division. Here comes Bobby, throws a bubble
Go.
on himself, not on Sans. Instead, it's Chitampo, who would have had a guaranteed hit off that mark, but Sans is
Nah,
close
they
enough
can't
to
push
dodge
in. They're
that
getting tapped up
arcing
by the
super.
bell. Like
Still,
they...
we can worry a dangerous
Sans,
hit
get
the
out.
button, at least.
All right, it's
Now
possible.
Jae-Young
They need 4
elimination.
stars.
4 stars to the
They just
good,
need
and
Zeta.
22 seconds remain.
20
Oh,
seconds,
Suzuku
and you
has a
have an
hyper, it's
RT
over.
hypercharge to face. It's basically
It's
an
over.
impossible task. They're going to have to pinch Suzuku first, then go for
Why the
everyone
crow
else.
pick?
But
I
Advantage
don't
to
know.
Tampo on the
I
flanks
don't like
are
crow
playing
on
quite
these ones.
aggressively to allow Suzuku to stay alive. Here come the Blender Blades out. Patchy
Oh,
down
my
Sans
God.
would love to get close range. Could it be another?
No!
Even
Oh!
with the combo spinner out,
Bobby!
efficient. Bobby gets 2
It's
right
just
at
not
the end, but
enough.
it's
Every
still
single time
will
like at
not
the end,
be
Bobby's
enough.
still yeah, it's over. Okay, set 1 goes to Zeta real quick.
And you know what you get with this Zeta
Oh,
Division
gosh.
squad? They are mechanically brilliant.
I just don't understand the draft. Like, I just don't understand the draft. What is with the draft?
Questionable
Mystery, how are you?
But this one looks pretty solid. Pretty hard to take issue with the brawlers that Zeta Division look to bring in here. Bella's incredible on this map. In general, the nest eggs are amazing.
Crow's just getting
RT's a
outranged.
powerful
Exactly, though. That's
defensive
what I'm
brawler.
saying. Like,
And the fact that
just
Zeta
gets
Division
outranged.
start every
Oh.
round behind that blue star. Able to fight in.
Patchy,
and honestly,
bro.
put Only Realm in a chokehold
Patchy.
towards the end of the set.
You don't even
Mortis is
remember your
terrifying,
predictions?
but
Really? I remember
in the
my
RT,
predictions.
I don't fancy it.
Yeah, and to the Jae-Young as well. Are you really worried about the amount of damage that Jae-Young can
Good
do?
KO.
Not particularly. Mortis has good sustain once he gets his supers going, but there's just nothing you can do once the interactions are shifted such that you're never going to get a kill. You're never
draft
actually
is
fighting 1v1.
definitely
Jae-Young is
rushable.
just healing his teammates, and they're going to survive with like 100, 200 HP.
What do we have for
every
the next
single time.
match?
We saw it happen for the first couple of Mortis interactions in Game 2, where Sans could not pick up the kill as a result.
Thank you for the
of
follow,
support.
okay?
You have to hand it to Only Realm for being inventive.
They look so stressed. I would
as
be
to
stressed if I was
pick
them.
up that Mortis as a first pick, prioritize it, and
Who's
play
their
around
coach?
it in an entertaining way. But I will say, both of the games so far, they did not manage to hold on to that blue star at all, which is half of the battle. When you have Mortis, you are getting that blue star and playing as defensively as possible. They were not able to do that.
Off to Death Cap Trap now for our second set. Leon, as a global ban, sort of discussed a little bit briefly on the desk. It is by far the most picked brawler by this Zeta Division squad and is actually one of their go-tos on this particular map. So that out of the way sort of clears a potentially problematic brawler up.
Just gave
But if
RT
you're
a
only Realm now, you're
free
thinking a bit
game,
more,
like strange draft. Yes,
deeply here.
I
Lulu
am
just double
saying.
ban. No one wants to deal with it on this map.
Stefan,
Very,
the
very
thought
good
is
controlling
for
a lot of small chokes.
followers.
Room and Frostbite is still a huge problem, and the stopping power that
Chester
blast
first
speed
pick,
has to
Death
lock
Cap
people
Trap.
down is just not something either squad wants to deal with. But it also means that this Chester was valued
Why don't
higher
we
than
dog-
Lumi by Zeta Division. They go for that first pick.
Never mind, Crow.
Don't want to face a Mortis, basically. Only Realm have last
maybe even
pick.
like a
They're just
meeple
thinking
comes
about what
out.
is going to be picked last. And you can see
I
a
can
target
see
band
meeple
over here
coming out,
also.
actually.
Just generally good, but a brawler that Sans really spams hard is Shade. So quite shrewd for Zeta Division to get rid of that one.
Do they have to pick Mortis here if you're Only Realm?
I don't think so.
Stew.
No. And into Chester, it's like basically not a winning matchup.
Zeta
Did a
have a
stew early.
100% win rate with Mortis and Chester. That duo of brawlers combined. They have won
Uh-oh,
every
Anna,
single set in
uh-oh,
which they've been
Anna.
able to get both of them.
I can
over
change the
last
EP if you
week
want
or
me to,
so
let
in
me
the
know.
lead up to this tournament. They have
They had to
not
ban
lost
Patchy's
a
Crow.
single
They
set
had to ban it.
when
Nah, that's a
they've
good
got
first pick,
Chester
that's fine.
in scrims. It's a little scary. Yeah, you don't want to pick more.
Jabbatron, are you?
I get it, but now you're
Wait,
also
let's see
allowing
what
your
they do.
opponent to have the option to go for both of them. RT, sorry.
They actually
Rush
do
here
go
gonna
the
be
dog.
Starting to round out this draft a little bit more. Obviously, we know that
Okay, sounds good,
the
yeah.
Apache Stews, that would be something to be feared.
Let's see what they
I think
end
it'll
up
be a
going.
comfortable brawler for him. It's not going to be amazing into Chester because Chester should still reliably like hit the spread shots, but should be good against anything on the 4-5 turn that gets aggressive. You sort of need something like this to round out your composition, something that will aggress the enemy gym carrier.
Actually, still almost feel like
Chester
people
should
would
be
still be
also
good.
outmatched in any like sort of longer range matchup, so it's going to be nice for Colonel Refs to play there. There's
So,
the Mortis. This
okay,
is what
Mortis.
you called out. The combination here, but only Realm have to have been expecting this. I mean, it's not like we have any information that they don't. So what do they have in store to stay away from the
What
Mortis?
season
Stu
is
a
this?
preemptive reaction to this,
I'm not
but
sure what
something
season
to
this
play
is.
anti-tank against that Mortis, something with
It's
the
a Chimera and Arc. So I don't know what that is on Netflix, but
It's a pretty popular pick.
doesn't
for,
Patchy main
this only
Stu?
Realm squad.
Oh wait, low key.
Need to be able to yeah, put an end to it. Here's the penny to be picked up here. Obviously, something that's going to deny the sandbags pretty effectively, and honestly,
feel like the
just be
sandbags
a
aren't even
real
that good,
nuisance once that cannon starts to lock on.
Just need some like better anti-tank into Mortis, honestly. They could go aggro themselves, something to get into the back lines. That penny turret is going to be quite troublesome. I don't look at a winning matchup for Colonel Ruffs here either, because you run
We're gonna
bags
get
here,
good
and
gameplay.
Penny's gonna
Hopefully
pierce
we'll
right through them
see
like it's no problem at all. So you're missing a lot of stuff.
Oh, they go
You're
strong.
going for an aggro but high HP last selection. It's going to be able to
Sands
get
on the
over to the enemy
trunk.
side. Also with that radius of attack,
Shades banned.
you will be able to fire through walls, hit the crit spot. Also should be able to take down the turret in just a couple.
Who I
of
think is
shots.
gonna
So
win?
I see.
I
the
hope
method
that
here.
only Realm
I
wins.
am not
Stefan
so
Zero
confident
delay
in their ability
incoming.
to keep those back lines alive
Let's
into
find
Mortis,
out. Let's
however.
find out. Welcome back,
Zeta
Lazarus.
Division got off to a great start in East Asia this year, winning that first monthly final. And I think Ark pointed it out, their performances, their placings they have declined, right? But that could also be a sign of the region itself getting stronger. This is another good draft from a team that we often criticize in that regard. Let's see how it plays out as we head up to Death Cap Trap at Zeta Division, ahead 1-0.
The lanes are set. It's Patchy on mid, Sands on the side lane trying to ricochet these shots around to Suzuku. Meanwhile, Bobby going directly for the enemy lifelines, but Stetampo is able to easily get a super off that, and now it's set up. Is Patchy going to break the wall open to
They switched.
disrupt this
Sands is actually on the
It
dog.
would certainly be valuable, but he's holding on to all 4 gems, and it would just be a waste of all that control and all of the progression towards the objective
Yeah,
they've
that's
already
true.
gotten. Suzuku,
I don't know.
exactly
Drake
where
on
it
this
wants
map
to
will
be.
keep us a
Bobby
little
gets
bit
serious damage on
torturous.
Stetampo, but isn't able to finish off the kill. And look at the cycle for Stetampo. He's probably
That's
a couple
fair,
of
I know.
attacks off of his hypercharge.
Yeah, Bobby needs to get a little bit of help, I think, when he goes in. Just a slight pinch from Patchy.
Yeah, Randy, but
to
they
help
like
him
adjust
with
the
that
tables to where they want to
1v2
be at,
could be all
though.
that's
So it's not
required.
that bad. It's actually like pretty
Slightly
similar.
off course there, it knocks him
CT,
away.
I'm sure
He
would much
just
rather be
blown
sitting
it
on
up.
the floor
And frankly, Sands
in
is
an L
instantly
position.
dead whenever Suzuki pulls up on him.
Oh
There's
my
not a whole
gosh,
lot
that
that
should
can be
be
done.
nice.
And now Batman gets that 5th gem, and Zeta Division have themselves a lead.
A hypercharge for Bobby could shift things up. However, Zeta
Ooh,
Division with
I'm
their turret
so
placed over
tired,
here
like,
leaves it pretty vulnerable
oh my
to Bobby.
gosh,
He's going to
I'm so
attempt
tired.
to push
This
in,
is just
and
terrible.
despite getting pinched quite hard, will not go down. Stetampo not hitting these shots. Bobby's getting expert positioning. Meanwhile, Patchy is on Suzuku duty. Just wants one
Patchy
more
is
gem
all
and then to get
alone.
away.
He
And
makes a
attempt
good
to
play
pinch,
to get
Patchy gets
away.
relatively
That was actually
scot-free,
really good.
And Suzuku over
Okay.
aggressive will fall. 3v2
Well,
now. Zeta
Bobby
Division
has
just
a
back up so
hypercharge.
they
What
can
can he
wait for
do with
Mortis
it?
to
Let's see.
respawn. Got plenty of time to work with, but a couple more gems over.
He's gotta
Only
make it
Realm
work,
will
bro.
make this impossible for Zeta Division to just pick up a couple more gems and then retreat. It is going to be
Nice,
likely
Bobby.
an exchange. of the
Nice,
lead as
Bobby.
things
Oh,
progressively
it's a lead, but he
erupts.
That's huge!
That was disgusting. I don't even know how that worked, but okay.
Only Royal patient over the lead
Wow.
up to that fight, and Bobby's having to go
Wow.
1 for 2. And put Patchy at critical mass.
Patchy
It is
just needs to back
9:49
up,
right
5
now.
seconds to go.
Stefan in the morning.
Stetampo so
Bobby
far
lock
away.
in.
Suzuki
Bobby
would
just
love to
did
dash
lock
in,
in,
get
buddy.
onto Patchy, dashes in the
Patchy,
corner.
get out. Yes.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. He dodges.
Suzuki almost
Reset.
got him on the return of
Let's
those
go.
hypercharged bats. Would have been a countdown interruption, but they would have been too low on utility to keep up
Guys, that's
those
fair. I mean,
interruptions.
he's not
Still
playing
shows
that
you
great
the
today.
kind of
I
fire
don't know.
behind their
He's played so
eyes.
well.
Even when they are losing, they refuse
You gotta look at track record as
to
well.
give up. Such a close
We all
match
love that.
here. will they be able to do it again? Just a weird interaction where Bobby posthumously took down the gem carrier of Shitetampo. This time he's getting Suzuka. It's exactly the lane that he wanted. This time not feeding Shitetampo early on.
Yeah, he wants to fight the Mortis as early and as often as possible. Trunk is someone who makes use of those raw stats from the hypercharge better than most other brawlers because he's a tank, but it's the damage over time that the Ants deal that got those gems dropped at the end of that last round. You've got to watch out for that Trunk hyper. There's pressure through the backside. Suzuka's about to dive in on Sans, who will be his ideal target. And Patchy doesn't really have anywhere to go. He's caught there by the lifeblood. Suzuka has 2 gems
just
to
made
his name,
that
and
sound?
Bobby is not really involved.
Did you hear that? Like someone literally went.
Care about getting out of there.
Like
He just
what?
wanted more kills.
Can the announcers do that?
As long as he possibly can. And yes, Bobby was completely behind the enemy, not really contributing much to the battle, just trying to circle behind. Gonna do it again this time, going for Batman, who had the Jawbreaker ready. Sans at mid has basically nothing to play for. Now Patchy joining forces will make this a 2v3, so it's a little bit closer. And here's a hypercharge for Sans.
There it
Toss
is.
over to the right side where Patchy
goes to Patchy. Patchy's gonna go in.
Always better than just having one. Huge interaction for Suzuku. As he gets 2, it's a full team wipe, and Zeta Vision run away with 10 gems.
Zeta's about to take this one. Alright, hold on. Patchy has a hyper. Bobby's got a hyper. He needs a super. He just got it. Wait. It's actually, hold on. It's winnable. They reset.
But it's going to be tough for him to get those gems this time. Batman and 8 able to pop that zoning super. Shitetampo should be able to run interference here against this Stu. Santa looking for something here. Shitetampo taken down. Batman though still held enough. 4 seconds left. Bobby encroaching, getting closer.
Oh my gosh.
Batman brought down.
Can we get him out? Can we get him out?
All of them. Shitetampo still carrying 5.
Oh my gosh, Suzuku.
Also diving deep now.
Bobby, you gotta get all the gems.
As he tries to walk away.
He's got super.
Bobby with 6 gems. It should be enough
Patchy
for
goes
Only
down.
Realm to climb up here in
This is
terms
not
of the
good.
gem
Oh,
count.
Bobby's gonna get crit.
So
Oh, what a gadget. Oh, he missed the super on
that. Super for Bobby. At least it pushes Batman on the right side. Gems spilled the ground. Patchy just trying to pick up as many as he can, but he knows it's over. It's game 2 to today's Zeta division and a tied upset.
Ay. It's insane. Yeah, Rain.
Zeta division bounce back, and frankly, the game plan really looks like he's executed somewhat flawlessly. Just to dominate in the mid-range.
Lock in.
Suzuku actually able to dive on the enemy gem carrier. Felt like it took ages for Patchy to really be able to build up any gems at all, and Bobby was constantly kited by the rest of Zeta.
Look at this as Suzuku tries to get into close range versus Bobby. Wasn't able to do it, got hit by the crit in the midst of all of that. But with Bobby being such a huge pool of HP, it means tons of free supercharge for Mortis. Meanwhile,
they have to get that kill.
Extremely aggressive. He doesn't even mind getting taken down there because he's got his super. That's exactly what they want.
Goes
and look
down.
at Patchy pushing up aggressively,
Bobby
trying to
chase
disrupt the stronghold, where inevitably that turret is going to be placed. Suzuku also massive distraction. Just an opportunity for Bobby to get some hypercharge for himself. As Suzuku, I think, used just his first super there.
Lovely gem lead.
About halfway to getting a hypercharge
Stu cannot go down.
his own, which we know is a game changer for Mortis.
Sans is good to take that
take a big risk here going after that turret. Is going to be taken down as a result. Shitetampo with a salty barrel deployment.
Oh, that was really bad. That was really bad. Gem lead's about to be gone.
Amidst all that chaos and takes him to a safe part
right,
of the map.
Beth? Realm got a 150-50 draft. I think.
Contributor in terms of control. Now he's trying to control this mid lane, rotate around from Shitetampo. Got away from the salty barrel just in the nick of time. Now Bobby gets to close in, get a kill on Shitetampo.
Yeah, okay. They trade at least.
Expires at the hands of Batman, but it's okay.
Yeah, yo, that Batman hypercharge is going to be a little scary.
Super over the right side, watching for Bobby. Has that hypercharge of his own. He can cycle forth another one, but he's going to have to play hyper aggro. We don't know what super Batman has either. Seems like Bobby is just a jawbreaker magnet. Every single time he pushes forward, there's a stun awaiting him on the other side. So he's been hesitant to use it so far, but it's about to be go time.
Here.
He knows he's got to clear that hyper turret, and he goes with a hyper charge of his own, but he's blown up pretty instantly. It's traded out.
That's fine.
Batman had the damage. Patchy now gets up to 8 gems, so this one could go to the wire. Here comes Suzuku yet again. Yeah, another turret also deployed.
That turret is so annoying. But yeah, Bobby's got to make some space. Patchy's got to get that next gem.
Suzuku, battered and bruised, move over towards the right side.
If you can get the one, it's going to spawn on your side. You guys have to fight for this last gem that you can win the game. They have to fight for this last gem. Wait for the hypercharge from Suzuku. Good kill from Patchy. Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Come on. Thank God you chose Zeta. Guess who won the set? Let's go. Come on. Come on, guys.
Together, there had to be an answer to this
Vamos.
Chester comp, and for the first time in a hot minute, Zeta Division has served up an L while using that nasty 1-2 punch. That no mouths were harmed in the filming of those thumb sleeves.
Not in anyone's mouth at the moment, but yo, the gloves are off, but you know, the gaming equivalent, the tablet gaming equivalent, the finger sleeves are off, and it's one of those where on stage, it feels almost uncharacteristic of Zeta Division to go like, okay, it's the finger sleeves that are the problem. Let me take these off because something's not working, something that isn't conveniently already in their head to fix in terms of composition.
Feels like last year in those World Finals, Bobby and his team limped into that tournament. And you could tell they weren't feeling confident about the result. They made it there, and that in itself was kind of an achievement they were satisfied with. Here, though, it's grim determination. Their jaws are set. They've really stepped up.
Look at Sand's aura.
Has been very competitive this year. These guys
Yes, sir, Stefan. Come on, guys.
Great to see them here look competitive in this series as well. Chitampo and Batman vomiting damage over the course of this set, but you've got to hand it to Only Realm. The trunk disruption and Patchy's ability to make sure he snaps up those gems with the utility offered by the Roughs gets them the dub.
I was incredibly impressed by how consistent Patchy was throughout this. Even in game number 2, which they lost, Patchy stayed alive for so long, peppering the enemy with shots while, you know, they stayed relatively healthy. He was getting them ticked down on HP just enough for a potential snag of those gems at the end of the game. Bobby, of course, came in with a Trunk Super and couldn't quite escape and save the
Knockout
game.
Gold Arm Gulch.
That is the sort of
They are.
mentality that they're
We
coming
need
at
this.
this with. These are the sort
This
of
would be a
mechanics
huge set.
that Only Realm
Who will
boast.
win? I wonder,
Are
Bird
they a
Guy.
real
I hope it's
competitor
Only Realm.
for the players that were marked to be the best in the world mechanically.
Yeah, I mean, the core of this team were dead last at those World Finals.
Yes.
Zeta Division, of course, got grouped as well. It was a less than auspicious showing for them. But regionally, both these squads
All
are
right, let's see
very
it.
strong. We're going to have a Pierce locked in straight away here on Gold Arm Gulch. Definitely
Hope
a
Zeta
high
win. I
priority
hope
brawler.
that Only Realm is.
You just got to take him basically.
So they
He's
go
the best sniper.
Pierce.
There are ways
All
that
right.
you can deal with him. You can try and get aggro on him, and then what's going to happen? Well, he's going to swap gadgets, and he'll blast you away. Does it cost him in ammo? Sure, but it costs you your life on a mode like Knockout where you cannot sacrifice yourself unless it's going to be for a trade, and even then it gets a little messy. On the 2-3 turn, how do you respond to Pierce? A lot of times you don't, actually. You're just sort of marching to the beat of your own drum, and you're willing to let this very powerful brawler go the other way. A brawler that has, in the past, been worthy of global bans even.
Yeah, this Pierce, by the way, is actually more of a takeaway pick from Zeta Division. It's not one that we've seen Only Realm play that much in the last couple
Look, you
of
just
weeks
take a range
in
wall break and
preparation. When
Pierce
they
can do
have, I mean,
work.
it's been like a 30% win rate for them. But they're
Yeah.
powerful. They also know that Zeta Division love to play this brawler, one of their most picked. Gene is also
I
one
don't
of
know
the
what they
most
do
picked.
though.
Ironically, hasn't
In
had a
terms
great
of wall break,
win
like,
rate in a lot of their
Rock is
setups
open,
here.
but
And one sneaky ban that I think really matters is this kit.
I think
Both
they-
teams
I don't know if they bail
banning
him
that
out.
one away. I mean, Zeta Division have like some of their best scrim results with that in the lineup.
Dog.
So don't wanna
Bro,
deal
we've
with
seen
that.
Russ pick
And
like
Russ
everywhere,
already
just
starting to add some
everywhere.
depth here to this Only Realm
Anywhere, everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. This is not something that I would really be worried about Zeta Division playing, because a lot of times you want to run bags here, and bags are just like terrible against Pierce. If he uses his super, then
Otis
it
or
dismisses the
Chester or
projectile
something?
for every single one of those sandbags. So your team is just going to get hammered, but it will prevent
I feel
any
like you're
shots
pretty
from the gene
susceptible
pool.
to aggro
RT
right
shots
now,
are pretty
and they
weak.
need
I don't think they
something.
one-shot the bags, so
Whether it be
that's
like a
another
tank of
useful
themselves
thing to have on
or
your side. Final thing
some
here
sort of
for
anti-tank.
Only Realm. I think Pierce is a good enough hypercharge brawler on his
Colt?
own. Here comes the wall break.
Bro,
Very
I'm
interesting. You have solid
confused.
DPS. Also, this just oozes confidence in this brawler. Now, compared to how he has been in the past, Colt is
Colette's banned.
pretty skillful.
Colt
but he
is
basically spams
confusing me.
shots now. You have infinite ammo. As
What's
this
the meta in the
brawler,
World Cup?
also one
Well, we
that
won't
Sands
know
is
until
very
then.
good at,
that
so-
move
For a guy,
speed
this
as
is
well
only
is
Brawl
Yeah.
Cup.
insane.
I'm looking
Patchy
forward to
will clear
Sands'
their
skill
team.
expression on this brawler,
Patchy's
but
good,
I
yeah,
think
but
that there's
we'll
still
see.
room for Zeta Division to go for something creative. They don't. They just say,
I don't
okay,
know,
well, we can play
Stefan.
long-range
I
team.
like
We'll
Zeta.
outrange
Zeta's
Yes,
just
they
been
have
like a rough
range
patch.
and they have wall break.
They go the
inside
Brock.
goal. Not that they're necessarily going to be
All right,
excited about
let's see.
doing that against a PS, but still pretty well-rounded setup here for Zeta Division. Like we mentioned coming in, that was the one area of their game that
I do
looked a
not
little
like
bit
Only
weaker.
Realm's
Outside of that,
jerseys,
right,
by the
they've
way.
got World
I don't
Championship
like them
players.
at all.
They've got technically
I don't
World
like that
Champion
Only
coach,
Realm thing on it. They gotta have a sponsor.
in Messi. So these guys definitely feel like they are well positioned to make that run and continue.
2 wall break brawlers, yeah.
Asia on the map. But it's a tight series.
You don't
folks,
like
heading
Zeta? I
into
like Zeta.
Gold Arm Gold Style to be the Pierce Cup up against the
See, wait,
Brock
Patchy's
setup.
maybe running the other gadget though.
Heavy stack on the right side. It is
Or I
always
mean
a
the other
prediction
star
game.
power.
Whoa!
He got
Takedown for Shdetampo. Now, how often do you see that? Well, already this one's a wash for Only Realm. They're just playing for Supercharge and Hypercharge at this point. Zeta Division have supers of their own.
Oh my gosh, Patchy got deleted, bro. Patchy sold.
Even some map break, but I feel like they've basically.
Burgai, I won't sing it, but I will wish you a very nice, lovely, happy birthday. Watch Bobby like pick a kill and then make this 2v.
Breaking these typical entry points for Only Realm into the side lanes so that they can't be caught off guard.
Man, I'm gonna get some sleep. Definitely. I literally still have work. I'm gonna try to get a little quick nap in before I go to work.
Crazy.
It's
and now it's a matter of denying that from Oni Realm. Do not give Bobby and Super, and the Cult, of course,
I'm literally so cooked.
Sans, any of their supercharge.
Haven't seen much wall break either from Colt. Looks like he's planning on doing it just with his supers. How often?
Alright, can they not just die literally right off the bat again? That would be so awesome.
Okay, Only Realm. Reset. Go left side this time, and it's good. They'll get the west side of the arena while Zeta Division has the east. And Zeta Division still have that utility from last round. Shdetampo could look for a bunch of damage with the use of his super, but probably going to be reserved for a kill confirm.
Bobby here being denied damage on this diagonal as Batman is trying to scout that bush and make sure he starts to build towards that magic hand. It'll be pretty important, unless it is stymied by sandbags, of course. Magic Puffs will keep Zeta Division fighting fit, and Suzuku's going to give them a great defensive option in that end game. It's going to be Only Realm that have to make the move here. So that PS Super, so walls don't necessarily make you safe, but outside of that...
Batman's got pulled, bro. This is sketch. Suzuku's got a super. Bobby does have a super, though, so, like, he can get a fantastic one.
It's a circle, and everything's going to be closing in towards the center at the end. Bobby also could be getting close to his hypercharge. I mean, he's gotten quite a bit of damage since he first got that super, so it is possible.
I'm a teacher, and I have to be
playing really risky right now. They'll get Suzuku to boot.
I need to be at work in 4 hours.
With a pull that goes nowhere. Shdetampo, the last one remaining, debating whether he'll use his super, but he's just going to save it for the next round, playing very conservative.
Why did Suzuku drop the legs there?
I'm gonna be cooked, man.
So vulnerable.
Needed to tank, basically.
Patchy got milked, you got milked.
So you can tank for your
they did win
teammates,
the
maybe
set,
get
so.
them some
I mean
utility,
the
maybe
round.
some more hyper
So with
charge or something
nobody
like
selling
that.
and dying,
But
then
beyond that, no, not too much. Suzuku
was
also would love
scary.
to get some damage because he wants
Patchy's in a horrible spot. Patchy may be going down here. I think he's done. Oh my gosh, he's alive barely. Sans supers, he gets his face crammed. Oh, they're in a terrible spot. This is looking like a 80% lose for them. 90% lose.
Zeta Division are starting to put their foot on the throat of Only Realm.
Bobby needs to hit a shot, get hyper for space, and then maybe they have a chance. But right there, yeah, Suzuki's about to have a hypercharge.
If he gets that hypercharge, it is curtains for anyone trapped in the corner. Bobby now has his hypercharge too. So Bobby,
he's had his hypercharge. He just can't get. Oh.
No super, no nothing.
Oh.
No nothing from Batman either.
Patchy. Oh my gosh, he still gets the value. There's just no way. Oh my gosh!
But Sans is only barely alive. There's no way. There's no way they come back from this. Batman, Suzuku just keeping them away. Sans can't do it. Neither can Bobby. Zeta Division takes the lead in set 3.
Burger. I don't know. If Patchy didn't die in that first set, bro, it's a completely different game. Completely different game.
Force the American squad to play from the south into a number of small chokes where eventually you just die to gene damage.
Just trickled to death. Same setup as
Sans need to get off the Colt. I don't think Colt's just a good pick.
Game number 1, it's East versus West. This time, however, the wall break comes out instantly from Shdetampo. They're not really interested in playing around these walls anymore. It would be very favorable for Patchy, and they don't want to feed hypercharges.
Like, I feel like Colt is so easy to
those are
dodge
find
for pros.
themselves directly onto Bobby, and dude, the Pierce hypercharge is
like they all know what
basically
they're
a win
doing.
condition here, especially when everyone is forced into close quarters by poison.
Suzuki getting some fantastic taps.
You don't want to be stood around in that big old purple circle when it comes in. Santi's going to be outranged by Shdetampo, and he's feeling burn as a result of that. His incendiary field's also zoning him further back, so he can't close the gap.
Still waiting for these pokes. It is just
Bobby needs to get a
The
super.
lead up to what is going to happen in the final
Bobby
moments.
just needs a
The
super.
classic diagonal play that so often manifests on Gold Arm Gulch, where everyone farms their utility. It is the prep phase, but it's about to be the execute.
Such a
Sands
patient
from the top
game.
side, ready to press things down. Doesn't want to get
Sands
taken
is
down
going
early. Is
in.
at
He's
risk
actually
of
getting
doing
some
so.
decent
Gets
taps.
tapped by
He
the
goes
Magic
down,
Puffs.
but he gets so much damage from the
And
rhythm around
gadget as
here.
well. Suzuku
That was
catches
fantastic.
on the top
And also
right.
Suzuku
And
barely got
only Realm with
any
two members
charge
remaining take
in that,
round
which is
one.
huge.
See how dangerous it is in those situations
Welcome back,
against
Acorn.
the Pierce. He hits a shot, he drinks a bottle, he hits a shot, drinks a bottle, he just
Yeah, I don't know about
vomiting
the cold.
those shots across the map. And has built that super,
But
which
he
is going
did
to
some
matter
good stuff
once
there.
more as the gas starts to close. Only Rome don't really
Okay,
want
Batman
to
has-
play until late in the
I
round
swear it's
where they
just
can get
always
their
been
call in
Batman to
position
me.
to actually do
But he's
damage,
got,
but in
oh
the
my gosh,
meantime,
Sans
they can't
dodge,
afford to
he's
be forced
so
out.
good.
Sands
Sans,
straight
bro.
lining upwards. You're not going to fake him out. Batman
Bobby
expected
supers
him to back
doesn't get
dodge,
too
which
much
is why I think he
value.
auto-aimed
Bobby's about to
that pull.
die.
Now Sands on the top side, still alive.
Pick
He
that up.
has
Oh,
been
okay, didn't go
so
anywhere.
slimy on the lane. He's rotating downwards now. I guess he just really wanted
They
wants
gotta
to
take some
Batman here,
positioning
knows
right
that
now.
he can dodge some of those shots and get super as a result. Bobby
okay.
Patchy also dropped to about half HP. Will have to retreat onto the right side. Sands has
Sands
a
is
super
gone.
solo. Oh, he's too
Oh my gosh,
low.
but Bobby
In
picks a
fact,
kick.
expires
Oh, but it's
inside
too
of the
many rockets.
incendiary from
Oh
Brock.
my gosh.
Two members
Oh
remaining
my
for Zeta
gosh,
Division.
this is not
earned them
good.
Round number 2, just one away from taking this set.
Could be it right here.
Unless
Set
Pierce
hangs
super.
in the balance. Only Realm have to assert themselves now, or it might just be too
Yeah, I
late.
think
See the Ball Storm clearing out some of these
I just
walls.
don't think-
Yeah, okay, great damage there off Sands. Shitapo forced
Sands!
straightaway, which is exactly the trap Sands was hoping to set.
Oh, what a pull onto Sands! And Batman is too far away, but the hypercharge is still here for Patchy. Will he be able to catch Suzuki?
Oh
around
my-
the only barely cannot. Magic Puffs will keep Suzuki
Bro,
online.
no, what am I
Versus
watching?
Bobby,
What am I
as we just on
watching?
the cusp
What am
of
I
getting his
watching?
super. Doesn't want to risk feeding that hypercharge.
All right, Bobby is the
Suzuki
hyper,
plays nice and
like,
slow. Hypercharge
he's dead,
back.
he's dead.
Batman's a dead man. It's 2 versus
Yes.
1. Suzuku, the last
Come
remaining.
on.
He can get his hypercharge. There is a real
Batman
fighting
airballs
chance
his
for him
pool,
to
but
win this
dude, he
one.
hit the
Gonna
nastiest
play
pool
into
right there.
these sandbags, and he does not have the ability
Just
to
finish him,
drop
just
them.
finish him.
He'll drop legs, take some shots, move up.
Nice.
Bobby
Okay,
marks.
they get a game. It's 1-1. Oh my
And it looks
gosh,
like
this is
Golden Gulch is
intense.
going all the way to
This
the
one's
wire.
intense. This one's way
We
too
knew it was going to be a
intense.
close match. I didn't know it was
Sands
going to be
put
this
beat-
close.
yeah,
1-1
nah, for real.
here in set number 3.
Yes, bird guy. Yes,
We're going to set
we'll
number
get
4
there.
guaranteed, but who will have the advantage? I think Bobby wants to take more than one set off of Shetampo at a mid-season event. This would be the time to do it.
Yeah, gone are the times where I think one set was acceptable.
Yeah.
As it was back then. That was an era where E-Stage really dominated, but since then, we've seen that challenged by EMEA and also occasionally by teams like Bobby's back in
Okay.
2023.
Same layout as last time, only Realm on the bottom left of the diagonal, Zeta Division same on the top right. Now Zeta Division
Yes,
did
I
get their
have, Yarden,
utility
it's
farmed
sick.
up earlier on in the round.
Thank you so
in
much,
the
bird
last
guy. I
game. We'll see
appreciate
if
you.
that repeats itself. Also different priority on wall break. They go for bush break, basically on the bottom left with Shetampo. He's keeping that wall at the top center open, and Patchy has also opted to go towards the bottom as well. Just feels confident into this matchup versus Batman.
Batman wants to scout the bushes here, expecting only Ron to
Yes,
give
he
up some
is.
of that ground, but can't
Maybe so
overextend.
good right now.
Ruff does a surprising amount of damage, and obviously he's pretty darn good at deflecting those spread shots with his sandbags.
It's drive time now. Sands ready for the push from the top
Bobby
side by
just holding.
Suzuki. He's inevitably
Bobby
going
super.
to use that super. That's going to be a bunch of damage on the
Yes!
Yes!
Guys, this is huge. This is actually huge.
It's a round 1 lead for
He
only
does,
Realm.
but some, they
One
work
more to
off.
take the
They
leg up
work
on
out a
Zeta
lot.
Division.
I think it's pretty clear that without an RT hypercharge, Zeta Division do not win in that endgame scenario.
No.
They need to find a magic hand connection before we get to that point. They have some leverage in terms of
Careful.
a rocket rain as the gas closes in, but I
No,
have favor them. That's the hook they're looking for. Bobby, no
Oh my god, I love you, Sands! I love you! Oh my gosh!
Too aggressive. You had to know that that is the point. That is when you can
Dude,
push.
this is
when
insane.
Ruffs has
This is
already
insane.
dropped his bags.
Yard, nice stream on.
Whoa, but solo and isolated on the left side. Sands will fall. Patchy has a
Patchy, just
hypercharge.
hold
He'd be
it,
well
just hold
advised to just suicide on the bottom left.
Maybe
here.
don't
Save
feed,
that
yeah,
hypercharge
just
for Bobby
feed the
in next
Brock,
round.
not the-
Ends up
yeah.
feeding a hypercharge to Shetampo. Will
Nah,
be
but better
very
than
useful for
giving
him,
it
but
to
here comes
Suzuku,
early
bro.
game. Break open. Oh,
It's a
excuse me,
guaranteed
no,
loss
breaking
giving
up
this
the
guy
walls.
just
He is
RT
running full
hyper for
promotion,
free.
but having that hypercharge puts Bobby so close to a
Sands
game-winning
move.
ability. Sands also
Sands, I
straight
love
lining
you.
the left
You're
side.
so
Here it
good.
comes.
Oh my god, Sands. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my, he's so good. He's so...
We're going to set number 4 lead for only round
He's him. He's him. Sans, I love you. Curtis, oh my god.
Up the sleeve against anything that Zeta Division were willing to bring against them.
Get that cold way. He's too good. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, Apache's hype about that too. Now that was a beautiful collab. Let's go.
Expression from the Colt. I think we got it, and we got it when it counted too.
Sans is such a good Colt, man. No other
Tuffy
way to put
Wuffy.
it, basically. He's just slimy on the movement. It's exactly the pairing
Take
that
him
you
down.
want
That's
with the brawler
2-1.
that
Can they just get it here? Just get it in this. I'm feeling it.
He's still staying cool under pressure. I think Patchy is particularly happy to be in a winning position here, though, because we have been counting, and I think Patchy has internally been counting as well. You saw what he posted as well. Everywhere I go, I see his face. It's the Zeta Division logo on the side of the building.
He's never beat them, right?
Exactly. Despite the org
Patchy's never won against Zeta.
Regions over the years, he has an
Sans your boyfriend, yes sir.
Patchy had to play them twice at last
Sans
year's
and the
Brawl
Colt
Cup as
cooking,
well.
guys.
So, looking for his first win against this or any permutation.
You had Zeta beating Realm. I had Realm winning. I'm 3-0 too, Gene. Let's see. Let's see. Realm Glazer 2. I know, right? Clutch. Come on, dude. That was so beautiful. That was so beautiful. Here we go. Brawl Ball Sneaky Fields. Guys, I feel as if Realm has
much more prioritization on that close range
edge
combat than
on
you would
Brawl
see
Ball
on mid-range
gem
and long
grab
range as we did on some of the other maps. We saw, of course, Death
Looking
Trap.
maybe not
We
gem grab.
witnessed
But, like,
Gold on Gulch just a
I don't know, I
moment
just feel like
ago,
Brawl Ball's their stuff,
and
man.
we finally get to see the actual melee come to
Sounds
pass.
good, we're guys. Sounds
Will
good.
Sans finally get his shade? I certainly hope
Oh,
he's
wait,
offered
no,
the
never
chance.
mind,
I
never
think Shit
mind,
would
bro.
also be chomping at the bit, you know, just wants
Finally,
the
Brawl
chance
Ball,
to
I know. We
play
haven't
a
seen much
brawler
Brawl Ball.
such as this. It would come down to a draft that leaves a major opening at the professional level of play.
Yeah.
You're not often offered this chance.
Very true.
First selection over to only
Wow.
one, and we already know what Sans
is playing
play.
Sandy.
You
Yeah,
remember it
Sans
from
is just on the
2023
Sandy.
when he
They just
finished
want him
top
on
2
Sandy.
in the world. Give me the Sandy.
Double match point. We'll see. We'll see. We'll
Sandy
see.
obviously really
He just
powerful
got
on
a
this
Sandy.
map. He is limited by short range, but stopping power in that Sweet Dreams gadget, and also a hypercharge that now gives your
Griff's
team that
band 2.
boost inside
Good
the
stuff.
sandstorm, which
Maybe
is
they
huge.
go
You
for like
already
some
have the
weird
advantage
amber,
as your
but like I
opponents are
don't
being
think
revealed
so.
constantly.
I don't think
because
they
you're
do
obviously
it.
taking root sands, but now your ability to charge up the map and yeah, have that extra mobility is
Chester.
crucial. I am looking out for Bull here. Obviously, you do want to try and go for some of those
Chester, what,
premium
though?
tanks here, and Nita has been banned out. What are the answers?
Yeah, exactly,
Nita
Clutch.
being banned out, I think, opens up the Bull in a huge way because this is
Chester's
basically
free. Yeah, Chester
the
is good,
natural reaction
Rexy.
to a
So
to a
good
Bull
on this
pick.
map.
And you don't want to pick it too early because then you risk like getting outranged or even worse, play to throw
What do they
her
run
into.
with, though?
So
Otis?
I think this
they
is
just
a
go
nice
to
one
Otis
for only
for
room. Also,
Realm.
picking up the Sandy early on makes it more
Then
difficult.
Zeta,
to
what do
pick
they go?
Mortis.
They go
You see that
Mo.
Chester has already been acquired, so that Mortis is still possibly waiting in the wings. You can always skill diff a Sandy as Mortis. He only has one stun
What
to
about,
work
like, a
with his
meeple,
gadget,
dude?
which let's face it, that's a gadget you're always running as Sandy is Sweet Dreams. So I still think this is a possibility for Zeta Division to run
I know
here.
it's sneaky
Now
feels,
Mo,
but, like,
as a brawler, is going to be fantastic for getting some assassinations. For a brawler that's playing mid, I think Sandy is like also possible to play mid, but is
I
a great
can't
matchup
wait to hear their
I'm
comps.
looking more at the goal
Or
scoring
their
potential
comps.
of this brawler. You super forward,
Serious?
you self-pass,
Okay, they go
then you have a
Otis.
super ready for you on the other side that you can use to shoot the ball into the goal. You can cross the field.
And then,
get a
dude,
pretty
Sirius
cheeky
could
goal
be a
off.
shout, but I feel like they
wonder.
just go aggro here.
I wonder if only Realm are trying to maybe offer up the chance to take a Bull.
Dude, yeah, Bull.
Do they want to
guys.
play Shade into this? Otis is
Shade is open too, but Sand's gonna be on
and it's
the
like a
Sandy.
mainstay of a lot of these only realm compositions. But there's a couple of different directions they can take this. If they're worried about walking into a
He's
potential
holding
tank
trunk.
trunk.
He selected it. He
Yes,
picked
it
the
is.
trunk.
Trunk. Locked
Oh
in.
my gosh, I'm
So it's possible
so
that only realm is saying
geeked.
the ball's open. You guys can take it.
Yeah. You could. Is Trunk going to outlive
Holy
you?
big
Is
bag
another question. You have a
Sands,
couple of brawlers
bro.
waiting to mute you.
Wait,
you know,
Damien's
stun
open?
you
I don't
in
think
some
Damien's
shape
allowed
or
here.
form. It has been completely
Loki
offered
Bull
up.
like
With
an
the
aggro
Nita out
tank.
of play, it is a huge possibility for Zeta Division. And it would also
Brad,
break some of these walls.
Rico?
Rico making an appearance.
Wait,
No
walls
wall
are
break, so
closed.
Rico's
Hold
a
on,
mighty
hold
fine
on.
selection.
Walls are
I think that
closed.
Trunk can surpass his usual distance that he likes to keep between himself and his target.
Yeah, I mean, Trunk has that gap close potential, which you're always looking for. And insane amounts of durability. We already saw what Bobby was able to do with it on Deathcap Trap earlier. That was picked up mostly to deal with those turrets behind many of these walls, but was great at being disruptive, dive in that backline and
Only realm, let's go, only realm.
The Otis here can be a big deal. Saw that earlier on today. Very important when you have to play him into those, one
Chester bomb. Yeah, it can break, but like,
let's see how this all
that's not what you got to rely on.
Sneaky field starts right now, and Zeta Division have some work to do to stay alive in the series.
Looking for the initial control shit.
Yeah, they don't, but it's okay.
Patchy, meanwhile, Sands.
Oh, Sands mentions the stun.
In the world. It would have been a
that would have been a kill.
Suzuku, I believe, if he had managed to hit
Patchy's lagging or something. Wait. Patchy's got to be lagging. Why was he just standing there? Oh no! Oh no!
These bushes belong to Zeta Division. So what's the method for Only Realm to push back into this? Well,
no, they're lagged out.
For a second. I wonder
they're lagged out. I knew it.
Happening
there's an issue down there on the stage.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to have this.
Okay, so this is weird.
Back here.
Okay, so this is weird.
Tech issue being cited. A couple of those players have their headsets off right now, so
yeah.
Yeah, this is a great chance crowd if you want to talk to Bobby, yeah. I'm sure he's listening out for you guys.
I'm sure he
what
wants
happened?
to be reminded to take notes right now.
The land got botched.
Let's go back and think a little bit about this comp and how it's supposed to work. The trunk obviously was there. We missed a Sandy gadget. Maybe that's why Sands slammed his desk and everything fell off of it. That's why we're calling this pause. But obviously that's a composition that is really very powerful in terms of control. Sandy, Otis, brawlers you've got in there, and then you can start throwing the trunk at your opponents.
Yeah, I think it could also be a preemptive thing into the Mortis. We watched the Mortis versus Trunk interaction. Mortis just
slammed his desk and caused the
damage to really take that Trunk down. He can farm hypercharge and super off of it.
Zeta disrespect. I think they were just playing it out just in case, like,
as with any brawler,
you never
it's
know.
Great to just by default
like if they're gonna
win
allow
the interaction, but
in
the long play, that is Mortis's ultimate goal. And I think that's probably part of it. You know, they had to play this into the Mortis previously. The Mortis and Chester combo looked to work quite well for Zeta Division. But this time they had to be preemptive. They weren't afforded the privilege of a last pick.
What is going on? What is going
on? It's hard for us to point the finger at Zeta Division's drafts as maybe being the reason why they've fallen behind in the series. This is just generally
Sans rage. Yeah, I know, right? Yes, sir. Is that great?
And I also think that like both teams have done their homework. Right, a lot of the bans from.
Why so early, Toasty?
Very
and how are you?
Like Leon
because
Global
of Brawl Cup.
is a huge,
and I want to see only
alarm
play.
bell for Zeta Division. Their opponents have, read up on what to expect from them really well. And we came into this year in NA, and the story was not actually about these guys at all. In fact, I think the press cycle had completely bypassed, this Only Realm team, and the expectation was that they were.
You started your shit with W Oscar.
It's going to be around the place, but there were
probably going to open
more
it and then use it
promising
for damage.
Prospects, showing up, youngsters that had actually sort of. Hit the scene and
started
to look like they were going to rule it. Even Zeus Esports, right?
All right, let's get it going.
Zeus
at
the time, and then God knows what they changed their name to. Just these guys that never really found the spotlight before were starting
to
test
the internet,
the old dogs. We weren't even talking about Tribe Gaming at some points.
I know, Zector, rage baits.
In aggregate, as time goes on, and now Tribe and Only Realm have sent their representatives here to once again take on the world.
It feels kind of interesting, a Tribe roster in the top two, Bobby's team.
Well, they're also having technical difficulties,
Take me back
apparently.
to 2022 and 2023. This is the last era in which Bobby and Sands were so profitable at the top of the region. Also, Patchy scraping the World Finals on numerous occasions with different rosters with Luminosity. And
someone just appeared on the cam. Wait, what?
By the looks of things. But for different reasons. We watched Bobby profit in an era where
Only
he was
upside down.
incredibly cracked at the game. Now he's not the one stealing the show mechanically. He's really just gathered the wisdom and the ability to.
Oh my gosh, what is this, bro?
And as he has matured with it.
Yeah, and often
his Brawl Stars back.
Drafting himself as a centerpiece player on a centerpiece brawler. Frankly, that's quite often Sands. Patchy on certain picks, right? The Patchy still is kind of legendary.
Yes.
Bobby, though, one known to pick up the sharpshooter,
though,
like here
earlier.
And there. It's just not always been a meta for them outside of the
Can we get it going,
pick,
though?
Which we saw him show us already on Gold Arm Gulch, and that brawler is pretty disgusting. There's definitely a trend towards sharpshooters that have like thrower capacity, being quite powerful. One innocuous example of this was Byron.
Do you know the Gears for Pierce?
Yeah, a fantastic utility, great healing, but also
I'm pretty sure you run heal gear and
I see Pierce in a pretty similar way, right? Being able to bypass those walls is interesting.
Like that's what you usually run on the marksman.
It's been dabbled with a little bit with Mandy
or actually, I don't know if some people run damage. I think heal and then shield, and then sometimes you run
to penetrate
shield and
that's kind of busted,
the vision, depending on the map.
With far more regularity, I think, than his compatriots in that category.
It's in the name. His hypercharge is ridiculously strong. It feels like he just does so much. And anytime a
What time is it for me?
does a bunch of different
10:20,
things,
bro.
they cover
Like, I
their
want this
own
to be over
weaknesses.
so I can get,
That
like,
is
at
basically a
least
guarantee that
a
they're
2-hour nap.
blasted to the forefront of the
That
meta.
would be,
With
like,
Pierce,
actually
it's
so
that
nice for
in
me.
draft especially, he has the versatility of, okay, do I become a better sharpshooter?
She needs to
Do
sleep a
I
little bit.
become
Alright, here we
even
go.
more viable at close range by being able to blast things
Real
away?
game, real game
But
now,
it's all
real
the
game
typical
now.
stuff here in Brawl Stars as we resume set number 4 here on Sneaky Fields.
Patchy literally hasn't hit a single shot. Patchy legit doesn't have a single ounce of supercharge because he hasn't hit a single shot yet. He finally hit his first shot.
Now Patchy very,
He's
very
gonna go
low.
down.
It's just a complete team wipe here. Only Realm aren't going to give up too much space though, but now they have to defend deep in their own half.
Noticing also a switch up on the lanes. We saw Sands go right early on. Now going
Sands needs a
left.
super to get them out of here.
Getting taken down by Shtetamo. Zeta Division own these bushes, and as long as they're confident in staying here, they can camp out long enough to get their supers and hypercharges and win based off of that.
Oh, this isn't looking good, guys.
He really has no choice but to dive on this Rico. There's no wall break, so there's no good answer to this comp from Zeta Division. Really nice drafting, and so far the execution has been above reproach.
Well, here comes the Sandy Super. It's going to expose all these bushes and allow only Realm in. Zeta Division have to fall back. As a result, that's going to be the stun one. More on the Shtetamo will take him down. Bobby with the shield active backs everyone in, and he has that hypercharge to work
Hypercharge,
with.
too much utility.
Can take
Super
this
for
next one.
Patchy.
They can rush
Oh,
all
2
the way
hypercharges
forward,
though
but
for
little
Zeta.
hypercharges for Zeta Division.
And Suzuka
That's
has
gonna be pretty
super.
lethal right there. Shtetamo and Batman.
That Batman's the one to worry about, though. Not a great super from Rico, but he gets so much value, cycles it. Bobby tries, he can't get him down. Oh my gosh, man.
Of only Realm, as they had a legit
Okay, it's
opportunity to win that
winnable.
game.
It's winnable.
Just out of their grasp.
Winnable.
The slight misplay as well. You saw Trunks super forward. He really wanted to clear that ball first, but maybe
Where's
he
Smash
was
Play? Right now it's in
ammo or
Germany.
something and didn't get to toss it away. He also didn't get close enough to the ball to pick it up. So teeny tiny misplays will end up giving so much value to Zeta Division, as talented as they are. Here comes the early game interaction once again. This time they put Sands on mid. Bobby starts up on the right, rotates over towards the left. They don't have enough firepower at mid to keep a hold on this. Patchy will at least try to get some damage, maybe get a kill, but Suzuki's not going to give this to him for free. Instead looks to stagger his respawn.
Patchy's been tapping though. Did a good job of forcing Shtetamo away. Zeta Division immediately lane swap the Rico out of the Otis lane, and Sands just gets burnt down as soon as he emerges.
Bobby also rotating over towards the left side. He's a dead man. Patchy has the mute. A whipped super for Shtetamo's been uncommon. Wait, it rotates all the way back. Bounces.
Stun. Oh my gosh, Sands, you're him. No, 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 you're just him. Wait, why is Sands just him?
For now, a hypercharge expended. Patchy has a hypercharge.
You have to hit that shot.
Get a mute. Man easily walks it in.
I think that if he actually got the hyper off,
decided not to use
yeah, if he got the hyper off, I think he actually may have been able to save it, bro.
Zeta Division have learned they don't just give up this space just because there's a
Sandy's not a good pick.
Bobby knows having to come forward with that super
Go.
now. He might just slip this one through, but Shtetamo has the damage. Quick pass across.
I have no words. I have no words. I have no words. He sold. 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 He sold.
The perfect reaction from Zeta Division, but a complete misplay from Only Realm. Bobby didn't want to risk tossing that ball in. Gave the tip off to Patchy, who didn't get the kill before Shtetamo was able to successfully
There was
defend
definitely a
him.
goal there.
That was their moment, but Bobby at least does have a hypercharge and super. Suzuku is the first one to strike on the right side. Bobby at least gets a trade.
Dude, what are we
this
doing?
ball's all the way on Zeta Division's side. It's
What
going
are
to
we
be difficult
doing?
for Only Realm to access it. They got actually quite a bit of time to work with here, and
But no
some
wall
utility
break.
too.
How do they dig this out? They've got to go there in person, which means they need full map control or a team wipe. Yeah, Bobby's going to have to go in and get it done himself. Batman
Wow.
gets the stun.
Bobby
Joe
misses
Breaker is
hyper
nasty
like,
work.
completely.
Batman not quite able to walk away from Bobby, who now needs the super yet again to avoid this. And oh boy, 24
It's over.
seconds left. Only Realm no
All right,
closer
2-2 sets.
to scooping the ball out of the top left than they were
Bobby
before.
sell, yeah.
They already know they've lost. They're walking in a straight line, pushing the buttons. Zeta Division have 15 seconds to pretty much not screw up because Only Realm have accepted defeat. They know that they're going to set number 5. They'll still walk in a straight line. Sands moving forward, auto-aiming. Same to Patchy as he just already knows
Yeah,
the way
nothing
that
they
this
can do.
one's gonna
It's a
go.
wrap. Okay. So last set, it's gonna go all down to a set 5. This is just ridiculous. Insane. I don't know. Bobby definitely. I think Bobby had that goal, guys. I think he could have just walked it in.
the best out of North
Did
America.
Rico have enough damage?
Some of the
I don't
most
think he
legendary
did.
individuals
I
of
just
Brawl Stars
genuinely think that
history
he could have walked it in.
infused with this younger talent
And
in
with the
terms
new
of
ball
Batman, right?
mechanics, like he doesn't even
Gestapo's
have
still
to
on
be
the
all the
stage,
way at the
still
goal line to
commanding
shoot
attention.
that. Like he can
Still put his
he
team
can get that,
in
I
with a
think.
shot to
Heist decides it
advance
all.
from this group in
Ooh,
first
ooh,
place.
ooh.
Pretty nice set here of Brawl
What are
Ball.
the odds
There
we get
were
a
so
base
many
race,
opportunities
guys?
for Only Realm
What
to
are the
capitalize
odds we get a
off of
base
this.
race?
A number of glaring errors that plague the gameplay.
Misplays, really. I think that like maybe the brief delay took their heads out of the game, but Zeta Vision were looking really, really good at the beginning of game number 1.
It's good, Brawl, dude.
before
Can
there
they
was
just
a
win this
issue
game?
on stage. So I think there's a pretty solid argument to be made that they basically won it anyway. Also, stellar defense from them. They played that
Code Suzuku
perfectly. I think really, even if your opponent is making mistakes, you have to be on top of your game.
I wonder what map it is.
It was like genuinely pitiful. But you have Rico and Chester playing against a couple of brawlers. that are
Stephon, let's hope
basically
for
trying to walk forward. I'm looking at
realm
Sans
dominance
on
in the
Sandy
base
and
race. How about
Bobby
that?
on the trunk. Bobby had
Let's hope for
chances,
that.
however, to score
What is
a
it,
goal.
safe-
I
what
really
is it,
think
like
he could have
safe zone
slipped
or
one
something?
past Stetampo as he was defending, and there was not enough damage from Patchy to take him
What do
down.
we got?
Which
What
I think
map?
Patchy was fully capable of getting that kill on Stetampo as he was standing at the goal and screwed it up,
It's not
basically.
ice, it's hot
Not
zone.
a whole lot of
Open
tolerance
business.
room for mistakes, but at least they afforded themselves
You're in
a
the
lead
arena
set
right-
number 4, so they get the privilege of going to set number 5 to try and
Wait,
do it right
Burguy,
this
you're
time.
there?
Open business.
Get
Let's
out.
talk
Wait, you're
draft
actually
straight away.
there? Get out.
Lumi is going to be snapped up.
Lumi
She's
take it
very, very good at
immediately.
controlling the space between some
And
of
then
these
goes Stu.
first
I like the
balls.
Stu until the
But
end.
Stu and Finks are great answers.
Finks right
Instantly,
away.
We are getting some very powerful brawlers, especially for Only Realm under the wing.
You
They
can
go
tell
what,
that
Pierce?
Only Realm fully expected
Pierce is
this
open. I
Lumi
think they're
as a
just
first
Pierce.
selection. They left
Oh,
it
wait, no,
wide
it's
open,
Stu
just got
kinda
rid of other
cooks
stuff
them.
that they didn't want to play into because
But what if
really,
they
tell
just
me,
go
how
Griff
high of a
Pierce?
priority do you think
What if
Ruff
they
is
just go Griff
for a first
Pierce?
pick? A lot of times you pick it up on the 2-3 turn. It's
Edgar
also a
is
very
not
safe
here.
brawler. So look, they'll get this out of the way. They don't want to be dealing with hypercharge spam,
Actually,
basically.
like it could work.
But they have totally left the Lumi open because they had a plan for it. Finks is a phenomenal mid
Mina,
here, by the
Mina.
way. Also, when he's able to
I feel like
slow
Mina
down those
doesn't do well in
shots
the
from
Stu,
Lumi,
though.
it's going to be even better because one of the biggest
I don't know.
reasons that she is at the front of the meta right now is that she has higher projectile speed. Well, when her mace reaches its distance faster, you're going to be able to take it back faster.
What are they
so
gonna
just
do?
a bunch more damage in general. I like the Finks idea as a response.
Now, Kenji and Nita are both open here for Only Realm. They get to see all
Thank
of
you,
Open
Burga.
Business's composition. So they can try and draft something that counters. It's going to be the Kenji taken away, though, by Zeta Division. A pretty popular pick on this map.
That's
but
insane
one
that you're in the
Only
arena,
Realm
though.
have
That's
lent
actually
on
so
much
sick.
more over the last couple of weeks in scrims.
Yes, sorry,
so Hank
Stefan.
started to make a resurgence on this map. He started to pop back up. It's been pretty funny, and no pun intended, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Wait.
You have survivability with Hank for sure. You can, fire through walls. That's helpful. You have a pretty wide shot that's basically impossible to dodge as long as you're in range.
Ooh.
It was finally happening. It's happening. No
We see
wall
a
break.
shade.
But they had to take their
Sans
time
is gonna
to
go
make
shade.
sure that they were absolutely certain of this brawler. You see a lot of times that last pick brawler is going to Sans. Have you noticed that? The Colt, the Shade, he is the
He's the guy.
mechanical executor. Patchy and Bobby, stable, high-performance players and drafters for the squad. Everyone's role on this team is well defined. It's such a
Go to watch
well-rounded
live?
squad. That
Oh,
is
wait,
why
what do
they're
you mean,
number
like
one
go?
in North America right now. I think they have just the
I
draft
may
people.
go, like,
They
I
have
know
not
that World Finals in Japan. I may go to
Only
that.
Realm.
But I have to set that up to figure out how I'm going to go.
That's why.
You're from Sweden, by the way?
Because
Oh,
they're
hello
concealing
to you.
it.
They might have been
That's
hiding.
how they snuck
Hope
it
everything's
through.
going well.
Here we go, off to the races. Let's see what this Shade can do. Zeta trying to throw some
Hold on,
damage
here
down.
we go.
Patchy stuck in a duel against Suzuku that he is fated to lose. And this leaves Sans right now all alone.
Not
That's
looking
fine
too hot
for
right
Sans.
now.
He knows that he's going to be, kept a wide distance from as much as possible. That's why he's rotating over towards Suzuku, because he knows Suzuku wants to
Guys, it's
stay near the wall.
41.
We're looking at Sans. Will he get
Oh
the
my
second
God.
long slap? No, doesn't quite get it. Just a misstep on the use of the gadget. Patchy also moved away, and it's a sorry sight to behold.
Guys.
Zeta Vision
no,
up
no,
by
no, no,
60%,
guys, I'm not
and Only
happy.
Realm had
Oh,
barely
no,
dipped a
no,
toe
no,
into the
no,
zone.
no.
Yeah. It's been a tough round for them here. Bobby needs to get some of that mid-control and start cycling into some supers. Patchy got caught in a duel against the Kenji. Oh, yeah, that teleport gadget hurts. Bobby ended up right in front of Suzuku, who predicted
Valky,
the
it's
gadget
terrible.
location.
No, it's terrible. I'm
Inting
upset.
at this point, and you see they are completely idle. I think it's quite reflective.
I don't even like the issue is
how
I don't
only
think they
react
can even
to
clean this up.
adversity.
Like I think
You
this
saw
is
them at the end of
straight
set
sell.
number 4. They were walking
Like they're
in a
just
straight
cooked.
line for a total of 30 seconds.
Nah, I hate Eugene. I hate you,
And it's
bro.
starting to set in now. The mentality
They
has
need to
They're
come
at
back
match point.
somehow,
Moments
bro.
ago, they only needed one
Come
set
on, O'Neal.
to succeed. The same goes for now, but now there's no wiggle room. There's no room for error. You can't lose another set.
Oh my gosh,
Lose one
please,
game
bro,
and
lock
you're out.
in.
Need to see what the Shade is supposed to do here. Sam spent much of the round just looking on as his teammates got eviscerated, and he spent 0 time actually getting to clapping.
Bro, I hate this. I hate this. Why is Lumi just frying?
Mid, Patchy and Bobby took the lanes. As Bobby circles all the way behind, Patchy's trying to catch out
Oh
some
my
enemies
gosh,
and
nah,
pinch them.
they're
It's not
getting
going
too much
so well
value.
because he
It's
just
over.
doesn't have damage.
Wait, get them off the
Push
zone,
forward
get
and
them off the
attempt
zone,
to
get
get
them off
some
the
more
zone. They
but
can't hit any
it's
shots.
really
It's
going nowhere. Bobby
over.
taken
It's
down by the super from Batman. Sans
over.
expires on the left side, and Patchy moved out once again. I'm getting some deja vu. 1% for only Realm.
Yeah, Patchy has
and a
never beat
whole
Zeta,
big
but like
lead
it
for
could have
Zeta.
been it
Zeta Division
today.
have screamed a couple times this week with the Shade, and they've won 0 of those games. They've not found success. Sans here is just milling around this left side of the map, not really much to do. Patchy tries to dash 40, but Shitapo's have to stay safe as a house. And now, there's nowhere to Patchy to go. He's caught inside the Slashimi and Zeta
they
Division.
whooped him.
They outlast Oni
Nah,
Realm
they
in
whooped
this
them.
series.
They
Get to the
whooped them.
last set.
They
And the
whooped them.
cloud
They
hits!
whooped them.
Are you kidding? The trash talk is for real, and they've already taken their hands off their devices. An utter capitulation for North America's #1 as they get steamrolled by Zeta Division.
Regional revenge for Stetampo.
Don't even show the stats, bro.
Oh man, yeah, because we already know it's gonna be goose eggs for only Realm.
Bro, I'm upset. I'm upset. Like W Zeta, I guess, but like, bro,
No, I don't think so either.
Only Realm. I
He
want you guys to
also
win
did
so
use the
bad.
long arms,
They'll come
but
back.
just
They'll come
didn't go
back.
anywhere.
Hopefully, win the next one.
Wild
I'll probably
stuff.
fall
All right,
asleep
we're
to
gonna
it.
have a moment here, of course.
But
Bunny's
that
a
is
big
gonna
fan
wrap
of
it up,
this
guys.
part of the
I'm
show. I tell you
like
what,
literally
we're gonna go down to the
so
stage and get some
unbelievably
words
tired.
from the victorious Zeta Division.
I will catch you guys tomorrow.
Wow, what an
we'll see if we stream
incredible
this again. I probably would just
comeback
go back
right
to normal
there.
stream.
That was some
Enjoy
impressive
the
work out on the
Brawl
main
Cup
stage. Take
overnight.
a bow, son. Take a bow.
But yeah,
What's
I'll catch
been-
you guys.
I wanna talk
Love you guys
about
so much.
preparation a little
Adios.
bit. What's been your focus of improvement
Oh, join the
leading
Discord if you
into
haven't
the
already, but
Brawl
I'm
Cup?
sure like everyone here is probably in the Discord. What time is it for me? It's 10:30 in the morning. Like, I'm so tired. I am so tired, so tired, so tired, so tired, so tired. All right, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace, Clutch. Peace, Clutch. Peace, Oscar. Thank you guys for tuning in. Adios. YouTube and Twitch, you guys are still live right now. But let me do this and then this. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you guys for tuning in and everything. I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the whole schmeat. Yeah, for normal stream. All right, adios. Mwah. Oh my gosh, I almost ended on the wrong